Okay, we are live-ish. We are here at the studio as it is, and of course, this is still very much a work in progress, a beta, if you will.
Yeah, just double check. Can everyone hear us?
Yeah, so let us know. We've got a couple of
Bit of feedback.
bit of feedback. Well, there's probably going to be,
You think each mic's picking up
there's
stuff?
going to be a little bit of a reverberation. So
Okay.
we definitely have to, fine tune it over time. But for the most part, and of course, right now I am also producing this, so I am also editing our.
Producer, editor, host.
Shipped your dice table.
Oh, I know. Well,
You gotta build a new one.
gotta build a new
Table
one.
4.0.
But we are here tonight because of this man, Bob. You guys are way off balance. Unless
How do we get balanced?
Oh, I can move over. Oh, yeah, there we go.
there we go.
One more step. Yeah, a little bit more to the left.
One more?
There you go.
There we go.
There we go. Look at this. Yeah, we should tie it on the back.
It fits in just perfectly with the dungeon background theme.
Can we get it to cover like right here?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Way better video.
We just got our first tip from Boothby. See, there is text. We just can't read it. But
Yeah, I was like, where does it go? Because I never see it.
it's in the text. But thank you, Boothby. That is awesome.
Oh yeah, lower that balloon. It's not in the frame, Bob. Whole thing's good. It's the most important thing. I had it right, and Derek made me take it out of the shot.
It was.
I got it.
It was fucking tilting me. Anyways, GM Scott, by the way, with his 11-month membership, 13-month.
Yeah,
sorry,
13 months,
big
yeah.
13 months, showing some love. I have no idea. I don't have our YouTube stats up, so I have no idea how many people are actually going to be watching this. But
Oh, that's what he said. Happy birthday, Bob. Buy yourself something pretty or a pizza for the table or something.
Sweet,
Thank you,
sounds
Boothby.
So let me kind of walk you through. First things first. I know we were giving love to Bob, but
All day, every day.
Bob, who's your friend?
This is my friend Jeff, a.k.a. Gary the Great. He's played a couple sessions of D&D, but he's been my friend for a long time since we've been playing LB Showdown, which is a TTRPG, not TTRPG, it's a tabletop dice baseball game that uses D20 to do baseball statistics. It's really fun. I've been playing with him for, I don't know, three years now.
Oh my God, way far.
Yeah, 3 or 4
almost Showdown?
Showdown.
Oh
3 or
man,
4
we're
years.
going back like 2017, 2018.
Okay, we've been playing for a while.
Yeah, it's a while. That's
And,
how I found my cards in the basement. I texted my other dude who knows Bob, and here we are.
Here we are.
It's
And obviously, I played a lot of board games with Jeff, good friend of my family. And when I was like trying to get some people together, I said, "All right, let's do it." He's here to see whatever the heck Derek's gonna throw at us.
Right. Okay.
Welcome.
Yes, and of course, all by his lonesome, sitting in with the Cuervo.
He's supposed to be my brother.
Unfortunately, it's just a bunch of dice bags instead. Danny.
Well,
Danny
I got my real friend right
Yeah.
here.
yeah, right. I was gonna say that's a good Danny replacement. No,
he's just as good. So again, we're going to be getting obviously used to this. I've got to talk to that camera. You guys have to. Bob and Jeff have to talk to that camera. So there's a little bit of getting used to it as we go through it. But we'll figure it out. Part of the reason why this is private is so that we can adjust. With the patrons and sort of get some feedback as well. We got a tip from Mighty Dave.
There is text. Now I can see it.
Yeah.
It's hard to
It's
It's
just so small.
It's very well. It's designed.
impossible.
Yeah. So, folks, until actually, you know what? I will do that.
We could put the
Yep.
stream elements right
Stream
there.
elements, the activity feed. Yep.
Oh, it may not be obvious, but we have the TV set up now, so
Yeah.
we can actually.
And you guys right now are seeing the
chat.
behind-the-scenes shot, which is pretty cool. You can see the lighting that Derek has put up. We got our shotgun mics hanging. Derek put a lot of work in the last couple of days to get this up and running. Smith was here all day today getting this up and running too. So thank you guys for
Mostly, I just
that.
had to sit around and look pretty, which I'm really good at.
Yeah, I agree.
mean,
yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
I was thinking about letting my hair down, but I didn't want. I
could've-
don't want to steal
we
the
could've
attention.
both done it.
He's
you
got
know?
a pretty big.
So-
You know what? Tip goal. Maybe when we get enough drinks in us, we'll bust out the hair.
Come down, yeah. So, oh man, or it's got to be like someone, whatever tip amount. I'll just show up ready to go. The locks will be down. Like it'll be.
I bust out every now and then, just to get people excited. But
Yeah, so the giant glowing jellyfish RPG musings is this big bulb light that highlights the table. We're actually going to move it a little bit eventually to get the table better glow in the center. This will help when we do any type of board gaming and stuff like that. It also gives
just
all of
gives
us
everything light.
a face glow too.
Derek can explain it, but it's very complicated because if you do the wrong thing, shadows appear and just.
Well, yeah,
everything.
like if I lean back, I get some kind of shadow on my
Right.
face.
Well, I mean, what it
I think
really.
it's that I get the shadow from that mic.
I think
when
it's
I
the
lean
balloon.
back.
The balloon.
I didn't put my.
I think it's the
SPF on
balloon,
it.
Bob.
Do you think I'm alright?
No, it's not the balloon. It's a damn mic.
Yeah,
It's Mike,
it's
yeah.
definitely the balloon. Derek's like all the problems are the balloon.
No, I mean, again, we are going to be fine tuning it, but we have enough lights now that we're going to get to this. But yes, this is our key light here, and the reason we're doing this, quite frankly, is economical. One light can essentially function for all of us. So.
And by the way, before we forget, Muddy Dave, thank you for the tip. Happy birthday, Bob. Get a beer or something with this. Don't let Derek embezzle it.
If I let Derek
Well,
have
Mighty
any of the
Dave,
money-
you see,
Well,
see, all this costs a lot of money. So
embezzle it.
it goes back into the channel.
there may need to be some embezzling that occurs.
Like what?
All right, so what we are going to do tonight is we are going to be playing a classic dungeon adventure, one of my favorites from 3rd edition era. And I believe Aaron already gave you guys the spoilers to this, but
Just a little bit.
Intro.
the
trailer.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the trailer.
Okay, I guess all trailers are spoilers.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But I don't watch trailers.
In this
This is the
learns how to use the Force and finds out Darth Vader is his father.
What, dude? Spoiler.
Oh, that movie looks sweet.
I'm gonna go see it.
So we are going to be playing Forge of Fury, which is a classic 3rd edition dungeon crawl, one of my favorites. And I have run this adventure many, many, many times over the years. It's in my Gen Con to go binder, which I keep a bunch of adventures in so that I can run games at Gen Con. And normally I run this with Dungeon World. But because we wanted this to be super quick, super one-shotty, super easy, especially because we're going to be kind of drinking.
So much crunch in it.
Yeah, Dungeon World has so much crunch in it.
Thanks, Dan.
Hey, Dan. Had a couple players bail on my Pathfinder game tonight, so here I am to watch Bob get birthday drunk. All right.
Yeah, all right. It's
That's
good use of
awesome.
your time. Yeah.
So this is...
We're gonna catch up at
Yeah,
some
we-
point.
we got-
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
got.
No.
Derek will explain
There
all
is no
that.
such thing as pre-gaming because we'll explain in a second. So
Yes.
I just want to make sure for people at home who may be watching this, Cybersmith, tip $3. Whoops, ignore me, no feedback. I just had it open in Discord and my... Well, you know what? Thank you. Thanks, Shadram. Yeah, Bob's the happy birthday boy with his balloon. So,
Derek hates that balloon.
It'll disappear at some point,
Yeah.
but right now it's there.
all right, so we're going to be playing World of Dungeons instead of Dungeon World. Now, World of Dungeons is a Dungeon World hack by John Harper. It's even simpler than Dungeon World. It only has one move, which is basically defying danger. You're going to roll 2d6, you're going to add a stat, and if you succeed, if you get a 6 or minus, you'd fail. If you get a 7 and 9, then you have a partial success. You'll succeed, but there might be a complication. And if you get a 10 or 11, you succeed, no questions asked. And if you get that 12, if you roll 12 or higher, then you get a critical success. All right.
So I'm looking for those tonight.
Yeah, so what we're going to start off with then is making the characters. And in this particular instance, you all are dwarves. So a little bit of background for our people at home. The legend of the Forge of Fury goes back to the legend of Durgaden the Black. Now, Durgaden the Black was a legendary dwarf warrior, a general. Never a king, though. He was a man of the people who led the great dwarf armies on a campaign against their enemies. But while he was away, the enemies of the Orcish kingdom, or the enemies of the Dwarven kingdom, the orcs, and the other foul creatures of the mountains, descended upon the Orcish or the Dwarven kingdoms and laid them to waste while he was away. So, Durgaden swore an oath of vengeance and returned with his army of battle-hardened warriors. And there in the mountains of his homeland, he built a secret fortress. I mean, they were literally surrounded on all sides by their enemies. And they built a secret fortress where they could construct weapons of war. The mystical, wonderful realm of Krundakar, the Forge of Fury, where the Dwarven's vengeance could be made real into steel. And for years, Durgaden and his people, I mean, it was a Pyrrhic battle. There was no way they were ever going to not win, right? It's like 300. But as legend goes, one day the dwarves were either betrayed or otherwise deceived, and the orcs and the foul creatures of the mountains found their way in and destroyed the dwarves, leaving them dead. And so the legend of the Forge of Fury hangs heavy over this entire region, but especially in the hearts and minds of dwarves, the three of whom are here today in spirit, in order to return. Now, Bob,
Yes.
your character will have found an ancient map given to him by an old wizened elder, which purportedly leads to the Forge of Fury. Now, maps like this have been peddled around for a long time.
This isn't something like only at moonlight on a certain day.
Right.
I can see it.
But the map,
Dwarf would do.
but the map seems legitimate, and so you gather up a band of your two closest dwarven allies, and the three of
ones
you
that would show up.
and the three of you vow.
That's what counts.
And the three of you vow to return to Krundakar and to set things right. So, to that end, you guys are going to be making some characters for tonight. Now, a couple of special rules tonight. Normally in Dungeon World, you ask questions at the end of the session, and you say like, "Oh, did you help somebody? Did you find?" And then you gain experience points, and then after every couple sessions, you level up. Right? Well, that's not the case tonight. So what they have on their sheets before them is they have an XP track on the bottom of their sheet with 5 circles. As they gain experience points, they can fill those circles in. At any time, they can erase one of those circles to get a +1 to one of their die rolls after they roll the dice. If you get up to 3 experience points, you can erase 3 XP to gain a new skill from the list on your character sheet. And if you get to 5 experience points, you can erase 5 XP to either gain a new special ability, also on your sheet, or increase your hit points. Basically level up. Now, I'm going to be awarding experience points for all the normal stuff. I'm going to be giving them experience points for overcoming challenges, finding great treasures. But you can also trade in an empty.
Why did I get a 6? Why did I get a point?
Maybe it counts as 2. Maybe it counts as 2.
1.5.
All right. You can either trade in an empty beer, or if you do like a shot, right, or a full thing of drinks, that is worth an experience point as well. Now, of course, your sheet can only hold so much, so you can stack them up in front of you and keep track for the people at home what is going on. Now, for all of you at home that are tipping, thank you so much. We do have a couple of special rules, which is if somebody tips $5 or more, and we have a backlog.
Yeah, we're gonna catch up.
Whenever anybody tips $5 or more, we're all going to take a drink. We'll just take a social drink. If someone tips $50 or more, we will bust out the good stuff. We will bust out the Aberlour, the single Scotch whiskey, or we'll bust out the Rabbit Hole straight bourbon whiskey, and everybody will pour out a shot, and we will all do a shot. So, as a thank you, and of course, obviously, happy birthday to Bob.
Woohoo!
All right. So, if there aren't any other questions, we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
So, additionally to your character sheet, there is all the rules to the game.
Got it.
Okay, so there's the left side and the right side. So we're going to start with the right side, which is the rules summary. Really,
Before we really get into it, I'm a little thirsty, so I didn't know if we should just catch up on the.
on the thing, I think we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've had about 5 tips that were $5 or more. So we probably need to take 5 good.
All right.
5
Yeah,
good
you seem
drinks.
pretty parched. I think we should.
I don't know if it's the dry air in here or the just because I've been talking.
Right. Now, just remember. Don't refill your empty. You got to keep track of those because that's XP. Oh, you're already stacking.
He's
So
doing
really,
Smith's already stacking them
the
up.
tips are helping us accomplish our goal.
Right. It's like Hunger Games a little bit.
You got to make sure it's visible. I think it's hidden. It's hidden behind all of your whiskey that you put in the middle of the fucking shot.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we got to make sure that I can stack them and see them.
Yeah, we might have to move these.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now the audience knows.
Hey,
Now that the audience knows.
Cheers.
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 Happy birthday, Bob. Cheers.
Happy birthday.
I guess I'm just gonna fucking.
Thanks everyone about the set. Yeah, Derek pretty much has it almost fully fine tuned now at this point.
Sure.
Oh, there. Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know how many we need to do. I was just
5.
Doing it.
Well, not
Five
No.
cheers.
You don't have to do 5 drinks.
5
shots.
5, 6.
5 sips. Socials like.
All right, well.
Socials like a, hey, how you doing?
You know,
take a sip.
Yeah, take a sip. All right. So, so let's go ahead and get started then. So if you look in your rule summary,
Yes.
it starts at the top, it makes its way down to the bottom. You just follow it in order. First, you're going to roll 2d6 for each of your attributes. Strength, Dex, Int, Con, Wisdom.
Okay.
If you roll a 6 or less on your 2d6, then you rate a 0. If you roll a 7 to 9, you get a +1. If you get a 10 to 11, you get a +2. And if you get a 12, it's +3. You see,
Wow, yeah.
you see where this is?
Yep.
All right. So just go ahead and go down in order,
right.
and we'll just let these guys roll.
The
and
first one has to be strength.
yeah, just in order.
Oh, come on, hot dice.
All right, let's see it.
Down and down. Or left and right.
Ooh, that's a 0 in
It-
strength.
choose an attribute.
Yikes.
So you can go in any order you want, but point to one, and that's what you're rolling for.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't care what order you're going. You just don't get to pick.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
Not looking hot. Not looking too hot here.
Come on.
GM Scott tipped $5. It will be easier to comprehend the rules with another drink.
Son of a...
What's double nat ones?
Still just a 0.
All right, because those would be -1 in charisma. My
All right.
guy is doing rough.
All right. Well, GM Scott just tipped another $5. So cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
And remember, you don't have to drink the whole thing. Just have a.
I'm going to need to with these stats.
I have 01110. So I don't know how you're looking, but I ain't looking too strong.
Well,
total.
I mean,
Yeah, I
for
got
a
4
dwarf,
total.
this is terrible.
Okay.
I have no
'Cause
strength.
I have 1 strength.
3 total.
No
I have
dex,
3
which is
total.
good.
Worse.
Right,
how
I'm
many
a
total?
dwarf.
How many total did you get?
Oh, check Siden's tip. Oh shit, Siden tipped $50.
Oh,
Happy
shit.
birthday round. Oh, well, all right, here we go. All right.
Lost for
Well,
dramatic
Awesome.
effect.
Siden. Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
do the
Thank
scotch.
you, GM Scott. All right.
Rules.
Well, here. I got it.
You got it?
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Do you want to?
Yes.
All right.
I do.
All right.
The employees don't
By
have
the
that
way,
choice.
this is provided to us. This is still, I think, I don't know if this is the bottle from GM Scott. I think this is the
I
bottle
think
of
it's
GM
the
Scott.
GM Scott.
I think
Yeah, because I think the original
Yeah.
bottle we polished off, and this is the GM
Yeah,
Scott bottle.
yeah.
Just because we haven't been in the studio to do it. So, all right, Siden, here we go. Da-da-da-da.
I can't say no to a nice shot of whiskey. You know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pour crazy, but
You don't want me to pour in this.
right, you pour like a motherfucker.
Well, it's like people go a glass of wine. I'm like, well, this is the glass.
I mean, yeah.
So you fill it.
Fill the glass. You don't put.
Right.
You don't leave some empty.
They don't call it a half glass.
No, you don't.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to shoot it. You just have to.
Is this whiskey? Or
Yeah,
bourbon?
this
Or
is
scotch?
this is a Scotch.
Oh, it's a Scotch.
The Scotch whiskey.
Hey.
All right, so let me go to the wide shot here. So this is a salute to Bob and a cheers to Siden. Thank you so much, boys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Cheers to Sidon.
Thank you, Siden.
Now I don't know what mine. Oh
That was
god.
a big shot.
No, I think that was a full shot.
That was not a full shot. Or
You
that was
might-
more than a full shot.
You might have
I
gotten a
think
little.
Jeff's might have been.
I might have given you a little bit more.
Birthday boy?
That was
All right.
that when it doesn't all get in the mouth, starts hitting the side. I'm like, I'm not used to that.
All right. So
I'm not sure we're going to make it past the door.
Yeah, do you think we could build some beds? tonight?
I think there is a sofa.
there's
in
a little sofa over there,
for
but
4 of us.
Yeah.
okay. So Bob, what do we got for stats?
Oh, sorry. It's like that taste that's still in my mouth.
That's great.
Let's wash down some beer.
That's actually kind of what I just did.
All right.
All right, I got 0 strength.
Yep.
1 dex, 1 con, 1 int, 0 wisdom, 0 charisma. Pretty
Perfect.
rough.
All right.
Pretty rough.
What about what did you do?
0 strength, 2 dex, 0. What's it? Con? What is
Con.
it?
Constitution.
Oh, Constitution.
Your fortitude, your
Uh,
hardiness.
1 intelligence. Is that it?
Yep, mhm.
Okay. 0 wisdom, 1 charisma.
There you go. Smith.
4 total.
1 strength, 0 dex, 0 con, 2 intelligence,
You're super smart.
0 wisdom, 2 charisma.
Oh, you got 2. You got 2 twos.
These,
All right.
these are not a proper dwarf stats.
I don't know how I'm gonna be hitting anything.
Well, we're going to do cast spells.
You're the strongest one in the party. You
All
might be
right.
the one hitting.
No, he's got +1 strength too.
No,
Are we all
0.
Wait, you guys both got 0 strengths?
Yeah, he's got 2 decks, and I don't have much of anything.
You were a nerd. All right. So next, what you have to do is you have to pick a class. The 5 classes are fighter, thief, cleric, wizard, or ranger.
Ranger.
Yep.
Did any of these like tend to lean towards something? Like if fighter gets athletics.
So what's going to happen is Your class is going to choose one of your skills that you get, and then you get to pick an additional skill.
But just because I'm like weak in strength doesn't mean I can't be a fighter. Or
Nope.
I
You can be whatever. Yep. You can be whatever you want.
Fighter it is.
All right. So then go ahead and write fighter in your class box, and of course your level is 1.
Okay. What are you being?
I think I'm gonna go cleric.
Ooh.
All right.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
You're a little healer.
I know.
Smith, you can be whatever you want. Also, remember,
Yeah.
you guys, the more we drink, I mean, potentially you guys will be leveling up quickly anyway,
Yeah,
so it
that's
doesn't
true.
matter. Okay, so.
I'm gonna be my own class.
Wife says the set looks amazing.
Oh, is she watching?
I sent her my link so that
Oh,
she
okay.
can see.
Got it. KC forgot this was happening. Seems like I joined amongst the chaos. That's right. We're making some characters. All right. So after you pick a character class,
What's Smith pick?
Smith.
I'm going custom.
Okay.
Custom.
It's a, make your own class. It's like a menu option where it's like, and then at the end you can pick whatever you want.
You're gonna be an old-timey bard as we just learned about in the last video.
No, I'm going to be a rune guard, a dwarf that uses melee combat with arcane power.
Okay, that sounds
All right.
amazing.
That sounds sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're a fighter, you get athletics.
Yep.
And then you choose an additional skill. If you're a thief, you get stealth, and you get an additional skill. And if you are
The cleric.
Aaron, you just pick whatever 2 skills you want. And if you're a cleric, you get decipher and
Actually,
heal,
one skill.
Okay.
and an additional skill.
Oh, I get one more.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
No, you.
Choose a class skill and 2 special abilities.
Right, but you always choose 1 skill in addition to your class skill. So
Ew, sweet.
apparently the rune guard gets something.
Like some lore.
There you go. Then you will pick 2 special abilities pursuant to your class. So, for example, a cleric can choose Bless, Cure, Turn, or Vision. A fighter can choose Skirmish, Tough, Slay, or Hardy. And Aaron gets to pick whatever 2 he wants because he's a rune guard. And have whatever makes sense
Slay
for him.
sounds super cool.
Yeah, so Slay gives you plus 2 points of damage.
And I'll take tough.
So Bob is the most boring. He does attacks and damage.
What do you want me to do? Still, other ones are attacks and damage.
I mean,
you don't even have
Skirmish
the
strength.
same
What are you
thing.
doing?
That's all right.
He said I didn't need to worry about it.
You don't need strength. All right.
I'll take
What about you, Jeff?
Oh man, I feel like I just have to go full weird and go the bless and vision. The bless with holy water or the vision drink holy water to commune with your deity
Yeah.
for divine guidance.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna go
Sounds
those
sweet.
2.
All right. And remember, if you get to 5 experience points, you can trade in 5 experience points and get a new special ability. It doesn't even have to be from your class, by the way. You can pick whatever you want from anything. And again, we'll get experience points by playing the game, but also by drinking.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So that is done. Now you all have to get your gear. So if you flip to the other side, or go to the other side of the page, you start with 60 silver pieces.
Oh, on this side,
I'm sorry,
sorry.
the left side of your page. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You start with 60 silver pieces. You can buy a light weapon for 10 silver, and it can be wielded in a secondary weapon, allowing you to re-roll damage once per attack. And that's daggers, short swords, hand axes. That's 10 silver. A martial weapon, such as a long sword, a hammer, an axe, a spear, cost 30 silver and deals d6 plus 1 damage. So you're doing an extra point of damage. A great weapon deals d6 plus 2 and must use both hands. There's also short bows and bows. You can also get a heavy bow or a gun, a dwarven gun. You can also buy armor, light armor, shield, and full armor, which will increase your armor value. Armor works like damage reduction in this game, so you'll take less damage. There's also tools, occult items, fancy items, rowboats, galleys, galleons.
Can't afford none of this. All right.
Well, you're going on an adventure. That's how it works.
Well, I definitely want to get an adventuring gear because that just seems like a no-brainer.
I think I'm gonna spend all 60 of mine on get drunk at the tavern. Can I do that?
Oh,
Just
okay.
60. Just spend.
We
60.
just find you
silver.
naked.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing that anyways.
Okay, cool.
So you're
Wait,
probably
Am I in the game or? Okay, cool.
right. That's real role.
Sorry.
play.
I really got
That's
it.
real. role.
Jeff comes in with the real role play right
Yeah.
away. He's like ready to go.
I
Yeah.
will spend 1 gold. 1 silver.
I'm gonna go with great weapon, obviously.
Obviously.
No, I lied. You know what?
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 I want to have a shield.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with an axe and a shield.
So that's 40 silver.
Yeah, and then adventuring gear for 42 silver. Do we have a limit on bulk?
No, it's 2 silver each on that adventuring gear.
Which
Bob.
armor are you doing?
Oh,
Do we see the
okay.
dark
Well,
dwarves?
Of course you can see in the dark because you're dwarves. But because this is a 3rd edition adventure, Aaron,
Oh, can't see in color or
it
green.
can't see in color, and it only has 60-foot dark vision. So
okay. Well, I'm still gonna grab my martial weapon, martial axe. So my axe is
Are you going light armor?
D6 plus 1. No, I can't afford it.
You can't afford it? Don't you have 60? Or you
Yeah,
not-
but my martial weapon costs 30.
Yeah. And are you doing the light
Yeah,
armor?
but I need some adventuring gear.
Oh.
What about we don't need torches, but what about like travel? How tightly are you running these travel rations? What about water skins and wine skins? Like how tough we running this?
listen. I mean, this is a powered by the apocalypse, Bob. Anything could happen.
So my thought was to grab the shield, which gives me the same armor as light armor.
Yeah.
As long as I got my shield up, it's
That makes sense.
a +1. So.
Yeah, what's the difference between +1 armor and armor 1?
Armor 1 just means you get armor. Shield just adds 1 to whatever your existing armor is.
So you
Like
get
for
light
example,
armor plus
you couldn't get light armor and heavy armor and be at armor 3.
That makes sense.
But you could wear heavy armor and shield, and that would make you armor 3.
Our hit dice is 1 right now. Right?
Right. Your hit dice. Well, yes, your hit dice is
We
no.
just have D6.
No, it's 1 plus your con modifier.
That's our hit points, right?
No, your hit dice. You have 1 hit dice plus extra hit dice equal to your con modifier.
Oh, okay.
Right. Now, what will happen is you roll all of your hit dice and you keep a number of them equal to your level.
3.
All right, so you have 3 hit points.
But I'm hardy, so I have 9.
So you have 9 hit points. Yes. Hardy gives you 6 extra hit points.
All right, I'm ready to go. Well, I need a name.
Oh, you do need a name. If you just want to be Smith the Dwarf,
Smith the Dwarf.
makes it a lot easier. Jeff the Dwarf.
All right, Smith the
Bob
Dwarf.
the Dwarf.
Oh, I was going Heffahitta.
I'd prefer Bob.
Bob.
Because I'll never forget. I'll never remember.
Heffahitta?
Listen, it's gonna get messy here before it gets.
Smith the...
I thought Heffahitta
Yeah,
was
Alex, I'm
sweet.
having trouble writing light armor down, and you want to name your character?
We haven't even started yet.
No, we're
I haven't
not.
paid attention to chat. What have we missed?
Ryan needs us to drop a couple more F-bombs. Apparently, he had a over/under on
Oh,
F-bombs.
GM Scott was right. 35.5.
Hey,
I
wait,
think I
look,
saw.
get the camera on me for a second, Derek.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to fucking do. I'm joking. Love you. Just kidding.
Get fucked.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Politely. So,
So yes, Isaiah is also saying happy birthday, Bob.
Oh, thank you.
no, barf
Thank you.
day.
Barf day.
I'm
we'll
ready to
see.
throw.
Time will tell.
We might get there, Isaiah.
That shot had just like that.
That shot was powerful.
That
That was
had
yummy, man.
I had an aftertaste.
We made
I
that
wasn't used to
typical
it.
too low.
This one, if we ever
But
get
with
to
so
the
few
peach,
people.
this one is
true.
like juice. You can drink.
Yeah,
all right, well, next one we'll do
This
the
one
we'll
is
do the peach.
beautiful. Peach crown is like really nice.
Big showdown event. We
Like I
had-
mean, look at it. I mean,
Was that the peach? Oh, my
Smith
God.
Smith is about to level up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait. So yeah. Does
Listen, you guys
That
got 2 more
counts.
abilities.
That's
Just
what
magic
you
catch
See,
up.
that's the thing.
Yeah, a shot is 1 XP.
Or just an
basically.
empty beer, right?
An empty beer is
Yeah.
1 XP.
That might be like 1.5. We're playing on
Right. Well, what we said we might give you, we might
No, like 1.3.
we
No.
may upgrade it.
No, it'll be 1. It's
You
a good
trying
one.
to do math like when?
Yeah.
This is the dwarves get because this is like true role playing, right? This is live action role playing because they're dwarves. The more they drink, the more XP everybody gets.
It's
So.
definitely more real.
Yeah,
like,
there's-
you
there's-
know, they're not doing this sober.
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay.
I've used all my gold.
Great. That is what I wanted to hear.
All right.
All right.
I'm a little behind, but I'm getting there.
That's all right. In fact, you can even quantum it out as you kind of get closer to it. Smith,
Oh, how do we do hit?
you got all your gear?
Yep.
Bob, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to have 1 hit die because you're level 1,
Okay.
and you're going to add your con modifier, which is 0. Oh no,
No,
1.
1.
So 2. So you
My
have 2
hit
hit
dice
dice. Is 2.
is 2.
So you're going to roll 2d6, but because you're only level 1, you're going to keep the whichever one's highest. So you're going to keep the 6, and then you have Hardy.
Which gives you plus 6
hit-
HP.
So you have 12 hit points. Now, what's interesting about this game is every time you heal, you re-roll your hit points.
Wait a second, what?
Like,
so you get lower?
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
That's not like max hit points. That's just how many hit points you have today.
So today I feel refreshed.
You feel very refreshed.
I mean,
today.
it's interesting, but also, oh
I should also
gosh.
note that at 0 hit points, you don't die.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I get to
Oh.
make like a harsh move, a condition. Now,
Yeah,
if it's dramatically appropriate,
You'll kill it.
I could kill you.
Yeah.
But
Am I
yes,
behind?
But you're basically like vulnerable.
right, exactly.
Derek, I'd like to buy a special ability, please.
You have any con? So you're gonna have 1 hit dice.
That's
You have
1,
light armor.
2,
I took light
3, 4,
How much
5.
did give you 1?
Just one.
Okay. And then you roll
Okay.
1. You roll 1 dice.
What? You're picking up a new special ability. What special
I'm picking up
ability?
skirmish.
I had 2 dice, so I rolled 2.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you're at 5 HP.
That's great.
Unless you have anything special. Like I
don't-
only give you +6 extra.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really know what my things do.
And then I'm gonna take a long
but-
rest.
Yeah, I could take a pee break before we start really getting into this.
Yeah, that's all right. Maybe like if you need to.
You know that.
I got worried there because I saw it move and I thought we got a tip. And I was
Yeah, I
like,
thought
oh.
we did too. That's why I was checking.
Well, we did get a tip from Scott.
Yep. Oh, we did.
Yeah, a couple tips.
Oh, he did.
I don't know if we did the last two
I think
tips
we
from
did
Jim
those
Scott.
two. I think we. Or
No, he said
This was after Sidon.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
they
no,
were
no,
after.
no. I did Scott's first, and then we did
So
$50.
it's gonna be a little tip before these two are done making their characters.
Yeah. No, GM Scott did tip. He said you've all spent too much time writing. Time for a break. So.
All right.
All right. I need.
This is just a sippy sip.
Yeah. Let me get the.
we should
Let
have
me get some
done.
Cuervo.
We should have done an experience chart based on chicken wings. That's a fantastic idea.
I can't want chicken wings.
Imagine like experience
Right.
based on like the
I know
heat
we
of the
did.
wings. You
Should we
know.
order some chicken wings?
I don't know. What do you think, chat? Should we order chicken wings?
Yeah, but depending on the heat scale, you get more. Like,
Thank you, Scott.
all right, I'll be back.
All right. So
All right, everyone left.
yeah, it's just the two of
This
us.
happens all the time, Kirk.
So Smith, 4th edition.
Fourth edition. I was thinking about this last night. Do we just need to run a 4th edition game?
You know, there's part of me that thinks that there is value in running the 4th edition game. Even like a lot of people, I think, just for educational purposes.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think people.
We should do it for science.
Right. I don't think people. I don't think people understand that 4th edition. Number one, it is a very complex tactical game.
Yeah.
And I say that in the sense that, like, if you don't like complex games, it's a bad game for you.
I agree, 100%.
But like a lot of our patrons, a lot of people who like Pathfinder 2 like crunchy games.
They do. That's a
And,
crunchy game. That's a very crunchy game.
Yeah, it is. People are back.
All right.
Casey, this isn't.
We're playing 4th edition now.
Yeah, right. Casey, this is not Dungeon World. This is actually called World of Dungeons, which is a hack of Dungeon World by John Harper. And I kind of hacked it a little bit further to make it more into a quick one-shot drinking game.
Yes, in the original, you did not get experience points for doing shots. Okay.
That is absolutely correct.
The background.
All right.
Amazing.
It's Robert. He was missing out.
Yes. All right. So you're all good.
We are good.
I think so.
All right. So just as a quick aside, remember that if you do damage,
Yep.
your strength modifier does not affect that.
Got it.
Right. So it's just if you were to, when you go to do something, we don't worry about actions on your character sheet. I will tell you, hey, make a check. Hey, make a check. Hey, make a check.
Okay.
Right. If you have a skill that applies, okay, which are circled on your sheet, you should really never need this again.
Got it.
Honestly, I mean, unless you need to remember what something does, but then you get to roll 3d6.
So mine just gives me +2. It looks like.
So what ability you're talking about, Bob?
Slay gives
Yep.
+2 melee damage.
Right. So what kind of weapon do you have?
An axe, which is a 1d6 +1, so it's me 1d6 +3.
You do 1d6 plus 3 damage.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So I have +2 from Slay.
Right. Let's see. RPG Musings is enjoying the 4E game they're playing on Discord. The players having a blast too. It reminds me of 2008.
I want to play 4E.
That's awesome.
I mean, before, like, when Smith would just show me, like, the character sheets, I'm like the monster sheets, I'm like, I want to play 4E. And then, like, then you guys had that stream, I'm like, man, it just sounds so fun. Especially the way that monsters are designed. I just want to see how that feels, because as a GMing PF2, I feel like I could learn a lot from designing an encounter, based on the strategy of what those monsters are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just going, I think 2 skeletons and like a zombie. I was like, no, there's a leader. There's artillery.
Sure. The roles.
What are their roles? And then that affects how they act in the thing. So I just yes, Boothby. This is from Flex Comics.
Remember, Boothby's there.
That's Boothby, Flex Comics, and I know Boothby's
Boothby's not the TV.
No, Boothby's not the TV.
Yes.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started.
Yes.
All right.
Do it. So let me ask. We showed up all
Yep.
together
Yeah.
with our items.
Yes.
Didn't talk about it.
Right.
We knew what we were about.
I had what I had. We knew what we were coming together for.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He sent out the message.
Yeah.
Right.
We
got
it's
it.
time. And we're like, all right, we know what this means.
Showed up at Frodo's house.
Yep.
I grabbed my stuff.
We sang.
Right.
He sang.
Right.
Ate all his food.
Right. There was a song. You guys did some dishes. That's what Bilbo Baggins
We're
hates.
flying around.
Yeah, it's just-
Like, what is happening?
Right.
Like,
But in this version, the Hobbit punked the shit out. He was like, fuck
The
that.
Hobbit's not here.
Yeah, the thief. Yeah, we
it's
need a
funny
thief.
'cause
I can't have it.
in this
That's
version,
what
it-
Actually, Danny would have totally been.
He would have done it. Yeah.
So when we played 5th edition, Bob's brother was supposed to be here tonight, but he got sick. But when we played 5th edition, we actually had like 4 dwarves in the party, but
he was not a dwarf.
But Danny was not a dwarf. He was a halfling.
Yeah.
So he was totally our honorary Bilbo.
Yep.
Yes.
wow.
But
Yeah, he peed on the orcs.
The ogres.
The
The ogre
ogre's
Betty.
bed, and that's made him an honorary dwarf.
That's right.
Right.
We were so proud of him.
Right,
He
but
became so far.
but he did not count as a dwarf for purposes of summoning elementals.
right.
Yes.
Right,
Very
which
true.
is very true. See,
We almost had all the powers united.
Right,
tonight.
we established in our campaign that if you ever have 4 dwarves in a party, they can actually summon magic elemental creatures. But you never get 4 dwarves
Yep.
ever
Right.
in one party
and
at
this
once.
proves it. We tried to get 4 dwarves tonight. Here we are, 3.
See,
Yep.
someone got the message. They got the it's time, and they were like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, I can't make it.
Broke
You
his
know?
clan dagger.
Yeah, right.
That's brutal. Well,
right.
I did find a map from my relatives, my ancestors,
Right.
to the Forge of Fury.
Yep.
Grandfather Takahita.
Let's go forge some vengeance.
Let's go force some fury.
Time.
All right. You set out from the town of Blessingdale, a small remote mining town nestled in the deep cut of the Durmar Mountains, set amongst conifers and ancient fog-shrouded peaks. These hills have always had a mysterious bend to them, and of course the legends of Durgadin the Black, as he is known in these areas, for his heart was said to have been hardened by the vengeance that consumed him, lay heavy, and every inn you travel to is replete with tales of the legendary campaign of the dwarves. For these people are none too unfamiliar against the many horrific horrors that the orcs and the ogres and the goblinoid races bring unto these lands. This small town, for such as it is, carries with it a town guard or militia twice that which you would see in a more civilized part of the realm. For raids are a common occurrence here, and adventurers come into these lands often, but seldom do they leave. Yeah.
That's
So, from Blessingdale, it is you pass through several days' travel as you move through brooding pine forests and deep vales. Several days' travel north of the mining town. And as you make your way down an ancient river bed, which your sources tell you is the key that leads to the Forge of Fury.
this way.
From where you stand now, you can spy the sight of a tall, steep hill that rises to a prominent bare top. No scrub or pines cover its location, and the stone becomes flat and narrow, but still wide, shaped like a carved tooth reaching towards the heavens. This exposed knob of rock, the stone tooth, your map says, marks a secret entrance, a back entrance into Krundakar, the Forge of Fury. Bob, what do you do?
Well, like I always do, we're gonna go in the rear.
All right. Didn't think it was going to be that kind of stream.
Wow.
Thought we needed a few more shots for that.
Okay.
Is it too late? Can I leave?
I promise you, it's not that kind of adventuring party.
Not yet. No, my map says that this is. I mean, I trust this map. This is my ancestors who gave me this map. I would have no doubt to trust them. I think this is the forge, and I think that there is a secret entrance in the rear, and I think we can get there.
Smith, tell me.
Sorry, Smith or Smith the dwarf?
Sorry, Smith the dwarf.
Schmitty.
You have made this journey with your companion, Bob the dwarf, seeking the legendary Forge of Fury. Why have you come? Do you seek vengeance or treasure?
Smith the dwarf, stroking his gray beard, he's a bit older than the other younger dwarves, remembers the fury he felt when he heard of Kremlikar's fall. It was many years ago, though, and age has tempered the wise dwarf to some degree. While he still desires the destruction of the dwarves, he also knows that his time on this mortal world is coming to an end. And the next dwarfs, the next generation, must be prepared. And so while vengeance will satisfy his bloodlust, it is the treasures that he seeks. For with these ancient artifacts, the next generation of dwarves can be prepared to retake the halls and all of dwarven kind.
Very well. Smith the dwarf swears an oath of treasure. Aaron, you will receive bonus experience points when you uncover legendary treasures of dwarven kind. And of course, golden booty.
Golden booty
In the rear.
that Bob will get behind.
Right. Bob, you're right.
Just stay seated.
Jeff the dwarf.
What you guys miss on our Friday session?
Yes, Jeff the dwarf. You are a holy man.
I am.
What god or gods do you worship?
There are many gods.
Oh.
Not one god, but many gods. And the reason I've joined this is not only in support of my friend Bob the Dwarf,
Right.
which it may or may not be his birthday in this quest.
Right.
So, we don't know.
No, this is true. This is true role playing. It's his Bob's birthday.
It's not
and
his
Bob's
birthday, it's his name day.
Oh,
Right.
there we go.
All
There
right,
we
cheers
go.
to that.
Role play!
That's a good role play right there.
I don't know what the calendar looks
And we
like,
have
but it could be.
we actually have another cheers as well from GM
Oh,
Scott.
then let's just.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jim
vengeance
Scott.
dwarf.
To
Vengeance
vengeance.
dwarf.
Dwarf the next generation. To vengeance.
Vengeance!
I am here.
I drink too much. Oh man, that Cuervo's so good.
It's so good! I got three
I'm
of them
gonna.
this time.
I'm gonna.
Oh my god!
One wasn't going to be enough.
I've seen him drink a whole one on just a stream, on just an AP stream.
Yeah,
Well, this
if
is
you want to
fun.
see Smith kill an entire bottle of Jose Cuervo, go watch like episode 7 or 8,
He's right in the middle of something.
like 6 or 7 of Quest for the Frozen Flame.
To be fair, there's a couple of them.
And what you
so-
should do is watch like 15 minutes at the beginning of the stream, and then fast forward to like the last 30 minutes and see the difference. Compare the difference. All right, so I'm sorry. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So Jeff,
So
you worship many gods.
many gods, but I'm also a great friend
Yes.
to Bob the Dwarf. This quest of mine is, or my support is less about treasure.
Yep.
It is less about vengeance.
Oh.
But I think there is a greater meaning to what we are going to be finding
Oh.
at the end of this.
Very well. All right, and with that, Jeff rewrites the rules of the game.
All right.
Jeff, you have the Oath of Destiny.
Oh, sounds sweet.
Jeff, now you may not get the same experience point bonuses on a regular basis like these two might, but should you accomplish something great and mighty and truly reveal the next destiny for dwarves, it will automatically award you with 5 bonus experience.
All right, here we go.
That's
right.
sweet.
All right. And that brings us to you, Bob. You spy it.
Vengeance!
You spy it. The Stone Tooth.
There it is.
Legends have spoke of the Stone Tooth for a long time, and many maps have been passed off as real that inevitably led to those dwarves' deaths, as they spent days which turned into weeks until they were eventually preyed upon by either wolves, wyverns, griffins, or orcs and ogres, as they've searched in vain for the legendary entrance to the Forge of Fury. But now you can see it. And not only can you see it, Bob, you believe that you can see a small snake-like rivulet of smoke.
It revealed itself to me.
Of smoke coming up from some unknown or hidden fire somewhere on the slope or the side of the mountainside.
In the direction that I think I need to go?
Oh, in the direction of the like in the Stone Tooth.
Oh.
Basically, someone or something
Is here.
is there. But Bob, as you
How dare he in my homelands?
as you look upon the stone tooth, what sits in your heart? What oath have you sworn to avenge here at the Forge of Fury?
I guess avenge might be the wrong word, but I was thinking more of justification for my ancestors. Many have told him that they were crazy, that this place doesn't exist. And I said, I trust my grandfather and what he has told me and passed down to my father and now to me, this map. And I think, in front of us is what he says, and I will prove him right, and I will prove all dwarfs right and retake our homeland for us. And as Smith the dwarf had said,
No one's playing your fucking game tonight, I guess.
So,
well, it's just I thought that's what we're doing.
so would you say that you are more interested in recovering the lost treasures of your people or killing the enemies which inhabit your ancestral home?
Huh.
Do, 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 do.
I mean, I do like killing things.
Go with your heart. Where's your heart tell you?
What's your heart
What
tell
do you
you?
think
Well-
your grandfather?
I think it's more about reclaiming what these lost treasures. I think
Okay.
retaking this area, becoming ours. I mean, yes.
So no one's
If-
here to kill
All right,
us.
oath of treasure it is.
If
All right.
things die, they die. If he dies, he
Pray,
dies.
Orc, stop. Let us talk and listen.
Perhaps we can join forces.
GM Scott just tipped $50.
Oh, can we not do that other? We're gonna do this.
We're gonna
one
do the
this time.
peaches. GM Scott tipped $50.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Bob the dwarf has sworn the oath of booze.
GM Scott, you crack me up.
All right, so we're gonna be doing some Crown for what will be my fourth drink. Smith already working his way to another level.
Yep.
Maybe a hit die this time.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So wait, these are XP or level?
That's an XP.
XP. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what I thought.
yeah.
Okay.
An empty beer is 1 XP. A shot of liquor is an XP, or a full Dixie cup of a mixed drink is an XP, and then yours might be more because it's a bigger.
It can be one.
It's a big beer.
Oh, you could have poured these ones heavier. These ones are good.
So Bob was just complaining about the taste.
Correct.
But I know this one tastes good, and that other one was way bigger than a shot. There you go. Oh, I'm telling you, this is gonna be good. If you haven't had peach, Crown Rail is delicious.
I mean, it's still liquor.
I'm just telling you, it's so smooth.
We haven't gotten
Alright.
into the damn dungeon yet.
Just trying to get to the lore.
To GM Scott, thank you, sir. Look
Thank you,
forward
sir.
to drinking with you
A couple
at
weeks.
a couple of weeks at Origin.
That's right.
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Hofbrauhaus.
Hofbrauhaus again. All right. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Smells good.
I mean, it tastes good.
Yeah, that is.
Still got a kick.
Oh, that's
that
really
is
good.
that is dangerous.
Still has a kick.
Much smoother.
That is really
Right, yeah.
dangerous. Like,
Ooh, no. You know what though? It hit the gut, and I could feel a little bit of that warming.
It's
Yeah.
such a good
Yeah.
one. This is one of my cousins go to
Yeah.
for like all his events.
All right.
At my home in the hotel.
That's right. Jim Scott lives in a hotel, so we're just staying.
Right. Exactly. All right. So,
I guess he is really excited about Origins and just really wants to have like that close access.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Plus, Columbus is a great city, so.
I enjoy it. I think Columbus is a fantastic city. All right, everybody.
Had said, call me when you need to be picked up.
yeah, I might have her drive me home too.
Yeah, same. You guys have oh, you can take the truck. That's right. I have a truck here. It's big.
Oh, okay.
All right. I will definitely not be drinking as much as you guys because I'm the GM. So if somebody does need a ride home, I will definitely take care of them.
Yes.
All right. So, Bob,
Yes.
you guys are standing at the top of a narrow defile that leads down into an ancient riverbed. You can see a small stream making its way through the rocky bottom, and then about maybe
Notice about that smoke.
2 or 3 miles away, the stone tooth looms over the vale with a thin stream of smoke coming from somewhere on its sloped sides. What do you do?
I don't think I feel like my ancestors would not lie to me, and I feel like I have to stay true to this map.
All right.
So I'm going to follow through, even if it goes right towards the smoke. I'll just try to remain. As we get closer, just try to remain as cautious as I can.
be aware.
Yeah. I know the smoke's there, so if that's the way we're going, I'm going to be cautious of it.
I mean, if they're if they know that others people could see them, right? So how bad could this be?
That's right. Or how confident are these
fair.
creatures that they don't care?
Do they want us to go towards the fire?
I don't know.
Who could they be?
All right.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Could be other dwarves.
And find out you shall.
Half a round to find out.
All right. The bare stretch of riverbed presses forward. And while you keep somewhat to the sloped sides where the tangled underbrush isn't too thick, you keep mostly out of sight as you make your way around the riverbed and finally come to it, a great granite edifice that erupts from the ground. This singular monolithic piece of stone that stands like a towering wall. Far to the top, you know, the stone tooth looms overhead, but then you see it, carved into the very living rock of the earth, a narrow path carved into the side of this granite wall that curves up it and through a series of switchbacks back and forth as it snakes its way up the side. This narrow path, no bigger than a dwarf wide, winds its way up the very face of the rock towards some unknown destination at the time.
And my map calls us out.
Your map says that this path, this switchback stairs, is the secret entrance to the rear of Krendikar.
I mean,
That, in addition to being hidden and not seen in most situations, were it ever to be used, the dwarves would able, no one could come up with this more than single file.
Oh, yeah.
So like it would
this
have
is
been
true Paizo 5-foot hallway.
Right. This is a Paizo adventure. It's become
For this part, anyway. Designed to build tension because this is scary.
right. Exactly. Okay. So what do you guys do?
The smoke's on the other side of this.
At this point, you can't really see because you've come down. Now you're like adjacent to the to the rock's face. You can't really see the stream that's
Gotcha.
coming up.
It's on the map.
Jeff and Smith, I feel we've gotten this far. I know in my heart that this is the true route.
Laddie, we're not stopping. You can stop your worrying.
Thanks, Elder. I feel more confident.
Let's go get it done. Smith the dwarf is going to take point because he's got a lot of armor and hit points.
You got more hit points than me?
How many hit points you got?
12.
Whoa. You also took Hardy.
He did take it.
Okay.
He did take it.
All right, I respect. What's your armor, though?
Plus one.
Jeff the dwarf, how many hit points do you have?
I 5. I'm gonna stay behind.
That's a spiritual dwarf. You know?
I'm
Why don't we sandwich, Jeff? You want to take the behind?
Are we back to this? I will.
Do you have a shield?
Yeah.
We could do the shield. Oh, we can't do only a single file.
Well, it's only 5 foot for this part.
Yeah.
So who's in the lead? That's the
Take
key
point.
part.
I'll take the rear.
All right.
I'll take
All right.
the middle.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So Jeff the dwarf is safely ensconced between the two shield-wearing warrior dwarves, and you begin making your way up. The path climbs upward. First 50 feet, then maybe 200 feet,
Oh, wow.
as you make your way up several dizzying sets of switchbacks.
Now you get more hit points.
The path climbs one last steep switchback towards a bare shoulder of rock. There's no more plant life clinging to little knobs of earth anymore. It's just raw granite. The hillside continues to climb steeply on your right. And to your left-hand side, a precipitous drop, 200 or more feet down to the river valley below. Debris and rubbish begin to clutter the path up ahead. And you can see now that the path no longer switchbacks up the side of the mountain, but actually turns and goes into the mountain. It's as if there is like a cleft in the rock, like the rock has almost like a U shape. And you've climbed up the outside of the U, and now you're the path curves around inside to maybe an entrance that would be, like if there was a cave there, you would never be able to see it from the outside. You'd have to actually like go around this rocky edifice.
Yeah, it's like hidden itself.
Exactly. And you can see now that the path leading up to that curve is full of discarded waste. Intelligent humanoid waste.
Oh.
Water skins? No. Wine skins. Discarded carelessly. Bits of charred bone, scraps of leather, broken blades, and blunted arrowheads fill the path, almost as if being thrown as refuse. Up ahead, the path opens into a wide ledge and then doubles back into the mountainside. And as you crouch there, at the edge of the path, you see two bestial humanoids in scale armor standing seemingly on watch on the ledge,
Son of a bitch.
but quite bored, talking loudly in their brutish tongue of orc. Two orcs lay at the end of the path which curves into the mountainside. What do you do, Bob?
Well, he's up in front.
What do you do, Smith?
I look back.
Are we doing this?
Yes.
I run fast, and probably not silently, but definitely fast,
All right.
into the orcs.
Would you say that you're trying to close the distance before they notice that you're doing it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's roll.
You're going fast.
All right, so give me a dex roll.
All right. Now, Derek, do you want to point out?
Yeah.
Because I am a skirmisher.
Yeah.
My armor counts as 1 degree less, which means that I'm currently wearing none fast.
Ooh, all right. I will keep that in mind.
All right, that is a 9.
All right, so
Yo.
that is a partial success,
Yep.
which means that you're able to get up to them quickly, covering the distance. They don't even make an action. Now, it's not a surprise.
Right.
At the very last instant, the orcs spin towards you, turning, and they realize that a dwarf is amongst them, but you don't take them completely by surprise. So if the orcs turn towards you, you see that they have crude axes equipped and very, very primitive shields. They're in a rush trying to raise them up. What do you do?
Seeing that they've seen me, I don't have time to strike. Smith the dwarf buries his head into his shield and just keeps running right into the first orc.
Excellent. All right, go ahead and give me a strength check.
All right, that is a 7 + 1, 8.
All right, so Smith, you knock into the orc. He goes sailing backwards and collapses into the ground. However, your momentum carries you past the first orc, who spins around and attempts to bury an axe in your back. Bob.
I have already pushed past Jeff.
I'm sticking back a little bit. I'm being cautious.
All right.
I'm praying for their success.
I knew what Smith meant when he gave me the head nod.
Oh, okay.
I was chasing after him. He's a little faster than me.
Okay.
A little older. Maybe he's got a little more strength than me. He does. But I was carrying it. And at the moment that the second one was about to strike Smith, I raised my shield, hoping to block
All right.
the second block.
Bob, give me a con check to defend Smith.
Okay? Uh-oh.
Okay.
5.
All right. Well,
It's 4 plus your con, right?
4 plus your con.
Yeah, so +1, so 5.
All right, so as Smith the dwarf barrels into the first orc with his shield raised, that orc gets crushed right in the solar plexus.
Yes.
You can hear the scale mail, which does nothing because it gets that kind of blunt force impact, right? The scale mail just bends and reflects. The orc goes staggering backwards. You can see him flying. His axe goes out of his grasp as he goes flailing over. The other orc readies himself, cocks back, and that's when you come sliding in, shield and axe raised. You get in between, but as the axe comes down, and actually I needed some D6, so why don't you?
Want some big boys?
Yeah, let me borrow some
Big boys!
Yeah.
I figured you like these type ones.
Bob, the axe swings down and crunches into you for 3 points of damage.
Yikes.
So now remember, your armor takes off.
Oh, it takes off plus. Okay, it takes off 1.
Yeah, your
'Cause I have my
armor.
shield up.
You
Okay.
have an armor. You have a shield. You definitely have your shield up.
Yeah, so I take 2 points of damage.
Right. In fact, Bob, I would say that because you were coming in that defensive move, double your shield bonus. So
Amazing.
So you only take 1 point of damage.
Nice.
All right. So you hear the sick and loud thunk of the axe crunching into the dwarven shield. Any ordinary wooden shield would have exploded in splinters, driven by this
God, yeah,
natural.
dwarf.
But this is a dwarven shield bound in thick sheets of riveted dwarven steel to keep the shield together. But the ferocious melee is joined. Now you're still tumbling over. You've just crushed through. You're kind of taking this all in as you kind of come through and tumble through. The orc staggers back behind you. You see him hiss in your face. He's on the ground.
Yeah.
He reaches to his belt and he pulls out a curved, wicked, orcish dagger as he prepares to stand up and gut you. What do you do?
All right, I don't got time, so I drop the hand axe, take my shield two-handed, and just begin slamming him in the head.
Brutality!
I've seen this in movies.
Bob's shocked expression there of how I'm brutally murdering this guy was priceless.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Oh, 5 on a strength check, I assume.
Yeah. All right, well, you clearly had a fictional position. So what I'm going to say is you do your damage.
Yeah.
You bring your shield up and bury it right into the orc's chest. Just crush. You hear his ribs snap. But this is an orc. Not just that, a fierce mountain orc.
Oh, he doesn't die. It's your hit points.
Or for us.
You hear his chest crack, and then he takes his dagger, stares at you, and wickedly stabs it into the side of you.
Yep.
You take only a single point of damage.
How's that work with armor?
Your armor is just a reduction.
All right, it hits my armor.
I would say no
Yeah.
shield in this case.
Still hits my armor.
All right, so
Oh, you have armor and shield?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
That's not messing around.
I showed up to kill some people.
I'm glad,
So-
That's an
I'm
elder.
glad you
That's an
emailed
elder.
him.
The orc splits blood as he jams his dagger into it. It just breaks.
Oh,
But then he realizes, no, I pierced through the armor. It just broke on
broke
the
on the
dwarf.
yeah. Oh, Ryan thinks you're a proper dwarf, which I agree. You are a proper dwarf. You've been playing dwarves
I've
for
done
many
my
years.
time with dwarves.
Yeah.
All right, so Jeff, the two warriors spring into action like you've never seen.
I'm a little shocked.
Yeah, a little shocked.
Whoa, I joined the wrong party, guys.
I am a holy man,
Right.
but
You guys
I
need
might be a
prayer.
holy man. I'm a man of peace, but I also am prepared to back up my fellow dwarves.
One of your gods
So,
probably is
I-
a god of war, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. one of them, right? I see you take the hit. I might be coming in kind of quick. I've only got my light hand axe. I don't have much, but I am ready to take a swing at the one that just hit you.
All right,
mixing
great.
it up.
So you move in and you're going to attack him. Now, the one that is dealing with Bob is very much engaged with him.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that you have advantage. So roll 3d6 for this,
3d6, all right.
and
Yeah.
take
There
the
you go.
two highest when you make your determination. So that is an 11. Then you get to add your strength.
Which is 0.
Okay, so you got an
that
11.
was me, Chris.
So that means that you get a full unadulterated success. No qualifications, no equivocations. So just go ahead and roll your damage, which is d6.
All right. 5.
All right, the orc. Let me take a look here real quick. Yeah, the orc grunts as he takes 5 points of damage. Spits blood out a couple of times as he staggers, about to drop from the blood from the single axe wound. You just chopped him right like in the side under the arm, and he looks back at this kind of frail orc.
And as he looks at me,
Yeah.
I do this. So, like,
He turns towards you.
your brain.
Yeah, so you bury the axe into him, and then the orc reaches out with both hands and tries to grab you around the neck. Bob, what are you doing?
I try to jump on his back then.
Okay.
All right, and get him in the old full Nelson.
but he's
here.
got me.
All right, Bob. So go ahead and make a strength
I
check.
actually have to probably gonna drop my axe at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Your axe goes
Yeah.
scattering to
Yeah.
the ground. But Bob, I notice you have athletic skill.
Yes.
So this means you're gonna have advantage to this sort of athletic
3.
maneuver. So you get to roll 3 dice and take the highest 2.
We don't really roll real well here.
Nope. You get a 5.
You get a 5.
Yeah.
Then with your strength?
Yeah.
Well, my strength is 0.
His strength is 0.
My mind thought I could do it.
No, you're right. Exactly. But
I really thought I could hang on.
that is a 6 or less, which means I get to make as hard of a move as possible. The orc, as you kind of rush him to the edge, you grab around him. He's grabbing on you. Now
You got me now.
he does let go of you, but he swings around with the orc on his the dwarf on the back, left, right, and then throws the dwarf end over end. Dwarf tumbles down the path and slides to the edge and goes over it.
Fucking A.
Bob, what do you do?
I got it. I didn't have my axe out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my axe was dropped. I assume my shield was dropped at this point too.
Sure.
Okay. But as I'm being thrown, I'm gonna try to make a really quick move here. Grab my crowbar, grab onto the edge, almost like an ice. You've seen every
Yeah, no,
movie
no, no, no,
setting
no.
up the ice.
You're using an ice pick?
hangs on it with it. I don't know how to do this.
No one does.
Yeah.
So I would say this is definitely athletics.
Yes.
So roll 3 dice and take the highest 2.
Come on, finally.
Hey!
Okay,
You
there we
get a
go.
9.
Nine.
All right. So
Crowbar.
Bob, you got a 9. That's only a partial success. So Bob, as you're going through, you quickly spill open your pack, you get out your crowbar, and as you go over the edge, you're like tumbling, spinning, and then you reach in, get your crowbar, you hook it into the side, and as you sink into it, you succeed.
Yes.
But you loosen your adventurer's pack, and your backpack falls from you and falls down the hundreds of feet to the riverbed below. Erase all of your equipment.
Minus crowbar.
You got a backpack with just a crowbar?
Minimum, you have the
There
crowbar.
goes like 10 silver pieces of stuff. Dang it.
We should have gone to the tavern.
No. He had other stuff.
I had rope, flint steel couch with bandages, lockpicks.
I thought you said buy
What else?
crowbar.
Oh man, all right. whatever.
Only thing I have right now is a crowbar. My
Yes.
axe is up there, and my shield's up there.
Can I hop in here?
Yeah. Oh no. That's a great time for you. Dude.
All right. What's the orc doing right now?
Which,
he just
right.
he just
you know
threw him
what?
over.
He's probably kind of gloating. You know, like he's probably kind of like, oh, he like challenges in the orc language. Like basically, he was like, I just suplexed this guy like mankind. He just threw like Undertaker. He just threw him out.
Okay. And
out
I'm
the
like
ring.
kind of in shock. I'm still praying. Maybe he's just like.
Yeah, God is your witness. He's broken in half.
It's broken.
I don't actually know at that moment. I don't know if at that moment he made it.
Yeah.
Right, oh no,
I'm a little
no.
worried.
Yeah,
He's
none
o-
of us know.
He's over
the edge.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
He's over the edge. So it's like one of those movie moments, where you always see like the hero goes over the edge and everyone's like, and then you go to the edge. It's like that literally happened at the end of Lord of the Rings, where like Sam thinks Gollum and Frodo went over the edge, and then Frodo's hanging on barely. You don't even know that he grabbed himself. So the orc is probably closer to the edge than you are because he had to move over there to throw him.
I want to go check, but I know the orc is gloating.
Yeah.
He is psyched. I'm pissed. You might be dead. It's your birthday. That's bullshit. So I take my light hand axe and I'm going to throw that motherfucker
All right.
right at that orc.
The orc doesn't even know that this is coming, so just deal your damage. Like you just throw the hand axe end over end and just
one?
bury it into his axe. Yeah,
Just
just
one.
one damage.
3.
All right. The orc staggers as the axe hits him, and I'm going to use the I can't remember what the term is called. The die of fate. To determine
Sweet name.
to determine if the orc stumbles off the edge or not. So on a 1, 2, or 3, the orc stumbles over the edge to his death, but he does not. The orc gets hit in the back, staggers. You hear him cough and bump. You doubt that the axe probably broke into his body, but it definitely probably contused him and left him pretty injured under the scale mail. Scale mail much better against edge weapons than blunt force training.
Is he close to the edge?
He's pretty close.
How far off the cliff am I? Am I just over the edge?
It's a good question.
I want to grab his foot and
I
pull
like
him
to think
over.
that you like fell over. You kind of probably like were sliding down because it's
dang,
not.
I'm too far
So
down.
you're probably a good like 10 feet down.
I'm too
Do
far
I
down.
have time?
I'm too far
Do
down.
I have time? How staggered is this orc right now?
He's pretty staggered.
He's pretty staggered? Okay, I have a 20-foot rope.
Yeah,
I'm going to pull that out.
yeah.
Throw it.
All right.
Go check.
He's pulling out his rope.
Yep, I'm pulling
What,
out
as
the
the
rope.
what do you do? So
turns
you
back-
start pulling out. You start pulling out your rope.
I'm pulling it
All right.
out.
So he's pulling out the rope. So you see the orc kind of taking a moment, like you see the axe go over end because you've recovered.
Yeah.
Right. You killed
I
your
see
guy.
him go over. I see the orc
Yeah.
get hit.
Bob's gone.
The orc turns back to the clerk with an axe sticking out of
Right.
his
And
back.
by the way, as like a warrior, you're like, why are you going for fucking your rope? You know, like.
But you're also impressed by the throw. That
That was
I
a good
had.
throw.
Yeah.
And it
Rope
will, it will
what are
come
you
into my
doing now?
plan later.
All right.
Smith the dwarf, angry that he has lost a beloved fellow dwarf, runs at the orc from behind, jumps onto his back to pin him down on the ground.
Oh, okay.
All right. Make a strength check, and again, if you have
I have
athletics,
athletics.
then you can roll 3 dice and take the highest.
Come on, baby.
All right. I'll take the 6, and the +1 is a 7.
Oh, just a partial
Oh, so it
success.
will succeed.
So I am going to say that the orc is ready. And as you come in to close in, you could think like attack of opportunity in
Yeah.
terms of other editions. You open yourself up to it. He just swings his crude orcish axe into your armor, which deflects completely.
Right.
It bounces off.
Such a good dwarf.
I slam him to the ground,
Yeah, you
pin
gotta-
it up his shoulders, take the hand axe that he flew into his back, rip it out, and go Patriot onto the axe.
Yes.
That's super sweet.
You're pulling out your rope. You get it out.
I see he's there.
You finally
I'm
get it
like,
out.
well, his stuff is
and
gone.
then you see just like sprouts of blood, like coming out of your peripheral.
It's getting on me.
Yeah.
It's getting on me.
Oh, it's all hot and sticky,
Or, a la Patriot, I'm like the kids watching.
Yeah.
Just,
There's some trauma here.
I'm just like, I'm going to be thinking about this for the rest of my life.
Make a wisdom move,
Okay.
please.
Do you keep
2d6 plus your wisdom.
All right, my wisdom
Yeah.
is 0.
Okay, great.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
It's a 7.
All right, that's a partial success.
Yes.
So, Jeff, I'm going to say you gain the tough special ability.
The +1 armor?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. All right.
However, your wisdom drops by 1.
Am I negative?
Yes.
But you get +1.
You're hardened now.
Armor now.
You've seen too much.
You're a real dwarf now. Because all dwarfs have toughness.
This guy was a holy man, but like, wow.
What you just saw, they never taught you that in the church. All right, we got a $5 GM Scott tip. Smith needs another level.
Give me another beer, Bob.
So Bob is going to get some Freshy Boys.
Anything?
I got 3 empties.
Yeah, give me like a light beer, whatever light beer we have. Nothing 99%. Like
Yeah, Scott saw I wasn't drinking, so here we are.
I mean, the beer I was drinking was, I think, pretty light.
Yeah, it's a light.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not like a double heavy IPA.
What's the door code?
1993.
1993.
Asterisks. 1993 asterisks. For everybody on the chat, that's how you get into the stream.
Yeah.
All right. We'll just be on a brief delay here while we take some drinks.
I had a spider crawl over there. I thought we were going to be going right into it. I saw the social come, and I was like, I got to get our drink. Actually, a smart person would grab 2 drinks and be prepared for the second drink.
See, this is why we got to seal this table, Bob.
No, I agree. I see this.
I bought-
I see this right here, and I saw that, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I bought some sealants. So.
Okay, good. We can seal it.
By the way, I just wanna say, I mean, originally we were just gonna play D&D. Bob just wanted to play RPGs for his birthday with some of his buddies. That he doesn't get to usually play with as much. And Bob, of course, much like he did in the very beginning.
That's how I started.
Bob was like, "Hey, we're gonna be playing at your studio anyways. You should just record it."
I like to do stuff like that. I like to interact with the chat. I like to interact with the people. I love playing with my friends. I love Derek as my GM. It's just so much fun. And I'm like, it's my birthday. It'd be fun to like hang out, have some drinks with my buddies, and Derek run me through something. I don't care what it is, just something fun and easy, and have some drinks and fun. And the studios look so good. I'm like, can we just play up there and just have a good time? And it's just like playing on Friday nights. Like I feel the energy from Smith like right there. Like on the stream, and you guys have seen this if you guys have been watching our IPs. It's just different with the when we're in the distant going over the internet. But like having Smith like get into it, I'm feeling his energy. I'm watching his roles. It's so much different in person.
Yeah.
And that's I think with the studio and what you guys have done to help the studio come here. I think you guys at home, again, it's just for the patrons right now, but eventually for all of you two will feel it when we play Root, when we play all these games. Everyone's gonna feel this. So I think it's gonna be awesome. So.
The hell did you
Yeah,
just?
what did you order,
just
Smith?
order?
I don't know. What do you
Oh
order?
my gosh. I think I know what happened here.
What?
He's got
I
plate.
think there might be some form of chicken.
What is going on? What happened?
Unreal.
Chicken wings.
Some chicken wings.
Who ordered those?
Well, obviously Smith did. Who else wouldn't have done it?
I don't know. I just was.
Your wife did.
Well, my wife would not do that. We cheat in my family.
All right.
There
Well,
are various degrees of hotness, I think.
Oh,
gosh.
yes.
That's another reason.
That's
it's still
that's
a
some
table.
legend shit right there. So
all right. Well, now we.
comes prepared.
You brought
it
rations. I see.
It goes without saying that Smith levels up. I mean, right? Like,
He's brought the rations.
now we have rations. Yeah.
Wow. I did not know you were doing that. So
LARPing
thank
rations.
you.
Hey.
You do need.
Listen, I need to drink for a long time. I need food.
You do need to drink.
Sustenance.
I think that's a cheers-worthy moment right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Big
cheers,
time.
cheers.
Cheers.
That's awesome.
GM Scott did tip. You do owe. him a drink.
I got it. I'm working on Jim Scott. Just need a
He's
second.
trying to get you to that next level. Thank you everybody for the birthdays.
Yeah.
And I think
Bob, remind me how old are you?
I am 36.
Oh my God, you're so young.
You are a baby.
Old as the hills.
Do you feeling it yet?
Am I feeling old? I
Yeah.
was feeling old since
He's in
25.
the denial phase.
Yeah.
I would say I started to feel old around like 36, 37. That's kind of like when I started to feel.
And I know Casey is watching. Casey earlier, who was like, you guys are having so much fun. I'm sad that this is just on Patreon. I want to share it to my friends. I think you actually could do that afterwards.
just share
You
the
could-
link.
You could, well, I'm not even saying that. You could just clip it afterwards, too, if you wanted to. But if you want to share the link, it's not a big deal. We're testing out the studio tonight. We're trying to do something YouTube public because, well, not all of us are very PC about stuff that we do. So
Also, Ryan, meat ripe from the bone. Ripe from the bone. You know, that's awesome. I don't know who said the chicken wings thing very early on.
I would
but
say it was Boothby.
They kind of inspired this.
Yes,
you know?
100%.
Yeah, somebody did it.
Like
I mean,
chicken wings.
whoever did it, I don't know.
Sure,
Game
sure.
Hero
Yeah,
one,
into
yeah.
existence. Thank you, Smith.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
yeah,
So,
Keep your stamina up.
Oh,
so
man.
Smith, I
These
award
boneless?
Smith, yeah, they're boneless.
Yeah.
Smith, I award you.
We were too drunk. I didn't want to have an accent.
Smith,
That could be
Smith,
bad.
Smith, I award you 5 experience points.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Boothby was a chicken
Well, hang
wing,
on.
the chicken wing guy.
All right, Boothby. You know, I should have known it was Boothby.
Derek, I also spent 5 experience points.
Right, so with GM Scott's, that's 5 experience points tapped in. And now, with an additional 5 experience points for buying us wings, Smith, that's a double advance.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a hit die.
All right.
This is delicious, Smith.
And also, by the way, is that your second 5 XP?
Yes.
So you're now level 3.
Yes.
Every time you take the 5, your level goes up.
Got it. Yes, I am level 3.
Let me ask. When the level goes up, what is that like? What happens?
The only thing that means is that when you roll your hit dice, you get to keep that many hit dice.
I'm going to take tough.
Smith, where are these from? These are delicious.
I sorted by distance closest, so I actually don't remember.
Okay. Well, these are delicious.
I can look it up for you. Hold on.
I mean, these are phenomenal tasting.
That's great.
Conviction chicken and wings.
Is it Menor?
Menor. They work
that's-
their magic for us.
That's Last Call appreciates you.
Shout out to Conviction Chicken of Menor.
And I guess Boothby for the suggestion.
Yes, thank you, Boothby.
So, Smith, yeah, you got a double level.
Right.
Man, it's delicious.
So, yeah, I take a hit die and I take armor, so I roll another hit die now.
You do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
In this case, you just add it.
5!
Oh, you just add it? Dang.
14!
I didn't drink so
I got to
long.
say, we need like at some point in this, I'm just looking at Smith the dwarf and just like kind of astonished.
Well, he's doing it old school.
I haven't seen that, right? I've been training. I've been in the church. I've been praying a lot. I do train, right? But I am seeing it unleashed.
are
I'm
elder
seeing an
dwarves.
older
Yeah,
generation.
this is how we used to do it.
This is how we used to do it, right?
Well, I know we've been talking about it a long time. This is the old way. You will not see this again. It's from the 13th War.
I was going to drop a line earlier. Oh, they
Oh, I've been waiting to I have to watch that movie.
Well, we got the TV now, so.
And Jim Scott is going for a video call with his grandson.
Oh.
Ryan is in
Oh,
charge
so we're going to get a break.
That's
That's
because
good.
Ryan and him have that F tip, which I think I like screw him up when I say effing
Right.
instead of dropping the F bomb.
Right. Too much time in the church, Bob.
That's too many times with kids.
That's true. All right, well, the orcs are dead, but Bob is dead. So you think.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm not dead.
So, Jeff,
I checked.
you had your rope. You
Yep.
go to the edge.
I
and,
pulled it out just in case, and then I look over and I'm like, holy smokes!
Yep.
His stuff is gone,
Yep.
but there's Bob the dwarf
Yeah.
with his crowbar. So I'm a 20-foot rope.
Yep.
I think I'm estimating about 10 feet down.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
depth
You have a rope. No need to roll.
Through
You
it.
just obviously succeed. I mean,
Got it.
I'm sure you back him up,
Yeah, of
Smith,
course.
to make sure that there's no problem. So, yeah.
I'm
With-
an asshole.
I thought I was a goner there.
I'm holding the end.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pulling him up.
Yeah, yeah. He's able to get up. Now, of course, Bob, you are still out all of your equipment that was in your backpack.
I crossed it all off,
Okay.
minus my shield and my axe, which I go to pick up.
Well, Bob, I got some good news for you.
What? Oh yes, Smith. Good news, you say?
Derek had mentioned this place was filled with refuse of former adventurers. So if there's anything in particular you want, probably not bandages, but like something a little bit more hardy, we could probably find it here if we look around.
What about in the refuse of the adventures that we see despoiled here?
We have drink. Jason B. tip 35, 36.
That better not be Smith.
Happy birthday, Bob. Wall of text, 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 wall of text.
I love
I think
Jason
that's,
B.
I think
Chicken
that's a
wing.
half shot. Yeah.
He's one of our biggest supporters.
You know what? Well, it's gonna be that's enough money. It's a half shot. It's a half shot.
I think that's definitely a half shot.
Yeah. As my wife looks down like, son of a bitch.
half shot, Stacy.
This is I think this is very reminiscent of. I feel like I can't tell the whole story, but
we played Showdown the first time?
We might have done done a little bit of a MLB Showdown drinking tournament.
That was at my house, so I could get as drunk as I wanted.
And my dad had just had a surgery, so he was down out for the count. My wife goes over to my in-laws or my parents' house, her in-laws, to just hang out
it's like
with
the
them.
second time I met you or something
And
like that.
on the I say, Abby, I need you to come pick me up. So she comes over, picks up a bunch of drunk guys, and drove us all home. So
Yeah.
bless her, Shout out to her.
Jeff,
I'm not sure my wife would do that.
she's never
It feels
she's-
like we're getting there.
Jeff's been with me for I've only met him twice. His wife's he's getting drunk at my house.
Very drunk.
Playing games.
Dangerously
Might want to
drunk.
come on, but he's getting way too wasted. Now she's gonna come over. Doesn't know me or my family. She
How
was
come
hanging out
you
with
haven't
his,
invited him
she
to our
was with
private
his,
game,
his
Bob?
in-laws.
We
She was
haven't
with his
yeah,
in-laws.
she was
Saint.
at my
She's a
parents.
saint.
We haven't finished the tournament yet. She's sitting there watching us finish it. I'm blacked out.
Night, Tomadethi.
No. Anyway, Jason.
Night,
yeah.
get some sleep.
Jason B.
Jason B, our favorite
awesome.
fan, best fan.
Thank you for making Pathfinder 2 and bringing us all together.
Such a great game.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's
cheers.
awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love the skill feeds, top notch.
All right, so we're getting some XP.
Yeah.
I'm getting close. Oh, I forgot to. I just.
How have you guys not leveled yet?
I have 4 actually. I didn't stack that up.
But I could spend it for other things, right?
Correct.
What's the wife saying?
Oh.
And your daughter's birthday's tomorrow, which is true. So I have to be sober by 2.
What time's that birthday?
2 o'clock.
Oh, you're fine. Have some coffee, drink some water, take
I don't drink
Advil,
coffee.
You're good. Drink coffee tomorrow.
I can't have caffeine.
Lance says you're welcome.
Oh, is that yours?
Yeah. Thank you, George.
It's 2 a.m. over there. Holy smokes.
Yeah, man, we got people all over the
That's awesome.
world,
We have
man.
people in
Where is that?
Australia.
That's got to be in
Probably,
that's gotta be in the UK,
UK.
right?
Yeah, UK.
Yeah.
We have people from all over the world. That
Yeah, we have
really
a fairly
appreciate
large UK contingent. We have a fairly large South American contingent, and we have a really strong Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand,
That's
especially
awesome.
Australia, and New Zealand.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people from.
Yeah,
New
you don't
Zealand.
know this, but we play games in our Discord. Sometimes you'll see games at 9 in the morning our time.
Oh, yeah.
All the way till midnight.
We're going to reach that games in the middle of the day. They're going to be like, what are these people doing?
Yeah. That's
I was-
because they're playing different time zones all night. It's crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause I'll say, I've been, I'm of course beyond a massive fan of all of this, and yeah, one of the first time that Bob ever did D&D was with me
You're-
at your old studio. One
Right.
of your old.
You're
studios.
one of our first patrons.
Yeah. I will say I'm not maybe the most involved fan, but I am lurking from afar and supporting from afar. So
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right. Everybody earns an experience point
yeah.
for defeating those
Where should I
monsters.
put the experience? Or
Wait,
down
so
here?
now I can cash in 4 plus 1?
I'll just add a cup. It's easier.
You can either add a cup, or you can mark it on your sheet.
I'm gonna keep these separate.
Technically, when you cash in your drinks, you're cashing them in for experience points. But
An extra hit there.
so technically, Bob, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 empties.
But then
Plus, you
plus
just earned an
one.
experience
Yeah.
point. So you have 5.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Oh,
like,
you have 6. You have 6 right
Well,
no,
he's
this is
drinking
not
that
empty.
one. He's
Oh,
drinking
you're
that
drinking-
it's on the coaster.
I also have 5 right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I do want a new skill.
So the extra hit dice can help with health,
Yep.
but the extra skill special ability can get me into some of this other.
Yeah, and you can take a special ability from anything, basically. at
What's
this
Lucky
point.
do?
Have you noticed, guys, this game is awesome. You level or double level every
Yeah,
fight.
this is great. This is the best part.
Yeah, no, that's just you.
Can I spend 3 right now for a skill? And I want to grab the Hardy, the XP.
Oh no, that's
That's a
special,
special
ability. You gotta
Oh,
do
that's
5.
special ability.
Skills are on the
Yeah.
left.
Oh, that's
Speaking of
5.
which,
Oh, so I have to spend 5.
Derek, I would like to buy a skill.
Yeah.
Where's the
I'm going to buy awareness.
So skills are here.
All right, Smith, you're buying awareness.
shield.
Okay.
Okay.
Now remember, any time that awareness would be, it's mostly on you to remember.
All right.
But if I call for a check,
I want to save him for
and
roll.
awareness
I want to be
matter.
would matter, you get to roll with
That's the thing.
advantage
So
or
if you
roll
wanna do
3d6.
3 for something like that.
We got a $25 from Rick S. saying,
Oh, I
happy
love
birthday,
Rick.
Bob. So
I
we're,
love
Is that another
Rick.
half shot?
No.
we're just heavy drink.
I
Drink.
like a heavy drink.
Heavy
Heavy drink,
drink.
heavy
Heavy
drink.
drink.
Cheers, Rick S. By the way, Rick, we owe the people a traveler stream.
Ooh, how much for a drunken traveler game?
No, gosh.
But I read Traveler while I was on my cruise. I
would
finally
And
read
see,
through.
and see if Rick S will be on there for it with you.
Yeah, exactly. So I finally read the book. So I've been ready to do it. I've just
What do you
been
think?
super busy. Look, hard sci-fi is not my thing as much. Expanse. I've read that the Expanse was actually was basically a light novel. It was he had a Traveler game,
Oh, really?
and then he turned it into
That's
a novel.
me.
He turned it into a novel.
The Expanse is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Right.
I love The Expanse. I always want. Derek knows this. Since I was literally 11, 12 years old, I've wanted to play Traveler.
You get a better odds.
But Derek hates sci-fi, so here we are.
My relationship with sci-fi is very contentious. You know, look, it's a very. I mean, we'll get into this during the stream, but like, it's a very.
Other than that, I think
you know,
we should
very.
go for the one
It's a very hard-edged sci-fi game, you know, with a lot of rules and a lot of things, and you know, all that other stuff.
Real quick, Derek, 2 things.
Yeah.
One, when you get to 5,
Yeah.
or when you cash in 5, you get the level.
Yes?
When you spend 5 experience
Okay.
points, you gain a level.
So only when you add cumulative, right? Because you do 3 and 2. It's
I
5.
should say every 5 XP you get, you gain a level.
Okay, got it. So I spent 5. I'm gonna get lucky.
Yep.
Now for hit dice.
Now tell the people what Lucky does.
Lucky lets-
including your dungeon master.
Yes, once per day.
Who doesn't know?
Turn a miss into a partial success. So 6 or under becomes a 7
really
to 9.
cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
All right.
When you take an
Bob.
extra, yes.
You can refresh that ability by taking a shot.
What do you mean refresh? Oh, that's I don't know. I gotta.
Because once a day isn't really good in one shot.
I get that though.
Listen, even dwarves have wives.
That's true. That's true. Harry Italian. No, sorry, Stace, I love you. When you get an extra hit dice, that just allows you to get 3 dice to roll your HP, but you still only take 1 dice.
No, you take your level in dice.
take your level in dice.
You are now level 2.
Oh, okay. So if you took the hit dice, now you're level 2. You roll 3 dice, so you have 3 hit dice, but then you take 2 dice because you're level 2.
No.
So,
Oh.
Because I bought
yeah.
a hit die.
right.
Yeah.
But I also bought 2 special
So,
abilities.
for example,
Yeah.
right.
Can I go over
What level am I?
5 XP?
5.
I'm level 4.
No, that's only 5's the cap. That's why
Right.
I cash it in.
I
That's
have to-
If
that's what I'm saying.
how much
Then
5
I'll
XPs
spend the
have you
5 to
gained?
be the extra. To do the
That's what I'm
extra
saying. Yeah.
level
So you
4.
also get to level 2.
So I'm level
'cause you
2.
spend 5.
Well, I only bought 1 hit die.
Right, so you're still 2 hit dice. So you're going to roll 2 hit dice and get to keep both of them.
Okay, yeah, you don't get hit die when you level. Though.
No, you do not. You have to buy
So
it.
he's
Yes,
level
but-
2, and he's
Yep.
gonna go to. He's
I
gonna
did extra
hit
hit. I
dice.
did extra hit.
Right, so you get to roll
There,
that immediately.
2.
I roll right now.
The extra one right
And
now.
also
Yeah.
take that to make that a 2.
I'll make that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you get to roll 2 and then take it. Now it could be lower.
No, because this is just an extra one. So he just gets to keep it. Because he already rolled 1. Now he's rolling
It's
an
not a
extra
new
one.
day.
Oh,
We're
so
not being
you
killed.
just roll 1 dice.
Yeah.
Just roll 1 dice, and you're adding it to your HP.
Yep. So whatever you roll gets added to your HP.
Oh, there we go. We got
Alright.
5, so 10.
All right.
I'm getting there.
You're almost at a proper.
By the way, our chat is
your
just,
HP?
our chat our
Still.
chat is just by the way, apparently Ryan says that's Josh with Firefly. That's the rumor at least. Apparently he's saying
What's-
that Josh Whedon had a traveler game.
Oh.
And that became
I
Firefly.
also love Firefly.
And then KC says I absolutely love the Expanse, and then Ryan says I love the Belters accents.
Their accents are actually legit.
So, all right, so the orcs are dead.
So basically, Traveler Suede.
Yeah.
That's what
We need to go back to the fact that you just completely fucked up that first org.
I feel like that's
Like,
just a
we're-
I
normal-
fucked
we
up the second
got
orc,
the second
too.
orc,
Well, the
too.
second, but I mean, the first was like the beginning shot. and
Actually,
it was
he
just
did most
immediately
of the
gone.
damage to the second
and then the
one.
second one is
I
like
did
the
nothing.
ending shot.
I did
where
0.
I did most of the damage after he was dead.
Fair. I mean, yeah.
He doesn't have a head left,
I mean, fair.
but
I mean, I did 0, but you're kind of BDE right now.
Yeah, you didn't aim small, miss small.
Yeah, a little BDE right now.
lads, it's not about your stats. It's about how brutal your narrative is in
Yeah.
the fiction.
At this point, I'm realizing I have things to learn from you in this game. So like, yeah. Anyway,
You know what? Real life reflects role playing. Go ahead and get that +1 wisdom back.
Oh, there you go. Back to 0.
I'm learning a lot.
You're learning a lot. You know what? You're awakening to a new
changing. He's
he's a new spiritual awakening.
growing during the
I'm
game.
sitting there and I'm like, again, I'm reflecting on the things that have been impressioned upon me in the church and in the holy place. But at the same time, I'm also realizing the real life and death in front of me and coming to terms with it
This
in
is
a pretty abstract way.
A secondary thing, though, this is amazing to hear because a lot of people don't feel that during the game, right? They don't experience change and growth.
Right.
My character's my character, and that's what it is forever. Can't change.
Well, that's because it was probably actually traumatic. So,
But that's what's so cool about it.
laddie, let me lay it out.
There's a lot of blood on me.
There's a lot of blood. Let me explain what happened.
Advantages.
It's too much to explain.
You're,
Sum up.
you're a young beardling, and you grew up in a church that had its shit pushed in. And it's okay, because these things happen. Orcs came, they killed a lot of dwarves. It was very sad. But your teachers, they only remember the sadness. They don't remember the greatness. And so they focused on the things that made them a bunch of pussies. And it's not your fault, lad. Okay? Because see, You can never truly make a dwarf a pussy. He can only think he's a pussy.
This is why I can't go on YouTube.
Let me tell you about a god you may not have heard of. My god and the god of Trundakar. Moradin.
Going old school.
Now, Moradin was a god known for his ability to craft and shape the world. He molded the very dwarves from the clay of the earth and brought us forth. He taught us the sacred art of the forge. A creator, yes. A good thing, yes. Your teachers would think fondly on this. But do you know what they wouldn't teach you about Moradin? He was a great warrior, and he hated the orcs, for they were corrupted and brutal and savage things, deserving no more mercy than that of the ox.
And certainly not being a playable race.
And certainly not being a playable race. Half-orcs, perhaps, but not an orc. That was unthinkable. Never to be a PC. If you wish to seek what it means to be truly a dwarf, find a way with Moradin. And if you wish to seek the ways of Moradin, you have nothing further to do than to enter Trundakar.
Do you accept the words of Smith the Dwarf into your heart? And do you accept Moradin into your heart, Bob?
I've always accepted Moradin into my heart. Though this seems stronger coming
Jeff?
from Smith.
Unequivocally, yes.
Each of you gain an experience point.
Oh,
All right, so
are you the cleric?
All right. Side tangent.
what's the old thing? Listen well to old men in a profession where men die young or whatever it is.
Yeah. Those guys are fired and he isn't dead, so. Right? I will say, the first time I entered Krundakar, 20-some years ago,
That is actually scarily accurate.
it was with a cleric of Moradin who never died, made it to level 20, and became Moradin's avatar. So, in a way, I can kind of speak on behalf of Moradin.
All right.
In the meta level.
In the meta.
Right, that's actually accurate. Whole fun story there. But all right.
I like this Orpheus thing.
When the church said go out on the mission, Jeff never knew it would be the most brutal mission. All right.
Beautiful Orpheus.
So, the orcs are dead, and ahead, broad, shallow steps lead up to a great fissure into the earth and turn into the mountainside. Here, a broad entrance has been carved out of the very living stone. Marble steps, cracked with age and veined with green moss, lead up to two great, strong, double doors, not made of wood, but of carved stone, set expertly into the mountainside. Almost 8 feet wide and 10 feet tall, the massive doors dwarf the surrounding area, pun intended. And you see that the doors are only cracked open a small amount, but that small amount is still like a 4 or 5 foot gap, right? Because they're just these massive, huge
so it is
doors.
cracked.
Right, because each door is 8 feet wide. I mean, imagine that. That's like a warehouse door, like a big, huge freezer door. And they're cracked open slightly, probably to allow the orcs ingress and egress. But once you can only imagine, this is their back door. Right, like you can only you can only imagine like how fortified the front door would have been, right? Like this is their secret entrance.
This is where they go. This is where they go to take a smoke break.
Yeah, right.
He's like, I just go out real quick, take a smoke break real quick. Oh my gosh, dwarves!
Jeff, what do you do?
Where are we standing right now? What is the orientation?
I finally gotten up. I got my gear back.
Okay.
I think we've just seen the bodies.
Yep.
We feel confident, and I know this is the door to the back, to the rear.
I mean, yeah, it should be apparent.
You know a rare when you see one.
It should be apparent to all involved that you have truly found that the map was true, right? That you have found your way.
That's the moment we're having is holy smokes. Like
Right.
this is feeling more real than
I
not.
told you.
And I mean, I just listened to you. I am feeling a lot of things.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And I feel the confidence
Feeling some
to
things
at least
down
walk
here,
up.
some things in here.
Or sneak up. I'm not going to, I'm not, I'm just coming up in a slow way.
Yep.
So I can see what is going on inside these doors. So I walk up to the doors
Yep.
and again, a little bit of an opening, and I want to just look and peek and
Great.
see what's going on.
So, would you say you're carefully examining the surroundings, looking for things?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
All right.
Oh, good thing you got that wisdom back.
If you have,
Am I doing 1 or 2?
Awareness.
if you have awareness, roll 3d6.
I don't think.
No, I do not have a
All right, go ahead and roll.
8.
All right, you may ask me one question, and I will answer it to you completely truthfully.
Can I see lights? Is there activity? Is there lights happening?
Absolutely. All right. So, through the double doors, you see that the great door opens into a massive hall, about maybe 50 or 60 feet wide and 70 or 80 feet long.
Yo.
There are 2 great ledges, one on your side, one on the other side. Spanning the ledge is a great ravine between the 2 of them. And linking them is a crude rope bridge construct. Now you can see the piers. There was once a great stone bridge that crossed over this ravine that lays in the earth. But that stone bridge has been destroyed, whether on purpose or by foul things, you are unsure. Maybe a Balrog, maybe a wizard came through here. But now it has been replaced by a crude rope bridge with wooden slats laid into its knotwork in order to function as planks. You can see in the shadows on the far side of the bridge, on the other side of the ledge, 3 porcine-faced shapes, orcs, lurking amongst the various boulders and rubble and debris on the other side of the bridge. You can make out no lights, but your keen dwarven senses, honed through years of underground living, can spy the curved shapes of orcish longbows on the other side of the bridge.
That's 50 or 60 feet long.
It's about 60 feet across the ravine. You can't see, but you can hear, distant, echoing up from the depths, the sound of a raging river. If you had to guess, and your guesses are usually right, there's some sort of mountain underground stream that runs at the bottom of the ravine. And from the sound in the distance, it's quite a drop. All right. Bob, what do you do?
Well, I'm not doing anything because this is all Jeff
Well,
seeing this information.
yeah,
I checked it out. I'm reporting
I'm saying
back.
he's going up to check.
Yeah.
He's looking.
Yeah.
You see him going up there. What are you doing?
I look at my fellow, what I assume is a warrior at this point.
Rune guard.
Yeah, rune guards. What is that class? I did not see that in my availabilities here. But I look at him like, is this? Are we ready to proceed in? Are we taking on more of these foes? Are we ready to take back our land for them? Find these great relics of our ancestors.
Lads, this is Duggan's the Black Fortress.
I told
It is
you.
made to withstand the entire hordes of the Orcish armies. Do you think we can simply walk in there?
This is the rear.
This fort was never taken by direct assaults. You must put all fear of death behind you. You're already dead. Only then will victory be ours.
Now you're starting to get like, oh man, this guy's fatalistic as fuck.
Yeah, I feel like following this
Really
guy
question-
too.
yeah, I'm
They hold the bridge with longbows, and it's a 60-foot cross. If we were humans, we would surely perish instantly. But luckily for us, we're dwarves. So therefore, we will form a shield guard to move across.
Yes.
You will cower behind us as we cross the bridge.
Like not cowering too much.
How
but
wide is
a
this
little
bridge?
like a half cower. Yeah. But I think the shield is a great.
If the orcs are smart, they will press us before we get to the other side to catch us in the middle.
Shield
And then they will
wall.
call for
Noted.
reinforcements.
I love this idea.
The only way through is to kill all of them and not die.
I'm okay with this
Are
plan.
we going silently? Or are we going?
There is no silence. There is
Okay.
only the direct assault.
There we go. Okay.
It is Durgan the
So to be
Black. There
clear-
is no subterfuge.
So that we understand the narrative and the fiction, you are marching out, shields raised, 2 by 2, Jeff the Priest behind.
Yes.
And you're going to march across the rope bridge
Right.
in formation,
Yes.
withering 3 longbows.
Yeah.
It
All right.
sounds like a terrible plan. There's no other way around this thing. It's
So,
not the rope bridge.
for those of you who are watching,
Think of it as a
and
test
want-
of dwarfdom.
for
Only our endurance
test
will
of
persevere.
dwarf-
For those of you who want to know
my
what a
gosh.
golden opportunity is,
This
in
is-
Parva, right? When a PC acts and the situation of the fiction demand, you must respond in kind. So here's what we're going to do. The dwarves emerge from the stone door, pressing their way forward. No subtlety. Weapons stowed slightly behind them. Shields raised and full formation as the dwarves move in lockstep towards the bridge. I think the orcs they lose probably a shot each because they're so stunned
Okay?
to see the
I
sharks.
thought the orcs were on a smoke
think a
break.
But they recover quickly.
A little confused.
Yeah, they're a little confused, but they recover quickly. And soon begin laying down a fuselage of arrows at you. But as the arrows sail in, you remember something. It's time for a drink. Laughing Out Loud just tipped
Yeah.
$50.
Matt, is that Matt? Right?
Yeah. That is our friend Laughing Out Loud, who of course we will be delivering a table to later this year. A much nicer table than this one.
Yeah, so he lives in San Diego. We're building him a custom table and driving it out there.
You're gonna go. Oh,
And we're filming the whole trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
He won a table last year.
shots.
Wife is pissed.
Stacy, I will pour Bob's very lightly.
Yeah. Stacy, you are.
Listen,
The chat's like, what?
Stacy, if you're watching, you're an angel.
Listen,
Just know that.
I don't have to say anything to my wife because she doesn't watch this shit.
She's like, I know better.
She's like, fuck that shit. That nerd shit.
I respect Stacy a lot, so
Yes.
I will.
So just put it with me, like,
Oh, listen, because
you have to put it with
I can barely do it once a week.
the only person who really gets what it's like to have to deal with Bob
24/7.
is me. Beside me is Stacy. So I
Because I'll just stop. I just leave.
sometimes I
Yeah, she doesn't get to leave.
She doesn't get to leave. She has to deal with that
like
shit.
when I ask you to clean something here, and then I go
clean it.
right, and then I go and I find it's all just been stacked in a pile.
I cleaned it.
Or
in
like,
the
I'm
other
like, hey,
room-
Bob, can you give me all the lore so that I can write this and be done? And
Yeah.
then you don't?
But what? Like, I got you almost all lore.
Yeah, but you didn't give me all the lore.
Almost all.
So now I have to go.
There's
and
still a
write
little.
more
There's still a little lore left.
Just a little bit.
You know.
A little bit.
Because I just love writing lore from Royal Reaches.
I mean, you already wrote 15 pages. What's 15 more?
It's 15 more.
All right. So, to our friend Laughing Out Law, who
Fuck you. I mean, thanks.
who we're
Cheers.
gonna
Cheers.
we're gonna be delivering a table to later this year. Cheers. Cheers to you, sir.
My new row of 5.
Amazing call.
Oh yeah. So I should.
On the Crown Royal Peach.
I should stack these up that I use these.
Because I would literally be dead.
So I've got.
Brown Royal Peach is super delicious, and you can thank my cousin for introducing.
Thank
it.
you, Bob's
It's
cousin.
just it's so smooth. that one is. I think that the other one, the Avalon. What is it?
Abelor.
It's more of a sipping.
Oh yeah.
Scotch.
Shots of that.
But shot. I don't know.
Starting
if I
to
could
regret
do a
all those
shot
levels,
of that.
huh?
We'll see. We'll see if they pay off.
All right. So,
I
as
need
you
another hit die soon.
as
I need
you-
a hit die in this fight.
as you advance forward, the arrows come thick and fast. Hard move, damage is coming in. Shoot, shoot. Now, because you formationed, I'm not going to make any rolls against Jeff the Priest. However, you two
Yes.
will get +1 to your armor
Oh, because we're on the door for me.
because you're in the dwarven formation.
Come on, low rolls.
So, Bob, I'm going to throw 2 shots at you
Shit.
for free, no defense.
Oh, my gosh.
6 and 4, Bob.
Well, so each one's separate.
Each one separate.
So -2 from each one. So 4 and 2. So 6 damage. I'm at 5.
Okay, and then
That's rough.
Would this be? Can I ask a question?
yeah.
I have a vision power.
Oh, okay.
Which means that I could drink holy water.
Yep.
To look at my deities for guidance.
Yep.
Including your new one.
I did bring a vial of holy water.
Great.
It feels like it might be a time
Okay.
for me to do that.
Yeah. Do you do so?
I think I should.
All right.
I should. I'm seeing him get hit. I'm seeing you in front being the total badass that you are.
Wow, don't attack me. I might die.
just learned a lot from you. I'm saying I think it's time to look towards the heavens for
All right. So in the midst
What would Moradin do?
in the midst of this, You drink the water of life,
Bring it out.
and you enter into a trance. Your eyes roll back in your head, and you beseech the gods for answers.
Yes, sir. That's another thing the lacquer will fix.
There's like,
This
what are the rules of this game?
I'm like floating
Okay.
above.
All right.
I'm floating on this bridge.
All right.
but still behind the shield.
Yeah, just,
You are swept to a vast astral plane where you see a massive dwarf sitting on a golden throne, surrounded by an array of beautiful, gorgeous dwarven women,
All who have beards.
all who have beards.
so beautiful.
Right.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful beards.
It is Moradin who lays before you. You have done well, Jeff. Your victories will be recorded in legend. But remember, a dwarf's defensive structures are never made without precautions for those of the community. The great bridge of Krundakar would not have been cut if it would have meant leaving behind dwarven allies on the other side of it. Look to the north. Seek the secret door that the dwarves put there. It will put you on a path to find the great enemy that you must destroy if you wish to claim vengeance for our people. And then you get brought back into the present, being told that there's apparently a secret door on the northern side of the ledge that you were on
Yeah.
that leads into the halls.
Okay. That's some pretty good
The
stuff.
ledge we started on?
Yeah.
Behind you.
Meanwhile, you're on the thing. Arrows continue to sail down. Smith,
Yep.
5 and 3 damage.
The 3 does nothing. I'll take the 2.
Clink, bink, and you take 2 damage as the grizzled dwarf, clad in armor, raised in shield.
Should we push through faster?
Wait, you gave us +1 because we're in formation.
Yeah.
Wait.
I thought that's what the
Light
three.
light and shield is 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tough now. I have 3 AC.
Oh, he leveled up.
I thought. Oh, tough gives you +1 armor.
Yeah, Hardy gives you +6
Yeah.
hit points.
Yep.
Yeah,
have
see,
both.
the drinking has made you tough and hardy.
Correct.
Oh, so
I'm playing a
good.
dangerous game because I'm about to pass out, but I have a baller character.
Also,
now.
we've established that this is true role play. So if Aaron's character passes out, turns out, or Aaron,
If Aaron passes out,
if
my
Aaron,
character passes
if Aaron passes out, it turns out his character passes out too.
We're links.
It's all right. It's only been not even 2 hours.
All right, I'm good. Can keep going.
Oh god.
All right. In fact, as the vision fades, Jeff, you see a sort of a twisted shape, a shadowy shape, hovering at the edge of your consciousness. It manifests. First, you think it's an orc, but then you realize the size and caliber and majesty of it, and you soon realize that this 10-foot tall behemoth, 700, maybe 800 pounds, with muscles, arms the size of tree trunks, is an ogre.
Oh shoot.
A name comes unbidden into your mind. The Great Ulf.
Wolf.
The ogre who has claimed dominion over this portion of the Forge of Fury, and as part of that dominion, now possesses a great bejeweled adamantine axe, one of the legendary treasures of Durgadin.
Iwanti.
As your vision fades, Moradin bestows upon you a holy quest. Unlock your destiny. Find the Great Ulf, destroy it, and recover the axe and wield it as a priest of Moradin.
Whoa, that's pretty badass. Kind of want the destiny path. That sounds so cool.
Whoa.
That sounds so cool.
We need to be clear. There is a lot has happened in like 20 minutes of this guy's life. Like,
Listen, man. This isn't like modern 5e or Pathfinder. This is the fucking Forge of Fury. It changes you, not your character.
I am in
It
it.
changes you.
I'm in it. Like, I learned more in 22 and a half minutes than I've learned in like maybe 22 years.
All right.
Anyways, there's some orcs shooting at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway.
So
I
I've made my golden opportunities. Arrows have sailed left and right. You guys are making your way across the
Yes.
bridge. You're more than halfway through. He's out there tripping balls. What do you do?
All right, GM made his move. That's all he had. So, Dwarven synchronized charge. Let's go!
All right. The dwarves break formation, cover, ding, 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 and then charge across the broken rope bridge as you make your way to the 2 nearest longbowmen. The orcs quickly fit another arrow to the nock, but we'll see what happens. What do you do?
All right, shield's still up. What do you got?
Oh, no. Not,
Am I there?
You get to make your move.
All right, yeah, I run to an orc.
What are you doing?
The other orc.
Give me a strength roll. Give me a strength roll.
All right, Smith the dwarf leaps in the air, bringing the hatchet down. Oh, it's a 9, it's a 10.
Oh, it's a full success. Full success. Just deal your damage.
The hatchet slams into the orc for 5.6. Would I add strength to this? No.
You do not add strength to this.
5 points of damage.
The orc staggers from the blow, falling back, not even able to offer a counterattack as your blow is so powerful and full of rage. The orc falls back, not dead, but his armor is caved in, blood is leaking from multiple crevices upon it, and the orc shakes, the longbow drops to the ground. Bob, what about you?
Oh, I come down with my strike. 6. Lucky.
The orc kicks you in the face!
Wait, drink a shot!
No, I get 1 free.
Yeah, but you had to drink a shot anyway.
To get it back, I need to take a shot.
How many do you have?
This lets you
spend
re-roll.
5,
If
right?
you drink a shot, you get a +1.
No, Lucky lets
No,
me
he can
just-
spend an
Lucky
experience.
just gets me 1, go up 1. Lucky
+1?
goes from, no, just goes
that would
from
get you to
A failure to a partial.
partial.
Okay, but you failed by 1.
Right.
Yes.
So he's
So
saying
do you have an experience point?
He
you
has
have an
one.
experience
I
point.
do have
You
an
can spend an
XP.
experience point to add +1 to a roll after the fact.
I'm getting you now.
Yeah,
I do that.
I'm also
7.
drunk.
You're on the same page.
7. I do
Right.
not use my Lucky. I cash
Even
in.
incredibly drunk, Aaron's a better gamer than Bob.
That's just all I
Listen, I've been doing this since I was like 11, so...
drinking and playing D&D.
It was some tough times.
Listen, we grew up in Euclid.
Eastside Cleveland ain't no joke.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's go.
Bob,
Yes.
buoyed by alcohol,
Yes.
your axe finds purchase. The orc's going to do damage to you.
Yes.
You're going to do damage to the orc. The orc does 5 damage to you.
3 damage, so yes.
Okay? And you get to do your damage to the orc.
All right. 5 damage to the orc.
Oh, the orc staggers as both dwarves lay vicious wounds, but whereas yours could not do anything, the other orc just crushes you in the chest, knocking the wind out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, this creature's probably got 2 feet on you.
I'm in
at
rough
least.
shape.
The 2 orcs. All right,
2.
Jeff, the 2 warriors have engaged the 2 orcs. You look and see the 3rd orc has taken this time to knock a bow carefully and is drawing a bead on Bob the dwarf.
Oh, no.
The death blow imminent. What do you do?
Do you know what?
I should know if Bob the dwarf dies, the adventure's over.
No,
Do you,
it don't.
do you know what? Do you know what worked last time?
What's that?
I threw my goddamn light axe, and I'm gonna throw that motherfucker again.
All right. Once again, the axe goes end over end. Make a dexterity roll.
Oh, this is your best
I have
ability.
2. Am I rolling 2?
Yeah.
No, you roll +2.
No, you roll. You're gonna
roll
roll
2.
You roll 2.
But you had +2.
Yeah, +2.
Yeah.
You ready?
Come
Yeah.
on, baby.
5.
6, 7. Perfect.
You add your dex,
Partial success.
so you get a partial success.
Yep.
So the axe goes sailing end over end. It hits the orc. His aim jerks to the side as the bow shot gets shot off. However, instead of dealing automatic damage to the bedraggled dwarf, Bob, at the last minute, you see the arrow coming in. The axe buries itself into the orc's chest. Blood splurts several times, and he drops to the ground stone dead.
Oh, shit.
An arrow is sailing. An arrow is sailing straight at your head, Bob. Smith, what do you do?
All right, seeing him as my orc is down, no! Smith the Rune Guard like leaps in front of the arrow with his shield raised,
It's like a movie.
throwing myself into it.
Roll con to defend.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
3.
Ooh, the arrow buries itself deep into your gut.
All right, well, now Bob, that's fine.
I'll give you. However, I'm going to roll it as a critical hit and does an extra 2 points of damage. So 4.
Wow.
How much of my armor applies?
All but your shield.
The shield.
Yeah.
All right, so 2. So only 2 points of damage.
Only 2 points of damage.
Wish I was taking that kind of damage.
The
I'm
top-
getting
the
right.
star-
I could have hit a rib.
Happy birthday.
All right, ferocious melee is gained. The orcs are staggered. They're going for the daggers on their belt pouches, but they still seem like they're on their back feet because of the staggering attack and their rampant ineffectiveness. Bob, what do you do?
Well, I'm in combat with one of them.
You sure are.
Yeah. So
You sense he's trying to fall back.
Yeah. I cannot allow that to happen.
All right, so you're going to get you press forward?
Continuing to press into him. I only know Fury at this point.
All right.
I only know Fury.
The orc draws his dagger. He hisses at you. He speaks in a dwarven tongue.
Oh.
Very crudely in a curse, which basically says, go fuck yourself.
Oh.
Whoa.
And then he starts lunging.
What do you say back?
I say nothing.
Oh, he's not intimidated. Bob, he lunges at you low with the dagger, intent on cutting out your belly.
Yeah.
What do you do?
For some reason, with my athletics, I'm very agile. I try to jump on his arm as I try to slice into it.
Bob, that sounds like that's a horrible idea. He just stabs you in the chest instead.
He said he was coming in.
Yeah, you can't jump on people's arms.
This is a movie.
Duh.
It's not a movie.
I love PBTA. It's so great. It's so satisfying.
All right, Bob.
Yes.
He guts you in the face. Or guts you in the thing.
What did
chest.
I throw my
Don't I
axe
roll to
for?
see if he guts me in the face? If I roll
No,
bad?
that
No,
was
you
just-
willingly threw
No,
your
you
chest
will-
in his face.
I asked you guys were engaged in Mortal
Yeah, he
Kombat,
comes at this, I
and you
jump on his arm.
you tried
He's
to
way
go
bigger than me.
tried to go wushu and jump on his blade, and I said,
athletic.
you know what? He's just going to stab you in the heart instead.
Can you
Oh,
go-
but I'm
get a
athletic.
load
That's
of
my
this
die.
guy,
I
all
approve of
right?
this.
You take 2 damage.
That's death.
Do you have any armor?
Oh, I guess I take 0 damage then.
Okay.
Why don't I take 1 damage? Sorry.
Went from dead
He takes-
totally fine.
I was dead. Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, I take 1 damage.
All right, you take 1 damage.
Yes.
The
I disagree with this.
See, look, KC understands you presented a golden opportunity.
I
Bob.
disagree.
All right. Well, alas.
His stab comes in low. I'm low.
right.
I jump up onto the low thing.
Listen to number 5, where we're at now. I lost track. This is PBTA. It's not about your stats. It's entirely about the fiction.
Yeah, I have athletics.
Yeah, but
No, you just literally mentioned a stat.
No, I have athletics.
I want you to take
He
this.
stabs low.
I want you to put
because
this
I'm
over here.
low.
I want you to put
Yeah.
your sheet away. You don't have your sheet.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm a dwarf.
The guy's gonna stab you in the stomach. What do you do?
He's stabbing low.
He is
He's
dead.
higher than me. He's coming low.
So you're going to jump on his arm.
I'm gonna jump on his arm.
You're dead.
Who would
Why
ever
would,
do?
why would he kill me? I
Why-
would jump on his arm.
What would that ever? What would
You know what everyone else would do?
The best he could do is hit me in the knee at
Dude,
that point. 'cause
Everyone
he's
else
going
would
low.
go, I move out of the way.
No, I'm running. I'm going up.
You
guys
jumped high enough to skewer yourself.
You guys don't watch enough anime. That's the problem.
It's not anime!
Everything's an anime.
It is not. That is right. Bob's watched too much
All right.
anime.
All right, lesson number 6.
Okay, so he-
know your game master.
That is
wait.
actually true. That is actually
Okay,
true.
yeah. So
Yeah.
But Booth is like, run up the sword.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. You're thinking that it's an anime.
Okay, I'm more with that.
Booth
I'm with-
understands
I'm
me.
with them. Do
But
that.
I do have to understand my GM. That is correct.
That's right.
get
And I think that's stupid. So you
But
got
either way,
stabbed
you
in the
did
gut.
give me
Are
for
they-
one. Do I get you though?
But no, because you got to roll for that.
Wait,
I'm saying, but I get to try.
they got. So he's getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Is the orc saying anything while he's stabbing?
No, the orc's
Just-
like
just-
this.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Awesome.
He goes. Stupid dwarf. What do you think this is? One Piece?
I do think I don't have to roll athletics for this.
No. You just got to hack him.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna piss my pants in the game. Life,
7.
All right. Bob's cashing in an experience point to
Yep.
turn that into a 7. Bob, deal your damage to the orc who's already been badly hurt.
All right. 5 damage.
He dies, but not before gutting you with his
Again?
knife.
He just gutted me.
You got a 7 and a 9.
He gets to get you twice. Quick stabs!
I feel like that's why I should have rolled first.
Oh, it's 6 damage. Now, you don't die at 0 hit points. Instead, I get to make a very brutal and hard move. And then what'll happen is you re-roll your hit dice. And
I
come
have
back.
heal.
Well, we'll be using it.
Well, you just see him get gut twice because he's an idiot.
All right. You know what? He's got heal. You see him being an idiot. You can see.
I'm a little confused.
You can see the death about to come.
It's there.
So, Jeff, what would you like to do before your friend kills himself by
so
being an idiot?
Originally, what I was gonna do,
Yeah.
that quick moment, and we're talking milliseconds, I was gonna pick up longbow and try to hit the other orc that you hit first.
Right.
But
That would be
this-
good, but he committed suicide
This,
instead.
this,
So,
this birthday boy is pretty dead, you know?
Right.
And so I am again, after coming out of this moment that I just with my higher gods, I need to heal him. I need to bring him back.
All right. Now realize.
I'm sorry. Gary Robbins. It's canon. Orcs are huge One Piece.
So Jeff
Boothby's got a good point. He can't use his sword. It's in my stomach.
checks out.
He can pull it out.
Hey,
So-
he turned it.
You see this glint in Bob the dwarf's eyes. He's like, I'm gonna run up his sword, and you're like, no, it's a terrible idea.
Love
So
ya.
so like slow motion, like Bob is like sitting there looking all cocky, like, and he like leaps up into the air, and then you start running for him, and then Bob
It's
jumps into
it's
the
a
air,
close shot of my face just being confused.
and then like the shot changes from like that close combat camera to like a wide shot at like normal speed. So you can just see him just kind of going, "Huh?" and just getting stabbed in the face. Like it just, you realize how absolutely stupid it is. And he goes, oh, and then he starts to bring up his axe to finish it, and the orc is coming in, and that's when you get there with your healing touch. You land your hand upon the shoulder of Bob the dwarf. Make a wisdom check.
All right, 2 dice. I have 0 wisdom,
Got it.
unfortunately.
At least you don't think of the one.
7.
Ooh.
But I have. What's the 9 gets me to? Or 7?
10 is the big
Gotcha,
boy.
gotcha.
Success
Okay.
with nothing.
Correct.
I don't know if you can consume multiple shots, though.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, sweet.
What was I saying?
Drink our way to victory.
Drink your way to victory. Here we go. All right. You succeed. Bob, re-roll your hit points.
Ooh. 4.
And you're level 2, so you get
6, so 10.
10. So you're restored to 10, but then you take the 6.
Oh,
Minus
man.
your armor. Minus your armor. However, Moradin, you got a 7, right?
Yeah.
On your total, Jeff,
Yeah.
you got a 7. So that's a partial success, which means there's a complication. Moradin demands a heavy price for dwarves who use his energy on idiots.
This does check out.
Honestly, it's valid. No, I'm with it. Given the vision I just had,
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
I understand.
This is big sigh from Morden right now.
Right. Moradin distances himself from you. You will have a -2 going forward to your roll. Actually, we'll make it easier. You'll roll 3d6 and take the lowest 2 on any attempts to call upon the gods until you redeem yourself by either doing something worthy of dwarves or letting Bob die.
It's possible Bob could redeem
I
himself,
wish I
but
knew
unlikely.
this. Yeah, I wish I knew this.
Oh, that's
before.
true. If Bob redeems himself, Moradin will also remove the restriction.
Since Bob is also a dwarf.
Right.
Wow.
Boothby says, or Casey says, haha, the wide shot of the realistic jump, I peed a little. All right. So, the orcs are all dead. And
Excellent.
you have crossed the bridge.
Oh, did I kill the first one? That's good. I didn't actually know if he died or not.
You did. You
Okay.
did. That's, yeah, there was not, you
I
did.
picked myself up from the
He
ground,
got
which
pretty.
I'm
He got hit hard.
Yeah, he got hit hard. You took him out.
A lot of things happened all at once. So.
They did. All right. So you have crossed the rope bridge, and you now stand on the far side of the ravine. Here, there are several jumble rocks that look like they are natural, along with several ancient pieces of dwarven masonry that look like they may have once been part of a great stone fortification or structure, almost like a mini fort built on this side of the ravine where there was a stone bridge going across it. I mean, anybody who would have attacked this would have just been suicidal, right? However, all of it is now in ruins. At the far end of this ravine, it kind of collapses into a cave, and you can see a pair of ancient, weathered, rotten wooden doors hanging mostly off of the hinges. Half of, one of the hinge pins broke, so the door is kind of leaning at a strange and crooked angle that lead deeper into this secret back entrance of Krundakar. But there's also the vision that Jeff the dwarf got, and you know that if you go back across the bridge, that on the northern wall of that ledge, there's a secret door which will also allow you access to the rest of this area and may take you to the Great Ulf, which Moradin commanded you to kill and recover the lost treasure of Durgan in the Black. Bob,
Do we hear anything at this moment?
you hear nothing. It is quiet.
In a roaring river.
Jeff,
Other than the raging
Jeff the
river.
dwarf. I seem to have been wounded a little bit. Just a little bit. Half my HP seems to be down. Any more of those heals you got?
Can you give your next speech to him?
Alas, there's nothing I can do for this fool. But
Now, Jeff could heal you again, but he's at -2.
I mean, -2 is...
I slap Bob the door.
-2. Which -2 am I?
Moradin is not to be
Cast
called on
spells.
for trivial matters.
We could do another heal.
Have you learned nothing?
5
I
of 10.
pull out bandages.
Oh!
Oh, I also have bandages.
Oh, come on, we gotta get a bonus
we could
there,
double
right?
bandage.
You can try to heal him.
I feel like before we go into...
You have bandages. Erase them. Heal Bob for D6.
This is Jeff doing it or
This is Smith.
Smith? Smith, you don't have to erase yours.
Okay.
No, your bandages aren't going to help Bob. Aaron's going to bandage you up.
2 points.
And it's only good for 2. There's no wounds left to bandage, but it was only
Thank
good
you.
for 2.
Alas, most of the damage is internal, because that's how swords work.
Right.
My liver, it'll heal on its own with the drink.
I recommend drink, yes.
Yeah. It'll heal on its own.
Chris is here. He says, happy birthday, Bob. GM Scott says, Bob had bandages, but they're not at the bottom of the cliff.
This is actually true.
That's accurate.
This is 100%.
100%.
All right. You spend a few moments. You wrap his multiple wounds and contusions with your bandages.
I'm telling them about a little bit about the vision I just had. Not
Right.
too much, but
So
just a little bit.
All right, so Jeff the Dwarf informs you
Yeah.
about the fact that back across the rope bridge, which you just crossed, is a secret door, apparently.
Right, that makes sense.
We should go backwards?
Well, if it makes you feel better, we would have killed the orcs either way.
That's fair.
But now we can go back in and go through the secret door.
I do.
Both of these things will please
What is
Moradin.
beyond the door?
That you do not know, Jeff.
I don't know. I just know that it is a path that has been opened to my eyes.
A path? Could be anything. You willing to risk that? We come to search for great treasure.
I slapped Bob again.
Oh my gosh.
It seems like open face, not backhand.
Yeah.
Open for front.
Yeah, he's not a bitch. He just needs to get his shit together.
Stay with me.
Stay with me, Bob.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Kill.
There's orcs beyond.
Orcs.
All right,
Maybe an ogre.
So your question then is, do you want to pursue the secret door, which Jeff the Dwarf's vision showed him, or do you wish to go through this rotten pair of wooden doors on the side of the bridge that you just crossed and go deeper into, I guess what you would say, the main entrance?
If Jeff is feeling
I've given you my info.
I vote secret door. That's maximum dwarfdom. But first, Smith the dwarf pisses off the side of the ravine into the river.
Great.
Oh.
It's at that time.
Actual piss.
Yeah. That's great.
Might be.
True role playing.
I would tell him he's doing
together.
that. My thought was if he's a true cleric now of
Moradin.
then I would trust in Moradin. So that's I would trust in that before I go.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Though I might also partake in this pissing off the ravine. Okay, thank you, sir.
Maybe. What if I pissed my pants in the game?
You can go too. I'll just talk to the patrons for a second. You need to go
There we
pee.
go.
Go for it. Such role play. Such good. So the party is doing pretty good. You know, I always have to say it's so interesting playing PBTA because, or even just these sort of light narrative games, because I get it. There's not this defined mechanical crunch, but as a GM, you can just respond to anything that's happening and just sort of immediately give them this, incredible feedback, and I just love doing that. Don't get me wrong. I get it. This isn't a tactical strategy game, right? It's more about creating cool moments and rolling with the dice and seeing where they take you. There's not like a strategic tactical gameplay element to it like a board game would have or something like that. And again, last night we played oh well, no one was here. But last night we played Abomination Vaults, and we had some really great, interesting battles. In fact, the party almost got killed. I almost took out a couple people. That's tough to do with in Pathfinder 2. Yeah. But I think the key thing, yeah, Ryan, exactly. Part of the real allure of being here is just the energy of being in person, and we always loved doing that. But recording these videos, 3, 4, 5 hours of footage from multiple cameras, and then mixing them all together, I mean, that would take me sometimes 15 hours just to do that. So,
So 4th edition.
So with the live, that is what this whole investment has been about, is to be able to have these cameras hooked up so that we can go live. That it's minimal effort on our behalf, right? Everybody just needs to show up. We do a cool show. We've got good audio, good video. We have a fun interaction with chat. We can read the chat. We can see what's going on. And that's what makes the game, for me, so exciting, is not just the fun of being in person, but quite frankly, the fact that I don't have to dread. Oh, playing D&D is so fun. Playing RPGs with my friends is so fun. Then I'm dreading the 15 hours of editing I'm going to have to do after the fact. And so if I can skip that and we can just have the fun RPG parts, then that's way more exciting to me. And so that's part of the reason why I'm super stoked about this. And yeah, I mean, we're going to do Root. We're going to get in here for some night lives. Aaron even said, he's like, if we want to go live, we can just kind of run up here and just turn on some buttons. I mean,
Bob and I are 10 minutes away. Derek's 10 minutes away. So,
plates are being handed out, I think.
yeah, it's time for some more rations.
I lost all my rations over the cliff.
That's fine. I brought plenty. As Derek can attest, it took me 3 trips to bring it all in.
It did. To be fair, you were restocking for future.
Sure.
Future-proofing?
Future-proofing. His wings were great.
These wings were phenomenal at this
Yeah,
place.
shout out to these wings. No free ads.
Oh,
but
yeah,
shout
there's
out.
like a syrupy.
It's like
Did
a sweet.
it get on you? Or you're right?
I don't know. Oh, it did got me.
I might
It's
grab,
like a honey jalapeno.
I might grab whatever's over here. I don't know what he's got. I don't want to get too much.
Yeah, it's fun.
Here, I'll grab the small one. I think this is the garlic.
Boost cam.
We do. I mean, look. Right now we have enough inputs for 5 cameras. We have 5 cameras.
I like Casey's point about PBTA and how fast it moves.
Gotcha. Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, Kate. PBTA the key.
Especially from PF2. PF2 is so your turn, wait 5-10 minutes. Your turn, wait 5-10 minutes. It's very slow. Now you get to do a lot of cool, fun stuff, and you can develop your character. But PBTA just seems like it's so fast paced.
Right. And obviously, I'm making it extra fast paced because it's just a one shot.
Fair.
Like normally, you wouldn't be getting 8 advances in a session.
Fair.
Yeah. But there's the time during the quest game where we take that 15-minute break. Mm-hmm. We're just taking it with you guys instead.
So, first night we played D&D.
Yeah.
It was a Thursday night. I think it was March 14th.
Okay.
It was March 14th, 2020. It was the night that everything shut down. I was getting texts from my company, from our president, saying, "You got to work from home tomorrow." Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen.
That's like an all-timer night that I'll never forget. I mean, of course, for just playing.
I mean, that was the beginning of the end for me.
It was.
Yeah,
I mean,
your photography just went down.
My photography business went from, struggling but new and, getting its feet off the ground. And I had probably gotten, 5 or 6 or 7 clients, and I think I brought in probably close to $3,000 on those 6 or 7 clients, right? Which is great. Mm-hmm. A couple $100 per, $400 or $500. Actually, it was more like $300, but the one person had $800, which was fantastic. And I thought, I want to make more money than this, but this is a great start, for only being in the business for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Then I got an email or I got a notification from the governor that all non-essential businesses were to be closed until further notice. And that was it. That was the end of it. I mean,
That was probably days after that.
yeah.
Not that.
That's what I'm saying. That was the end for me. I mean, I had to close my door. I remember I didn't know when I was going to be up there. I remember I took all my gear out of there because I didn't, like, at the time I was thinking, like, is this going to be Mad Max? Like, no one's going to be out. Like, what if someone breaks in and loots, my store? And so I took my computer home and all my gear home, and it was like this massive, huge thing. And then finally they were like, oh, you can legally reopen, but nobody wanted to do that.
Right.
So it was really tough. And so then I was sitting there like being like, well, shit, I'm not doing anything.
Actually, your business, like, you want to take a picture with your mask on?
Right. So it was, it was tough. And that's when we were like, oh, well, we had a lot of fun playing D&D. We should start playing that again. And I was like, hey, we can play Pathfinder 2. Like, that game came out last year, and we played it a little bit. We played Fall of Plaguestone. We got to, like, level 5. And then we put it aside, but then it was COVID, so we didn't, we weren't doing that. And I was like, yeah, we should totally play that. And that's when we started playing Pathfinder 2. And Bob said, well, we're at your studio. You have all this gear that you're not using. Turn the cameras on, because he had already been doing the podcast.
Yeah, I was podcasting
for
not with you, but eventually would be with you.
Yeah, right.
We're about baseball.
Talking about baseball, and Bob's like, I'm experienced.
As you can tell.
Right. So.
Tell chat to sing.
Oh gosh. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
All right, start singing, everybody.
All right, well.
Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Both him and his dwarf. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
All right. You blew them all out. Bob gained a level.
Oh, shit! Gain a level? Whoa,
Totally worth it.
So good. I need our hit dice then.
That's what you're getting for your birthday. You get a level in this fake one-shot game.
Amazing.
For me.
You're so nice.
That's right. I'm sure.
I tried to get you an Oreo one, but I figured this would be close enough.
By the way, I will definitely be giving Bob a percentage of tonight's tips. So
thank you.
So thank everybody. So
That goes to my Warhammer fund.
the Warhammer. Really, we could just call it the
That's
Warhammer.
definitely what your wife wants to hear right now. She comes.
I mean, towards a kid's college.
Hey, you know what?
Kids' college fund.
College fun. Like,
Do I have anything? I have a spatula that we use to make
oh, I can grab one.
drywall.
We cannot use that.
Well, there's another fork.
It's
use
dry.
I can get
I
more
didn't use
forks,
this fork
yeah.
yet. You
It's
know?
We
dry.
can use the fork, and we couldn't use the fork to be a spatula. There you go, sir.
Yeah, that worked. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, how about that spicy trade in our losing our fantasy league? Go ahead and talk about that. Did you
Oh,
see it?
in regular?
Yeah. Did you see it?
I was it the Brian Reynolds one? Or the other one?
Did Brian Reynolds get traded?
Brian Reynolds got traded in. I know, are you talking about in
Ellie's birthday wishes, Bob.
Bad Baseball League or my
No, and the good one. Britain
Bob.
got traded.
I did not see that.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Bob.
Oh, I gotta talk
Yes,
about
sir.
Did you see Ellie's birthday wishes?
Oh, they were all singing. Who's this one for?
Casey says,
Jeff?
"Okay,
it. From
yeah,
Luxembourg? That's awesome.
Too bad about your brother, though, huh?
Well, he missed out.
I do like playing with Danny, though.
I agree.
Oh, he's
He's amazing. He's the best.
Speaking of playing with Danny, are we ever going to finish our Descent second
We
edition
are.
game?
We just. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. You know, it's maybe next week. I'm trying. It was back-to-back bad weeks. I got lots of chores to do.
Bob loves it.
I don't mind chores.
Oh man. Yeah, I just want to eat these.
I will say,
The truffles.
my child has fallen into darkness.
What?
I tempted her 4th edition, which she was very intrigued by.
Yeah.
But then she saw the number of ancestries in Pathfinder.
Oh boy. She wants my PF2.
She wants to play Leshy?
Pop it.
There's so many different things she wants to play.
Oh gosh.
Because they're all so weird and different.
Kids.
I started on a beginner box. She was grossly disappointed because
Oh, I have a bigger
there's only a
box.
few ancestries in that.
She plays one of the Iconics.
I made them make their own characters just because I thought it'd be fun. But honestly, the rules are so restricted in beginner's box.
Yeah.
You might as well play the iconics. It's effectively the same characters. So there's like 3 ancestors.
Wow. Well, Casey's now hungry and he's baking brownies.
Chicken wings and brownies.
I do. I have bought more RPG books, and not nearly as the amount of the patrons have bought. But I've bought way more than I probably ever have, even thought about buying since being part of the channel.
Oh, yeah. Same actually.
Yeah, you've bought a lot more
you've
than me.
been going deep.
I mean, like,
Anything Ben A talks about, you're like, oh, that one?
Not everything.
Not everything, but
Not everything.
but a lot of things.
But Ben kind of knows my taste, and when
Yeah,
he
yeah.
picks one up, I'm like, oh yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, it seems like, again, kind of a little detached from this. I'm a big music discovery. I try to find new music all the time. It feels like when it comes to like these books and stuff, it's kind of not different than books, music, whatever. Just like you're taking recommendations from other
100%.
people. Okay, I figured I didn't know if there was a place that you're like, oh man, if that site recommends this, I know it's good. It's vetted.
Oh, it's the chaos.
I figured it was like a mixture, but
Yeah,
I was about to ask.
Ben obviously, but not just Ben too. Like, because and this is different than Derek, obviously, but I'm actually very intrigued and into like the slice of life games, and so I bought a lot of them as well, just because I like that sort of stuff. So, and that's actually also popular on the channel. And that's in addition to the fact I have 3 Pathfinder subscriptions.
I don't know why you have so many damn
I have the core books, which is 1 subscription. I have the Lost Omens, and then I got the adventure one as well.
You're that Lost Omens one.
Actually, my favorite book is the Lost Omens.
Really?
yeah, Traveler's Guide.
Yeah. It is my favorite
Never
Pathfinder
mind.
2 book.
Never mind.
And, and I read the other ones, and like I know London hates the faction books, and in principle I agree, but I actually started reading some of them. I read the Pathfinder one, and if I was going to run a PFS focused game, I would use that book.
That makes
because
sense.
it makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's so weird though to me, and also, by the way, shout out to Boothby who's been putting up just sick numbers. Eating his protein cupcake.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
While we're sitting here eating this, he's doing 6 plates on a deadlift.
He's been crushing it.
Oh,
Yep.
Already in chocolate cake.
I know. I gotta
Which is
start.
gonna make me throw up, by the way. All over this nice new table.
Should have sealed it.
So I sealed it.
Should have sealed it.
yes, yeah.
It's so strange to me. It just shows you like it's got to be about style, but also content. I love essentially reading the lore of like Rokugan and Legend of the Five Rings.
I read the short stories of Rokugan.
Right. The fiction of Rokugan is very interesting.
Not even close to mechanic. It's a fucking novel.
Right. And I just think it's because to me it's just so fascinating. It's so interesting. And I guess it comes and
It brings the world to life.
I've never been interested that way in a fantasy RPG world. Like, I'll give you a great example. Game of Thrones. Right? Like, I can tell you all the banner houses of House Stark. I can tell you the words, the mottos of all great houses of Westeros.
That's pretty impressive.
Right? I can
Bran Stark couldn't do that.
Right. I could tell you, like, most of the Targaryen lineage through the Dance of Dragons into the Blackfire Rebellion up until, Viserys and Dany. But, like, yeah, I got into that world. But, like, Galarian does not do it for me.
What about Warhammer?
You got
I
into
love
Forgotten
the War
Realms
Warhammer.
and Warhammer.
But I've never read the novels in
Oh, I
Warhammer.
have.
It's true. It's true. You read the novels and Forgotten Realms, though.
Like,
The Warhammer lore is so nice.
I know most of, like, a Space Marine's, like, genetic manipulations. Like, I know most of what they get implanted. Like,
Yeah.
They have poison sacs. They can eat a creature and learn from its DNA, Obviously nothing related to the game. But, yeah, no, like, I would say that world actually, like, again, I actually would say I don't know that much about Warhammer.
The lore is just fun.
By the way, Casey, I completely agree with you. Like, I think House of the Dragon is awesome, but, like, I would be totally fine watching an entire series about the Blackfire Rebellions as well. So,
Oh. Is it not, maybe it's on their queue.
maybe.
House of the Dragon ruled.
House of Dragon was a really good series.
Was
So good.
shockingly good.
Yeah.
I really had no hope.
Like,
for
they
that.
figured out what
I-
Game of
I wouldn't
Thrones
say it
was and
was-
went back to that.
It wasn't no hope, but
That
I mean,
cake sounds thick. It was pretty deep.
I felt so
It's a deep cake.
yeah.
Bob, you're taking us home, by the way.
Okie dokie.
It was not as it was less for me because I read the book that it's based off of.
And I didn't.
But I've heard it's like glorified, like Wikipedia articles.
It is. It's a bunch of history articles written by unreliable narrators.
Right.
So a lot of it's like we heard, we don't know.
Right.
Here are two different retellings of the same story, but I knew most of the major plot points. Right. So like when shocking things happen, they weren't that shocking to me. But I thought it was. I mean, it totally redeemed.
Oh yeah. 100%.
It was compared to the prior
So good.
season 6, season 7 of Game
I
of
was
Thrones.
gonna say season 7, 8. Season 6, I think, is a high. Season 6 or 7, 8 were so low. I won't even go into it.
Yeah.
That when I went into Hot D, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is.
I love the name of it.
This is. I have low expectations. Let's see what it is. And then halfway through, it was justifying existence beyond.
Well,
Who's the actor that played the king?
which king?
The first one. Like the one was through like most of the.
Oh, Patty.
Patty. Yes.
Yeah.
That performance when he walked in near the end, like I can't remember the last time I'd been moved by like television.
I think
Like
This
it
Hot
might have
D-
been last
Hot D or
summer.
Game of Thrones.
Hot D.
D.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The king. Yeah.
You know, because like the whole time. I don't want to spoil it in case anyone hasn't seen it, but
Right.
suffice to say, you didn't expect him to show up.
Yeah.
Right, and like it was known that his reign was ending.
Yeah.
And then when he walks into that throne room, and like they're trying to help him, he like throws off the guards, and he walks up and he sits in the Iron Throne. You're like, holy shit, this is a king.
It was like a multi-minute long scene.
It was.
in the scope of a 52-minute episode,
Which is impressive because they don't do those.
right. They don't do those.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was much music going on, and it
No.
was I would say
There was a dramatic like build up.
Yeah.
Just
But they just went back to their roots. Like 1 through 5, 4 were like these political intrigues and these.
Oh, yeah, that's
grasping
what
at
the
the
whole
throne.
series is
about.
And then they
that-
got rid of it and went to sci-fi, over the top box office.
And that is what Hot D got back to. It realized, like, I mean, for me, and I read the books, and I think the shows were made. The best episodes, the best scenes of Game of Thrones were never Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
I think it's overrated, by the way.
Agreed.
I think Battle of the Bastards is way overrated. Give me a quiet conversation between
Yep.
two characters.
I could not agree more.
Right?
I agree with that.
Like
the Red Wedding fucked me up.
like sure, but the Red Wedding was definitely like a moment,
like, it
right?
fucked me
I mean,
up.
I'm talking about like
Those are scary
Tywin.
movies.
I'm talking about like Tywin and Tyrion alone
Those
in the
scenes,
small
yeah,
town.
yeah, those
like
are
watching
good.
those
Those are
guys
good.
play off of each other. You know, Tyrion and Cersei both realizing they have more in common than they ever knew because they're
Right.
both controlled by their father.
Completely agree.
You know,
And I love the fantasy stuff, by the way. So, but I completely agree with this.
yeah, like that was the stuff that never interested me. The more the show became about White Walkers and everything, dragons, I was
See,
like,
what I like about particularly Hot D, I think got the balance because I will agree, Game of Thrones got it wrong, especially as it went forward.
They didn't know what to do. You know.
Right.
I heard about this. That was actually unscripted, and Boothby's talking about it, and that was unscripted. And
Whereas-
it was
Oh,
super
really?
legit. That was unscripted.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yes, that was unscripted.
Oh.
He's just so good. He just decided.
I love Matthew.
Yeah.
Smith.
I mean,
I got a chance to meet Matthew
Doctor
Smith.
Who.
I fucking love
Yeah.
Matthew.
yeah, I like that he called him Doctor Who, but yeah, it was his
Yeah.
brother, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Oh, I did not know that, Boothby. That's
I didn't know
incredible.
that was unscripted. I heard about that
Because
he's
that's
yes.
now I'm
He's been
tangent.
fighting for it for so long.
Well, what's great about that character is they didn't make him this like two-dimensional
yep,
villain.
yes,
And
exactly.
I love it.
Yes.
Because he comes off at first, you're like, this is an asshole. But like that scene
Yes.
actually sealed it for me. Because I'm like, oh man,
No.
he loves this man.
No, it's like when he comes back from not the Driftmark, but whatever. When he comes back from the Inner Sea,
Yeah.
and the Narrow Sea, and they named him King of the Narrow Sea.
Yep.
And he's got the little assembled crown, and
Yep.
and everyone's kind of like, oh shit,
Right.
is there about to be rebellion? And he goes, but there is only one true king, and he kneels and
Yeah.
presents the crown to his
Yeah.
brother. And it's just
I
like,
love his
you're
character.
like that, but it's also the dude who just goes and just cuts the guy's
Yep.
fucking head off.
Yeah.
For not.
Oh, so good.
Like-
when he cut his head, was so good.
Right, and also, by the way, he's he's wielding Dark Sister, which is not only a Valyrian steel sword; it's one of the 3 swords that were wielded by Aegon and his
Yeah.
sister wives when they
I
conquered
didn't know
Westeros.
that.
So he's got like basically an artifact,
Level
level
weapon.
thing. Yeah, and he could totally. I mean, he has all the chops, right,
Oh,
to be
yeah.
like the king, Anyway.
But you hit it on the smaller scale. Like, that was the big
Right.
thing. That, like, we didn't need this wild... Like, I do love Battle of the Bastards because I consider Season 6 to be the end of Thrones. And
Sure,
so it's a
fair
nice
enough.
bookend for me. Like, that into,
that's fair.
That into Winds of Winter is, like, the penultimate end, and then I just ignore 7 and 8. But the smaller scale, the scene where I think they're in the Driftmark... or I'm trying to remember where they are in the Driftmark, where they're in this throne room, and then all the families are fighting because they just got in a fight. Is like the scene,
Right.
And it's one room,
Right.
And it's
one
just
room, couple. Yep.
It is family.
Just people
drama.
talking. Just characters talking.
That was, I think, because I think that was about halfway through, maybe a little over half, and I was like, oh, this is the show now.
You know, and you go back to like, you know, episode 1, 2, and 3 of season 1 of Game of Thrones are them just walking down the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Talking.
You know, and like some of the scenes,
Taking a piss.
by the way,
like, I mean, honestly,
some of the scenes which just live on in like Game of Thrones history / memedom, like a classic one, right, is Robert Baratheon drinking horribly in the middle of the day, and they're telling war stories. Kingslayer, get in here, and you know he goes,
Gods, those were the days.
right? He goes. I remember my first. I was my horse took an arrow at the Battle of Summer Hall, and I was slogging it through the mud. Some Tarly boy thought he could end the rebellion with a single sword. I crushed his chest in with my warhammer. Gods, I was strong. Then he looked up at me from the mud and said, "Wait, wait." They never tell you how they shit themselves before the end. They never put that in the stories, and you're just like enthralled by the dialogue. And,
Phenomenal actor.
I mean, yeah,
The
obviously,
acting,
Mark
man.
Addy is incredible, but
yeah, we just wanted incredible writing and incredible acting, and that's what the beginning of that show did. It
Yes.
fell apart by the end, and I think Hot D.
You still had great acting. You just didn't have the writing.
Yeah.
well, and then there was
The
all
actors did what they could.
Yeah, but
I will say.
yeah, they
knew how bad it was. Like on the red carpet, the interviews, they knew
They
how
knew.
bad it was.
What was last season was 7, is that right?
8.
Or
That was 8. Yeah.
All right, season 8, episode 2.
That's the one like before the Battle of the Long Night.
I still thought was great.
That's where they're all
it was small scale.
They were all north. It was
was
They
small
were
scale.
in Winterfell just talking.
it was all Winterfell. Them just talking,
And they knew they were going to die, and they should have died.
They should have.
They all should have died.
Or at least any of them.
Several. What's his name died? Finally.
One person died.
Oh, friend zone.
Friend zone. But also,
friend zones died.
but also like, and I mean, again, I'm gonna spoil here, but it's whatever. It's like to me, episode 2 of season 8 was like the final penultimate, like not ultimate. It's the right before the final resolution of Jaime Lannister's arc.
Agreed.
Which is he's with these people. He's left Cersei. He knights Brienne.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, what? And then 3 episodes later, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
I hate it so much.
Yeah, but what about the people? I never cared about the people.
Yeah, I just know my sister.
He literally went to war for the people. Like, and he cared. That line is so bullshit. Because the scene with him in the bathtub.
Yep, with Brienne, just got his fucking arm cut off.
Right.
And he tells her for the first time, he's never told anybody,
Incredible
Right.
scene.
what happened in the throne room.
In the throne room.
When he killed the Mad
Nobody-
King.
Entirely for the
Nobody
people.
knew.
Nobody
At that
knew.
point.
Nobody knew.
He just kept it.
He just kept it. Right. Because, like, that is hardcore. Right? That he didn't even, people called him the Kingslayer because they assumed, well,
He just bore it.
They just assumed, well, his father was betraying the king and sacking the city, and Jaime killed the king. And Jaime could have tried to defend his name and been like, you guys don't understand. He was going to kill everyone, and I saved everyone.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's this complexity to him. And then by the end of the show, they just made him into
I mean, that's
this
why
complete-
Brienne ended up loving him that moment.
Yeah.
Because she realized that this guy was a knight. Like, and
Right, a knight in the truest sense.
In the true
Which is
sense.
why I
That's a good
did
point.
like
Yeah, that's a good point.
that at the end, Brienne puts his name in the
puts it
book.
in the book.
That was nice.
That was good. They remember that at least.
They
I
did.
will say, like Casey said, it was farther up, but what was it? Oh, that either sticking the writing. Like these guys ran out. They ran out. Like
Sure.
JRR said, like, hey, I think it's gonna go this way, but who knows if I'll ever finish it. And these guys were getting another HBO show. They were getting a potential.
Oh, they were
Star
done.
Wars
They
show.
checked out.
They checked out.
Oh,
yeah.
And they said, well, we think we can finish it up quickly. HBO, I think, said we'll give you 10 episodes, and they said we
They did. They turned it
We
down.
want Sam.
But you know what? fucking karma's a bitch. Because then all those leads that they were going to go get, all gone.
Yeah, they lost them all.
Fuck
That
those
was
guys.
The Confederacy show, which would have been questionable in general,
Yeah,
was
sure.
gone. The Star Wars show. That
I knew the Star Wars. That was the whole
Star
thing.
Wars
That
movie.
we always did this so that we could get a Star Wars. That was like their whole thing.
Yeah, they did not
Yeah,
prove.
Dan and Dan were.
They're out.
Yeah, they were out. They had to prove that they could do it, and I don't think they did.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because that was pure them.
Yeah.
That was not George. George R.
And
R.
then
like,
Hot D comes back with George R. Martin.
which I mean,
He was very involved in that.
And by the way, when Hot
House
D
of
came
Dragon.
out,
He
people
was saying-
were
he said
very
he-
skeptical.
He was saying, "You guys will like this. I was involved with this from the start or whatever," and he was very
because he
into it.
needed to give more. Give
But that
more
was already
details.
written.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or
It
at
was
least
like
in
again,
theory, yeah.
like we said, the Wikipedia article written. He just needed to give more details.
But I think he was involved in it, and therefore he can. Again, if he's a good enough writer, which it seems like he is, then he just nails it. Like then everyone's like, "Wow, that's some good shit."
Mm-hmm.
And again, whoever wrote that one was obviously good. So
Yeah,
we're-
they don't think you're general.
I liked House D a lot. I thought
good.
House. My
All right.
wife did not like it, but I liked it a lot. So
All right, well, let's finish strong, boys.
let's keep
All right.
going.
I'm about to
that
watch
was a
this
good- that
painted
was a good
table. It's
side
not
changer.
sealed because it's getting sticky now. With
I mean,
booze.
that's
We got
just
chocolate on
I'll
this
wash
damn
it
table
before I
now.
seal it. But yeah, all right, that's true.
Look,
Boothby, I've given
look at
up.
Derek moving the soft drinks.
I've given
they
up.
don't believe in sugar in Germany. Wait, oh no, from Frosty.
Oh yeah, Frosty. He's
Really?
yeah, he's out deployed. He was in
Wow.
Germany. He was in. Oh, I thought he was out of Germany now. I thought Germany.
Yeah, I thought
Frosty,
you were home,
I thought you-
Frosty.
No, I didn't think he was home. I thought he got restationed.
Where you at, Frosty?
People forget that they had canceled another Song of Ice and Fire Affairs right before. People thought the writing was on the wall. Yeah, there was supposed
No,
to be.
there was.
Yeah, I
Well,
remember
now,
that.
but now there's a new series, which is Dunk and Egg.
They have John. They have.
They're doing a Dunk and Egg thing, which should be a lot of fun. So
have a
basically, there's like
What is that?
so there's this
Don't they have a Jon Snow one going on too?
maybe that one I think is the one that I thought got
That was-
canceled.
yeah.
I got canceled. Like,
I
it was
thought
supposed
so.
to be him beyond the wall.
Yeah,
I thought it was still
George R. R.
Germany.
Martin wrote a series of
Still
short
Germany.
Still in Germany. Okay.
Stuttgart.
Maybe he just came home for a sabbatical.
George R. R. Martin wrote a series of short stories about Dunk and Egg, and Dunk was a knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and Egg was like Aegon the Fifth.
Yeah.
Who was like the?
He went to the wall.
He was like the. No, not that guy. Not that's.
Oh, there's a different
Yeah, this is Aegon.
So many names.
Well, this is Aegon.
All the same.
Aegon the Fifth would eventually become the king of, but like he was like 17th in line for the Targaryen throne. So even though he was like royal,
Yeah.
they were basically like he's like I'm going to go adventure
He can
with.
do whatever he wants.
He can kind of go do whatever he wants, but he ends up eventually becoming the king. But like they went on just like a series of adventures just around Westeros, you know, just being cool, and
That's
being,
kinda awesome.
being knights and being like a young princeling.
Like
you know.
actually being knights and like, stopping problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like Kung Fu. You know, like the original
The legend
show.
continues.
Yeah, the legend continues.
I
You know,
love that
just,
shit.
just traveling the places, getting into helping people out. You know.
Maybe what the Mandalorian will end up being, after some
Frostjack.
wild nonsense.
Well, I do like the Mandalorian.
well said, Frostjack. I'm sure. All right.
This was our moment to sober up. Now we gotta get back to the heavy drinking.
All right.
There you go.
Well, you guys have gained some levels. You guys have regained some hit points, and you guys should be good here for a push to the end. So,
All right.
Driv led by the visions of Moradin and Jeff's visions.
Yep.
The group makes their way back across the rope bridge. The chamber, once occupied by the orcs, is now silent. Only the scattered remains of the broken arrows tells the story of their past presence. Almost blindly, Jeff, the dwarf, approaches the seemingly featureless wall with preternatural clarity, his vision guided by more than mortal sight.
Derek again a level.
Jesus Christ.
I walk up to this wall.
Gain level.
Guys, he's leveling up so hard.
Are you gonna take a hit die, or are you gonna take
I'm
a?
gonna take the hits.
Jeez. I only have I have this one, it's the one free one.
Little one.
But
Oh no.
God, he's so drunk. Or he's getting there.
The cake was a trap. They're now
cake
slowed
was a
one.
trap.
They're slowed one. They're slowed-
Yeah, we need some. Yeah.
Oh, Frosty's so good.
Maybe it should be -1 for the next couple of rolls.
Yeah.
It's so good.
all right.
All right. So, powered by alcohol.
Entirely at this point.
Jeff reaches his hand out
Yep.
to a seemingly bare section of rock. The small stone protuberance sinks down into the surface of the wall, no more than a few inches. And then silently, without so much as a grind, an entire section of earth, probably weighing several tons, soundlessly pivots on two massive metal rods, and the ball spins open, revealing revealing a passageway,
Thought you were kidding.
which just leads into the mountain and deeper. A ancient passageway, seemingly undeterred for many centuries, filled with cobwebs and dust.
Is treasure beyond this door?
Did we go forward or we go back to the secret
We went
door?
back.
This is
back
a
to the
secret
secret
door.
door.
Yeah. This
Do you say there's treasure behind this door?
what do you guys do?
I was gonna say I have a decipher skill. Would this be a proper time for me to do that? Could I wait? Should I wait?
Well, don't worry about what's on your sheet. What do you want to do?
Oh, what do I want to do? Oh, I want to go in.
All right.
I want to go check it out.
Okay.
I think
Maybe
Jeff
the-
seems like a good
Even
dwarf.
less cautiously. I am confident.
Oh.
This
Jeff,
secret
laddie, I appreciate your enthusiasm and your newfound
I'm a-
love of dwarfdom.
I'm a little jacked up by you right now. Like,
That's great, lad. Let me take point.
all right, I will. I'm ready to go. You put your hand on my shoulder. I stop. You tell me. You know what?
You've learned to act is to have the will,
Yep.
but you haven't learned about armor class yet.
Okay.
You're at a level, what are you, 4 or 5 now?
I'm a 3.
Oh, you're only 3? I'm at level 3.
The most.
Well, I can't get any higher now. Now I need to get armor. So that requires a loot drop.
All right. All right. So, Jeff, what would you like to do?
I will let him. I will stop. I
But-
will
but what do
take
you-
a deep breath.
Yeah, but what else do you want to do? Do you want to do anything else?
Do anything. I'd say let's go in.
All right.
I'm ready. I'm ready to let you take lead. You go in front of me. I'm standing behind you confidently.
For the forge.
And I say we go in there. Cobwebs, you said.
Yep.
But it was a dark cavern.
A dark hallway
We
leading.
can see, we have dark vision.
I was gonna say I have. I
But
have a
dark,
tor-
relatively speaking.
I have a torch. I don't have a great way to light it.
No, we have dark vision. We're dwarfs.
Oh, we have dark vision.
You can
Oh,
see in the dark.
no, I
We're dwarves.
probably didn't need my.
Well, to be fair, dark
Torches
vision.
have their purpose.
Dark vision is only black and white, so having a torch will allow you to see in color. But there's nothing really.
We also allow everyone else to see you too.
Well, I'll bring out the torch, and maybe if you have a way to light it. If
I did.
you did.
It went over the cliff.
Well, I'll have it ready, but
All right.
maybe we're walking in, torch ready, not lit.
It's just a club at this point.
Yeah.
It's just a club.
Note that you have a club. Oil soaked club. All right. Well, you follow the corridor deeper into the
You
recess.
see, Smithy.
Well, I don't know.
Smith, you see a twisting corridor. You can tell that this emergency secret door, it's dwarven, so it's well made. Obviously, they didn't take a lot of time to make it fancy or nice. And actually, as it goes deeper into the mountain, you can actually see at one point a narrow arrow slit, cleverly hidden, that gives you perfect vantage view of that walkway that you guys came up when you were making your way here.
They could have shot us. If someone was in, they knew it was a
Exactly.
secret
The
door.
the dwarves were not, the dwarves were not stupid.
But this means that the orcs are.
Right, they never found this place.
Right.
And as you make your way, maybe 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet, the door, you're in a dwarven sense leading you downward until finally you can see several large stone steps dropping about 5 or 6 feet that then land in a small area where there's a little bit more worked stone. And you can see you're standing on the other side of a secret door. From this side, you can see the mechanisms that control it and spin it. But you can tell that this is a secret door from the other side's perspective.
How's your senses? What do you smell?
Quite keen. Lesson number 8. Dwarves eventually learn the power of sonar. Watch.
You gonna listen to some rock?
I place
knew
my
it.
ear on the stone, and tap it gently to create the echo effect.
Got it.
And then using my awareness, attempt to echolocate all the creatures that may be standing on stone.
As a
If they're in
dwarf,
flight, I cannot detect them.
as a dwarf, I will allow it. Aaron, make it
It's an old school dwarf.
make a wisdom check.
It's a weird.
I will use my awareness for advantage.
All right.
They can. They,
All right.
they,
I will
they
take
love the rock.
the
They
8.
know-
Got it.
And there's
Yeah,
an
okay.
8.
All right.
yeah. So he's really tapping into it.
You know that scene in Avatar when like Toph touches the ground and you see like the
Yeah.
black and white thing? Mm-hmm. That's what he does.
Okay.
As when you get to be a dwarf this old, you can it's almost like a stone
Now
tell.
I'm playing
Six
Earthbender and
cents.
Avatar.
Yeah.
You can almost get like a stone tell ability as you can just feel the vibrations of various people. The pings come back to you quickly, and you quickly realize that in the chamber beyond is a quartet of orcs.
A quartet.
Quartet. Yikes.
Right, a bass, a tenor,
Like the Beatles?
a bass, a tenor, a soprano, and an alto.
They're singing.
They're singing, yeah.
Bad news. There's a lot of orcs. Good news. They all took the bar class.
Da, da.
Da, da, da.
Here's James Scott, help me.
All right.
Thanks, James Scott.
Hey, Ian just subscribed to our channel. But wait, but Ian's
Welcome,
not.
Ian.
Well, no, Ian's not a patron. That we're just getting that message because that's just someone randomly subscribed.
Shout out to Ian, though.
It might have been one
Ian,
of
who's
the
not
movies.
watching this, thank
Someone's,
you.
or Casey's.
That is true.
Yeah, it could be someone.
Ian, if you're watching, hello. But chances are you're not.
You're probably watching Rise of the Rune Lords and going, "Oh, this Bob guy is really funny."
Yeah, wait till you find out.
Spoiler alert! They all
It's
die.
only downhill from there.
I got to be honest with you, and I know we're getting a little sloppy here, but I always feel so bad when I see people come into one of our AP, like especially Rise of the Rune Lords, and they're new, and I get comments like on episode 6 or 7. They're like, "Oh my god, guys! That was so amazing! I can't wait to see more!"
I can't wait to see you guys beat the campaign.
And then I'm like, "Oh, you do not know." And then sometimes, a couple weeks later, I'll get a comment on like a post Wheel of Pain episode, and they'll be like, "I no longer enjoy this series."
Yeah, it's coming.
It's like the notification, the unsubscribe.
Yeah.
The notification.
Then I see their unsubscription notice.
Checks out.
All right, so you guys are standing on the other side of the secret door.
We see the 4.
Bob,
the
what do you?
quartet.
Yeah,
see
Bob,
four.
what do you do? There are 4 orcs on the other
There's
side.
4 orcs on our side.
Yeah.
John
Oh
Paul
wait, you
George.
had a partial success.
Yes, yeah, fuck me up. My heart.
I took a clock off screen.
All right, sounds good.
I trusted my fellow dwarf.
Actually, you know what?
Bart.
Your sonar goes very deep,
Uh-oh.
and
Too deep.
and
Here's an ogre.
yes, in a like a montage shot, you can see an ogre laying or sitting amongst a throne made of crude barrels and ancient dwarven pillars. 2 massive gray wolves on either side of him snarl and bite as one of the wolves turns his head.
I heard it.
And then the wolf begins pawing in a certain way, and the ogre, dim-witted but with a savage keenness in his eyes, stands up and goes, "Dwarves, huh? Good. We haven't eaten well in a long time." The ogre reaches back and reaches to a black, encrusted, adamantine dwarven axe, emblazoned on one side with the holy symbol of Moradin, on the other side with the carving of Durgadin the Black, marking this as one of his legendary treasures.
Durandal.
The ogre wraps his hands around the mighty axe, known as Durandal, and then begins stalking off deep into the dungeon. Perhaps.
Understand, our lives don't matter as long as that axe is recovered.
That's right.
All right.
That's absolutely right.
All right. What do you do?
All right, everyone put on your nuts.
I want to be clear. I grabbed the longbow and some arrows from one of the orcs that we killed.
You absolutely did that.
I did grab those.
I remember you
I was
saying
going to grab them,
No,
but then
but-
I helped heal him. But after he was like, "This idiot's
You
fine."
did say you were going to do that.
I grabbed them. So I have those because I'm a hand axe back.
So 4 beyond the wall.
4 beyond the wall.
3 of us, but 3 dwarfs. Much better than any orc
Well, with luck, there'll be more than 4.
All right.
for the kill.
Bob, what do you do?
Does this door seem like easy just to operate? Just
From this
just
side, you
open?
can see that there's just like a stone dial almost that you just dial, and that'll make the wall spin.
They're never even going to know where we came from.
That's right. Well, cleric, get your longbow ready. Or that throwing hammer. I'm gonna open this door.
It was an
Because
axe.
I'm the one that can't hit anybody.
He begins reaching for the door. What do you do as the door begins to swing open?
I get ready to fucking run in once that door's open.
What do you get ready to do?
Doors. I open the door a little bit. I have an arrow ready.
Perfect.
Ooh, yes.
Guess what? The door opens silently and quietly. So perfect is your surprise that as you look in, you see 3 orcs, all equipped with scale mail and shields. And then you see a large orc, the largest orc you've ever seen, with a massive great axe stowed upon her shoulder and 3 massive hand axes at her belt. She seems to be probably sparring with the orcs and is kind of completely... she's the only one that manages to spin around to see you as the door. The other 3 orcs are left completely clueless, and you guys unleash hell on them before they even get to go anything. So go ahead, don't even attack, just do your damage with your longbow.
I'm taking an instant headshot at one of the other orcs.
Nice.
Perfect.
How much damage? Just short
No.
just one.
Make a dexterity check. A failure here just indicates you do damage. A
Got it.
success indicates that you actually headshot and kill him.
So I have 2 dexterity. I'm rolling 3, right?
You're rolling 3.
Okay. And actually, this is the whole thing of that I have the curse on me, where I roll 3, but I have to take the bottom 2.
That's only if you're invoking the prayers of
Spellcasting.
Moradin.
This is you shooting them.
This is just a melee attack.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in any case, it was still really bad.
Okay.
It was still a 5.
But you could add 2.
So I add 2. I get to 7.
Great. Now remember, you had so much advantage, you're still totally going to hit.
Yep.
So boom, you hit the person. It's not a complete kill shot.
Yep.
But go ahead and roll 2 dice for your damage.
They're used to.
And add them together.
That's a 5.
Great. The arrow sails through the air. It hits the orc directly in the shoulder, just missing the head by a couple of inches. The orc staggers over backwards, gasping at the wound as the arrow pierces right through his armor. As one dwarf begins charging in, Smith, what do you do?
I run in and look at the first orc in my path, bring up that hatchet, and scalp him.
All right, the arrow zips past you. You see the Smith the dwarf has already started taking off towards the orcs. You were kind of opening the secret door, so, so you're a few steps behind Smith.
Yes.
What do you do?
The biggest one's mine.
All right, you're going for the big barbarian.
Big boy.
Right.
All right, we'll get to you in a second, Smith. Bob begins charging in against you. As you and the orc clash, Bob comes racing past you
See
and
ya.
engages. But she was ready,
No,
so
she
she
was.
spins around, flipping over her great axe, like almost in one hand as she whips it around it, grabs it to 2 hands, and she's ready to engage you. She probably gets in 2 or 3 powerful strides as you guys clash together. Bob?
I am hoping to deflect her blow and maybe get like a light hit on her.
Right,
So you would say you're going more defensive.
Yes, very
All right.
defensive
Bob,
here.
roll Constitution.
Oh, this is not going to be good. +1 here.
Better than your strength.
Very true.
Oh.
9.
All right, great.
Yes.
So Bob, you're gonna you're gonna get
Ooh, I could cash in an XP to get to a 10.
right.
Take the shot, Bob.
Cashing in.
Literally.
Bob cashes it. All right.
Then,
Let's go.
Bob, you execute a perfect defense.
oh yes.
Like in a fighting game, like your axe,
Slap
your
to the
shield,
side,
your
yes.
shield, your shield completely deflects the axe. It doesn't
Yes.
get stuck in.
Yep.
It just bounces off like at the right perfect ricochet angle. She's pulled completely out of position,
Quick,
leaving
put
her
up the axe.
completely open for.
Get the fuck out of here. That's gonna be another meme for the fucking channel.
Quick, run off the axe. Her axe goes completely out of position. No need to roll. Deal your damage.
All right. Hayukin. Ooh, 4.
All right. The orc barbarian struggles and gasps as you hack in with your kind of off balance strike.
It was offensive.
Right. She's wearing thick hide armor, but she grunts and starts to regain her balance. Whereas Smith, you've just clashed into the nearest orc, who's completely
Didn't even
off
see
guard.
me coming. I see his like shaved bald head. I take the axe and I just crack that open like a watermelon.
Go ahead and deal your damage. Just full out.
Straight up. All right. That's gonna be a 6.
Oh, you cleave him in twain.
Cleave.
Yeah, you just cleave? All right, sweet. All right, you kill him so instantaneously that as the arrow sails past the other one, he's knocked out of his position. You don't even lose a step as you just keep going and get to the other one. But this one has had enough time. Now I need for you to make a danger roll to see what happens. Remember, adding strength.
7.
Good enough. You guys are going to deal damage to each other.
Sure.
You drop your damage to the orc. The orc will drop his damage to you. 3 damage from this guy.
2.
All right. Well, you both kind of bounce off of each other. And you guys are just engaged now in like a ferocious melee.
As I bounce back, I go.
All right.
Scared the shit out of him.
I'm also scared.
Everyone's fighting one.
Yeah, sure. Charisma check.
All right. Ah, fuck. 6. Shot.
Oh gosh, son of a bitch.
You got a 6. You
Your wife's not gonna be him.
don't have to do the whole thing.
Jeez.
I thought that was the roll.
Oh, that is the whole thing. Yeah.
Get it to 7.
It's a 7. All right, partial success. The orc drops his axe and begins running away,
Crazy.
screaming and fleeing into the night. However, you got a partial success. The barbarian whips around and hacks in
Checks out.
6 damage from the barbarian's great axe.
All right, take 3.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
What do you do? You still have your bow up. Now, people are engaged all over the place. One orc is running away. These 2 dwarves are now engaged with the barbarian. There's the one that got cleaved in half by Aaron.
You don't have
and
to
then the
worry about
last
him.
one you hit, but he's still up a little bit, but you're not quite sure.
I'm trying to take him out.
Okay.
They are engaged with
Yep.
the barbarian. I am letting them do their thing, work their magic. I am taking out the longbow. I had 3 arrows that I grabbed. I spent 1, so I have 2 left. I'm grabbing another one, and I'm going not for a headshot, but for a solid torso shot.
Fantastic. Roll 3 dice
All right, there we go.
and take the hind.
Bigger target.
All right, 4 and 4. I got an 8.
Perfect.
Nice.
The arrow sails in.
You add your dexterity.
Dexterity is 2, so it's a 10.
Perfect success. No partial success. Roll your damage. Add 2. 1d6 plus 2.
1d6, yeah.
Plus 2, though.
Man, that really depressed. That's right.
3. A 3.
But you had already hit him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
great.
the second, he kind of gets shot once, and he's like, and then he just gets hit with a second one and starts slumping forward and then drops to the ground dead. And then we're back to the ferocious melee where the barbarian just hacks into Smith, turns back to you, Bob, spinning her axe around almost like a bow staff as she's kind of working it from left to right as she has 2 orcs on her flank. Bob.
I'm willing to risk this one. I am going full in with my sleigh here.
I'll tell you what.
2 hands. Right for the head.
Bob, I'll give you an extra die for this attack, but you will guaranteed take damage.
What's the damage?
D6 plus 2.
Plus 2? I'm okay with that.
Go for it.
So what am I doing?
3 dice for the attack.
3 dice for the
Take
attack.
the highest.
This is strength, so
Yep.
it doesn't matter.
Come on.
Fuck it. 8, so just 8.
All right, well, you do your success.
It is an 8.
Bob, you take 4 damage, minus your armor.
Not your
So
shield, though.
2, so 5. How much did you do? 4?
4.
So 3 damage, yep.
Yep. And then go ahead and deal your damage as you
Yep.
slack into the barbarian.
Oh, 8 damage. That's right. Reckless attack there. That's some 5e stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Beset by both sides from dwarves, the orc barbarian is stuck in the chest and staggers backwards.
Yeah, sorry, Frosty. Jeff is not related to me. I know most people that I bring on this channel are related to me. Jeff's just a friend.
I actually made that joke as well.
The orc barbarian howls with pain as the axe buries itself into her side. Blood splurts from the sick wound, which will probably be fatal. But that doesn't mean it's immediately fatal.
Yes.
And she fights on with resilience. Smith,
I show her mercy by ending her life.
Oh,
Very
good
well.
mercy. Good mercy.
bring down your axe upon her with savage fury and great blows.
All right, it's a 9. That is a 10.
10, full success. She has no chance to recover, to attack. Deal your damage.
Are you looking her in the eye when you're doing this?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I'm a warrior.
Are
She's a
you?
warrior.
Are you? They're warriors.
I respect warriors, even though it's a
A
worthless
good
warrior.
death. A clean
This is
death.
A good death.
good
A warrior's
clear
death.
What they're asking for. Yeah.
All right, that is a 4.
Enough damage. The barbarian was about to maybe do something amazing, but Aaron got a nice 10, made it nice and even.
Yes, nice and easy.
Clean hit, and
Clean.
the orc barbarian staggers to her feet one last time, growling a snarl of
on her
defiance,
feet.
and dies on her feet, and then
How
drops
big
to the
is
ground.
this axe she's got?
The big great axe, plus 3 damage, you'd say.
Am I able to wield it?
Absolutely.
I want it.
All right, you now have an orcish great axe.
Oh yeah!
What did you have before?
All right,
Just
David
an axe.
had
Can I
four
have
big
this-
weapons.
Is this two-handed?
No.
I will not taint
Wait, is
myself
this
with
two-handed or
weapons.
one-handed? Shit.
Can I take your axe? I'll drop my light axe.
This gets, I go to armor 0 at this
I am
point.
wearing dwarvish
I
armor.
gotta go for it. Yeah, you can have my
Yes.
other axe.
Okay.
What do we got?
Scale, light.
Oh, it's still light. Okay.
Yeah, the orcs do have light armor. Bob.
You said it's 1d...
1d6 plus 2.
1d6 plus 2.
But
Yeah,
I
plus
can
3,
take-
plus
I'll
3.
plus 3.
Because it's an orcish great axe.
Are you guys both wearing light armor?
I was wearing.
I
light.
have no armor.
Yeah, I was wearing.
I
light
get rid of my
before.
shield to do this.
Laddie, put on this armor. Morden would not be offended. This is not of orcish make.
All right.
Axe you picked.
Light
Can
armor.
I have a regular
Back
axe
to
on my
plus
light
one.
axe?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to take his light axe that he can't carry anymore. I put my light axe in the back. I still have the longbow, but it's kind of hanging on me a bit. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, you know,
I only have one shot
You can
left.
wield 2 bows. It's a thing.
I only have one shot left though.
So that's a meme.
All right, Derek. I've taken a couple hits.
Oh, you feeling good?
Smith the dwarf sits down for a moment, pulls out his tankard.
Jesus.
I need a drink after this, fights.
Are all the orcs gone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Aaron killed one.
I was so focused on the big one.
Don't worry,
He
more are
killed-
coming.
he killed.
Jeff killed one with his arrows. Aaron
Yeah.
cleaved one, scared the other way away, and then you two worked together to kill the
Should we be
barbarian.
worried about the scared one?
He'll bring the others to us. We don't have to go after him.
So you're just.
Catch your breath, boys.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
take a big swag to regain some hit points.
Is that a thing we can do now? Sure, why not?
Why not?
Heal D6.
Here, I
damn
won't add
it.
that experience.
Wait, can I do that or no?
Yeah.
Is that to be a shot?
I'm gonna need another one.
He rolled a 1.
Is that to be a shot or just like a big gulp of beer?
A big gulp of beer.
gulp.
How much health do you have right now? 4?
Yeah, the kid ran out
3.
of ones.
7.
All right. So I was gonna say I haven't been hit yet. I could transfer some of my.
You sound like a true cleric.
Well, to
Stay
be
in the
fair,
back.
I'll stick with.
we've been taking some efforts to make sure you haven't been hit.
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll stick with it.
A true test of a good sorcerer or cleric is to not have any damage.
All right,
Is
that's
there-
another swag.
You guys got to. You guys.
I'm not risking it anymore.
It's another 1. This is just like last
They
night.
can see it on Smith's stream. Like the stack of upside down cups is the amount that he's drank in terms of shots of
These
Jose
are
Cuervo.
dirty. These are all dirty.
Yeah, yeah. Those are the Jose Cuervo shots.
That's a lot.
Right. It's a good. It's a
And
good.
that's not the.
And I've
sorry,
reused
Sorry,
these.
those aren't all.
That's
Jose
literally-
Cuervo. That's just shot. That's all shots because that counts for the peach crown too.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've reused these. They're just at the point now where like they're getting kind of gross, so I stopped reusing them.
So it's actually more than 11.
Yeah, it's probably closer to
Whereas,
like 16, 18.
whereas mine is actually 5.
I mean, look at this. And I've been doing shots.
I know you have.
All right.
I might need to grab
Listen,
some of that at some point.
I'm here to help the party.
What a true party man.
I am doing what I can.
Well, luckily, Aaron was not too off because while the veteran orc sits there and drinks quietly.
What's your hit points at?
7 of 10.
There's a apple that will heal you to full in that wall over there.
Oh gosh, this is some meta bullshit, isn't it?
Is there any places for that? Are there any holy places in this area? Any places in the past that would have been holy that I might be able to find holy water?
Oh, great question. Go ahead and make a wisdom check as you try to discern reality.
This is minus
Am
2
I
or
roll-
no?
Am I rolling?
Nope, not a,
Okay.
Just roll 3 because here's the thing. Yep. And take the highest 2. Though. Take the highest 2.
I have an 11.
Oh, very good.
Very good.
I could spend one to get to 12.
You get added bonus if you do.
Oh, and a bonus if you get rid of XP? It's up to you, Jeff.
Wait.
Oh, Jim's got tipped $5. You gotta drink some alcohol.
Someone say schnob.
Here, give me
Not a shot.
Give me a little bit of that one.
I got
Give
that.
me a
All right,
little bit.
Jeff wants some of the Cuervo.
I just want a little bit, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is good shit.
It's
Here,
my drink,
We'll pass
you
it
know,
around.
because I don't have any more beer.
Oh, there's a whole fridge of beer.
Yeah, we got plenty.
I do love line and Kuba.
There you go.
Oh, it's
Please
I think
pass
it's
this
light
down the
enough,
line.
flavorful enough that I could do.
Remember,
that.
you don't have to shot it. You just have to drink it.
all right. Hey, cheers to the
Hello, my name
drink.
is Smith. It's
Cheers
been
to
3 weeks since my last GM
GM.
session. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Frosty. That's pretty good. He's got Smith rolling.
Oh, well, my name is Smith. It's been 3 weeks since my last.
Yeah,
session.
Smith was losing on that one.
Cheers. Cheers, Scott.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
All right. Well, do you take that to a 12? 12 is a
will-
critical success.
I have 3 XP. I'm going to take it down to 2, and you can get it to a 12.
Very well. You discover that a loose stone on the south wall conceals a sack filled with 250 gold pieces. What? And a potion of cure wounds.
Got nerfed.
That's what it is.
No. Oh, it was healing the epic level. That's right. My bad.
What's
That makes
Cure
more
Wounds
sense.
do?
A potion of cure wounds will let you re-roll your hit dice completely and add an additional one, and then take the top whatever. If you're level 3, you get to roll 3. So you would get to roll three hit dice and take all 3 of them, and that would become your hit point total.
It's beautiful.
Also, as you uncover a great treasure, not you, but you two took the oath of treasure.
That's right.
So you guys mark an XP.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, we getting that free XP. Woo! But no apple.
No apple. I think Smith was confusing that with Sunless Citadel.
I was. I'm very drunk. I was confused with 2 things. There's an apple in Sunless Citadel that heals you.
That heals you.
And in the epic version of Forge of Fury that we did as a
27th level adventure.
27th level adventure, Derek upgraded the Cure Light potion to
a full heal potion.
But it was a Cure Light potion in the level 3 version.
Paul Smith, do you want this Cure Wounds?
I'm 11 out of 15 because I'm a fucking badass.
Yeah,
You
but
can drink
3
it.
by 3 lets you reset your hit
I don't need to
points.
reset my hit points. I have 11 hit points.
Well, the ogre is coming.
Give me that fucking potion. Ah!
Whoa.
All right, Bob, roll an extra die.
What do you mean extra die?
You just took a swig like a man. So take the 3 highest. So that's 8 plus 5 is 13.
Okay.
Then add your hardy.
Yep. It's 19.
So you're at 19 hit points.
Now I feel like I need a heal.
I got my way, bitches!
I'm a little shocked that he just took it from me once I found, but that's okay.
All right.
A greater goal.
This is the way of the dwarfs.
Yeah, right.
And not a moment too soon. For a moment later, the simple wooden door that frames this door entryway that leads deeper into the hallway, not the secret door that you entered from,
Right.
literally is blown off of its hinges
Oh, shit.
as a massive foot, the size of one of your torsos, crushes through the door,
This is all seeming very familiar.
and an enormous ogre comes striding through, having to bow down and squeeze through the door frame, which kind of groans under his massive bulk. He wields a dark black axe with a magically sharpened edge, gleaming with potency and energy. And 2 feral mountain wolves snarl at his feet. Ah! Go sick 'em, boys! Ah! Dwarves are back on the menu! All right, so the ogre is charging in at
Was
you.
the door slammed open?
The door was
Door was
completely
really
slammed open. It was so slammed open. 2 wolves strike out, moving lightning fast, covering the distance in frightening speed as they are about to not just hit you, but hit you and barrel you over. Imagine a full, massive wolf hitting you at top velocity, whereas the ground shakes as the ogre takes probably 8 or 10 feet at a time with each stride as he comes in with a massive black axe raised above his head. Jeff, I'm going to start with you. What do you do? Gives us some plus strip. Man, we know about reality. GM Scott, why you gotta tell me about reality? Don't mess with the fantasy. Don't mess with the fantasy.
Try to have fun here.
We're trying to have fun here. All right, Jeff.
The wolves aren't coming at me. I noticed that they're coming at them too because they're standing in front of me. I have
That wasn't true, but Jeff just made it true.
That's right.
All right.
EBTA. EBTA.
All right.
I have 1 shot left of my arrow. I'm going to pull it out because I think I'm ditching the longbow after this.
What would you
True
say
strength.
the odds are that the last arrow is also a black arrow, aka Bard's arrow, aka a dwarven arrow sling?
I would
What
say,
is that
I would
mean?
say I would spend an XP to confirm that it is a black arrow.
It is.
Okay. All right.
Wow. Jeff plays this game so decently. Good.
It's so refreshing to play with a good player.
I told you Jeff was good to bring tonight.
Can you join our fight?
I told you Jeff was good people.
I gotta tell you, last night I was getting a little worked. I even talked to my wife. I was like, Bob and George they're really wearing me down.
It's refreshing, right? It's
It is refreshing. I'm like, this is what it's like to be in a party.
Yes, yes.
All right, Jeff. As you reach back for the final arrow,
grab it.
you almost see out of the corner of your eye Moradin, who kind of goes, ding.
Yeah, wait. There's a moment I'm looking at it and I say, "This is it."
Right. As you pull it out, remember you just grabbed it from the orcs. You realize this is no orc arrow. This is a legendary black arrow. I have always saved you for last. It is said that the black arrows of the dwarves have been known to even slay the great worms of the north. So potent is their magic. The arrow hums in your hands, touched by a dwarf of the true blood. Jeff, what do you do with that arrow?
If it was a regular, I was going to shoot it towards the legs, towards the feet, to try to make the ogre go slower. But seeing that, I need to go towards the head.
Great.
Maybe not a headshot particularly, but towards the head.
Well, we're going to lay this out. Jeff, if you get a crit that's a 12 or higher with the black arrow, it's a headshot. And your great destiny will have been fulfilled.
Okay.
All right, Jeff. You're going to roll dexterity. And the great black arrow is going to give you 3 dice because of your ability. And you get to add your dex, which is +2. Make it.
Good luck!
Good luck.
It's not a good one.
What do we got?
All 3?
No, just the top two.
Top 2.
It's a 9.
All right.
Plus your dexterity is
do
11.
But I do have 1 XP left.
You could cash in for 10.
I'll
What
cash
do
in
you
for
mean 10?
12.
Cash in for 12. That's a crit.
Wait, no. I thought the cash only.
He's got +2 dex.
No, he rolled a 7.
No, it's 9, then goes to 10.
He has a 7.
He has a 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
But it would take it to 10.
Right.
All right,
Take
all
the
right.
10,
Now,
which would be
GM
automatic.
Scott is point. You could crush.
Oh my god.
You could
do 3 shots.
You could crush 2
Yeah,
Cuervos,
and
and
your-
that would make it a 12.
Your wife might be like, killing you tonight.
The choice is yours.
Send her the link. I hope she's not watching.
You got some left there?
I'll use the. I have some left here.
All right, so finish that. That's an extra one.
Okay,
That'll put you to 11,
That's 11.
and then we just need to get you to 12.
Okay, I spend my 1.
Here comes 12.
Give me 12.
That's a full one.
God damn it.
Dwarves don't half-ass, they whole
I'm gonna be
ass.
Ubering home.
All right,
Dwarf's full ass. Here you go.
All right.
+8. Frosty says.
Yeah.
This is to Morden.
To Martin! Oh, to Martin!
I'll drink to that. Hey, cheers, cheers,
Morning.
cheers. Good morning. Done, baby. Powered by the great dwarf spirit that is alcohol. Jeff, the cleric. The arrow sails true as no arrow has ever done before. It hums through the air, disrupting the waves of energy around it as it strikes true against an enemy of the dwarf. Not only is the ogre slain instantly as his head is split open like a fucking cantaloupe, but Moradin not only revokes his curse from you, which had previously given you a penalty, but instead gives you his great blessings, bestowing upon you 5 experience points and giving you all of the cleric's special abilities on your character. Cure, bless,
You get all these up here.
yeah,
You all those.
Cure.
Yeah.
bless, cure, turn, and vision are all yours now.
Wow.
As Moradin goes,
Wow.
as Moradin goes, come to me, my son.
Wow,
His wife's a
you
single
got
care
full
for
into
the
that.
I had another moment.
Yeah, you got full
I'm
into
not,
the
the
fate.
wolves are doing whatever. I'm just in a moment, you know?
And
Rusty.
the ogre, and by the way, like the rest of this fight,
Are these dictionary? Do we know?
I assume they're good.
No free ads.
we finally got sponsored. Ray Shadow Legends, get fucked.
NordVPN.
NordVPN these nuts.
And these.
All right.
Dixie
I like to think that this fight is happening like in like slow motion.
Yes.
As like if you can imagine like a scene from like left to right. It's like in the foreground you see the dwarves fighting with the wolves as the arrow is just sailing straight. You know, like through the frame from
Yeah,
like the
like
left,
an anime.
like from the left side to the right side. As you guys are trackling with these wolves, the arrow is still just going, almost seeming like the arrow's going way too slow,
Yeah.
even though it went really fast.
Why would you see this?
All right, Bob, you smash into the wolf.
Yeah, I thought I was going to go for the big boy, but.
Well, yeah.
Well, cleric did it.
All right, yeah.
Cleric did it. Well, I do have a big axe, though.
You do.
And I see a bigger axe that I really want.
That is true.
But to get to that axe, I got to get through little Woofy here.
It's a big wolfie.
No, I.
Oh, the wolf tears your ass to pieces.
I do not.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Bob, you take 5 damage as the wolf just tears you to
Holy
pieces
shit.
and throws you to the ground.
I laugh.
And then as you're like barreled to the ground, the wolf starts grabbing into your arm and shaking you horribly.
Right where I want it.
All right, so you are about to engage with the wolf, but then you see him get completely destroyed. What do you do?
Well, I do have a little charge.
Destroyed.
You do.
Yeah.
You can ignore that and give me a golden opportunity.
No. Because at this point, clearly he's the chosen mortal, not this idiot. So,
And this is true. This is so true.
it's one thing I learned about
Honestly, it's
Bob.
This is Jeff's game tonight.
It's more valid than it's not.
He's stupid enough to not die. So,
Bob, yes. Okay.
I think he's got a minute.
All right. You did just get that huge heal.
I mean, I
Yeah.
feel pretty good.
Smith the dwarf goes. Ugh. The wolf comes in. Classic dwarf strategy. I pop the dwarf or the wolf once with my shield and then hack it in the neck.
Got it. All right. Roll strength. Oh,
All right,
wow.
that's a critical
great.
hit.
Go ahead.
So he's dead.
He's dead.
Really?
Yeah, he
You
rolled double
Holy
sixes.
shit.
And I walk over, start helping
God.
Bob.
Damn.
What are you even doing here?
It's like this is your first time in a dungeon.
I brought you guys here. That's why I did that.
Oh yeah, you're the leader. It's like the D&D movie. So what do you do? Oh well, I bring people together. I come up with a plan.
You're the idea guy.
Literally brought the map.
What do you say?
And
like,
that was it.
What do you say? You disperse it to like the lowerlings. That's what I did.
Yeah, you delegate.
You delegate. I
Yeah.
delegate. You guys are so good.
Oh, we got Ben in the chat. Hey, Ben.
Hey Ben.
Thanks,
Hey,
Ben.
wait a minute. Yeah, Ben. I mean, we're still gonna have to fine tune things in, Ben, and I'm still trying to set up some settings, and we and I will have to go back and forth. But for a complete first pass, I mean, I think it's not too bad.
Yeah,
We
this-
don't
this
know
is
why
our
the
first
PC
test.
can't hear the audio, but apparently, we made it work.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is the first test of the studio and just celebrating my birthday. So
Bob,
thanks, man.
everyone else is being amazing. You're not.
Did he kill the wolf on me?
Oh, fuck it. No, he killed the wolf on him.
Hey, but what about the wolf on me?
I mean, I'm getting over there.
I'm gonna bite it.
You're gonna bite it?
I'm gonna bite it.
Go for it.
I bite the damn
Make a con check, not a strength
Where
check.
are you biting it?
in the neck.
Yeah.
It got on me, so I'm just gonna grab it back.
Great.
Wolf on
I'm gonna
the
show
time.
it what's going on.
All right.
All right, 7's not bad.
Well,
What's your
No,
what's your
8.
XP?
It's 8.
All right, well, you
What's
both
your
deal
XP?
your damage to each
Yes,
other.
yes.
D6 plus 1, Bob? 6 damage.
7 damage to it.
All right, well, Bob, the wolf tears into you a little bit, and you actually look over,
That was a little more than I thought.
and they're just rushing around. But then when all's said and done, the wolf is dead. Bob has torn out its throat,
Yeah.
and you're the victor.
Well, that's something at least.
The ogre, the great Ulf, is dead as the arrow finally lands home, blowing apart his head like a cantaloupe. The arrow goes right through him and then boom, buries itself into the stone wall behind him.
Seeing as this is my name day, I thought that I should take this great relic
Do you remember
for
the name of
myself.
it?
But
Do you know the name?
no.
Do you know the name?
No.
But I thought
Terrible
I should give it
disappointing.
to the cleric for the one that actually killed. If you kill, you own.
I pick up the axe and I spin the hilt to the cleric.
Yes.
Receive.
Yes.
Durandal.
Cleric, do you accept your great blessing and destiny? If you do, remember you gain 5 experience points.
I know that he is having a tough night, but I turn it to you.
Damn, the humbleness.
I use this axe for 20 levels. It's quite insulting.
You should tell Ben. He has to know what this is.
In other words,
Ben, we are playing World of
He's
Dungeons,
got to know what it is.
which
though.
is a hack of Dungeon World by John Harper. So,
But he has to know what this is.
this
Yeah.
is Forge of Fury. It's part of my con binder that I take to Gen Con and Origins to play pickup games. I've got a couple different adventures in here, which I've run probably a dozen times each, and this is one of them. So just something I'm very super intimately familiar with. The cleric, realizing his path lies on another destiny, bestows the body axe to Bob because it's his birthday.
A true artifact of our people.
Yes.
Morden strikes you down in vengeance. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm praying.
I put down the orc axe, which is just filth to me. I wield this. It's a great axe. Is that what it is?
It's
It's a one-handed
It's a-
dwarven war axe.
It's a
It's a
one-handed?
dwarven war axe.
Yes, but it's a D10. Well,
Oh.
Yeah. So it's basically
It's like a
decent-
two-handed
It's a
axe
two-handed
you can
weapon,
wield
two-handed axe,
one-handed.
but you can wield one-handed.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is there any shields around? 'Cause I got rid of mine a while back. Okay, one D10 it is.
Jim Scott says, "Oh sure, now it's Phil."
You know, Jim Scott, I was thinking the exact same thing.
You know what? So was Morden. It's funny. It's funny how that works out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Scott, you get
This is what
Jeff,
we call an
you get
opportunist
5
wolf.
experience points for realizing your great destiny. Mostly irrelevant, as you guys have defeated the Great Wolf. You two get 2 XP for uncovering a great treasure of Durgaden.
Watch this then.
So,
So I'm gonna spend. I had 5. I'm gonna spend
that's 5.
for
That's
an
5
extra-
right there.
Can I spend 5 for an extra hit dice right now?
you can do it right now, which will also increase your level, and you'll get to roll an immediate extra hit points.
Okay. So I'm level 3.
There you go.
I'm going to 3 too.
My hit dice is 3.
All right, so level 3. Aaron, what did you end the game at?
Wolf. I can't go past 3?
And
You can go past 3.
I'm just
4
rolling
it
one,
is.
rolling 1 for
If
hit
you
points.
if you spend 5.
I just did.
Oh, then 4, yeah.
Rolling 1 for hit points.
Rolling 1 for hit points.
Eric, I level up.
3.
Level up again. What are you taking? Special ability or hit die?
I'm going to take the hit die.
All right, sweet. You're level 6. There you go. Extra 4.
So question, Derek. So I'm 8 of 19.
Yeah.
I rolled 3 dice to get where I was at.
Yeah.
I just leveled up.
Yeah.
So 3 hit dice.
Yeah.
What do I roll? Because it's usually a plus.
Just roll an extra hit dice.
Just
you,
one
you
extra
added,
hit dice.
Because you added extra hit dice. So you get 3.
Okay, 3 extra. Okay.
All right.
I'm at 11.
And buoyed by their great strength, great feats of strength, but also struggling under the weight of the alcohol that it took to get them here, the dwarves decide that this is a great victory and take it as such. The great
What levels did you guys make it to?
4.
level 4.
I'm at 3.
Oh, that's cute, guys.
What'd you get to?
6.
I thought you said we were 3 a second ago.
No, he was 4. Then he went to 5 with the experience he gained, and then he just polished off to 3 more shots
So-
just to go up to 6.
Wait, are you saying we're done, or we can keep going?
I think the GM's done.
I think we're done. It's 10:30.
Damn it!
Is it really?
I would have beat him. I could have kept drinking. I'm not even drunk right now.
Dude, you don't have the body weight.
Bullshit! I don't have the body, but I can
We
easily
are
crush it.
thinking of your daughter.
I could easily make it. I could easily do it. I have another.
Guess
great
which of your
steak
kids don't.
right
All right,
here.
you know what? You know what? We will return to this format, which is drunken dwarves and dragons.
I love it.
Okay.
Official news stream.
I'm way down.
Okay. Okay. Drunken dwarves and dragons. But when Bob doesn't have
birthday
a
party next
birthday
day.
party tomorrow that he has to do.
I
Yeah.
I have to paint with my father-in-law, so
Yeah,
it's
so-
probably just as high.
I had to recover from my severe cold.
And dives.
I have to finish editing a combat and tactics video, so I lose.
I will not be writing lore tomorrow.
I lose.
I'll trade you. You want to paint with my father-in-law?
What, does he have a sprayer?
Are you paying minis?
No, it's just a roller. It's just one roller.
Are the dwarves getting the Uber home? No, actually, I'm pretty fucking sober.
Yeah.
That I could have.
Yeah.
If anybody needs
Yeah.
to drive, I can do it. But
No,
Well, luckily for me, my house is in a straight line.
like I said, you're fine until you get home, and then I see you turn it down. Like I have when I'm drinking, I get high adrenaline, so I stay calm, and then once I get home, my comfort level takes in, and I black out. Like that's what happens usually. I get I can drive perfectly fine, then I get home and I all of a sudden black out. That's just what happens. But apparently, my wife is still watching, and she thinks I'm not okay.
She is still watching?
And she just texted me and
Clearly-
said, "You're not okay."
She is wise.
She's a very wise woman.
Stacy, I got him. Don't worry.
yeah. All right. Well, that is going to end Bob's birthday bash.
Oh!
So
I do like defeating an ogre.
right.
Hey, Ben subscribed. Welcome, Ben, to the channel.
Wow.
Oh, frost check. Social. Yeah.
Pour some in here. Pour some in for me to drink. There we go.
Tipping for more DD&D.
DD&D.
Yes. And then to go along with drunken dwarves and dragons is also going to be designated drivers and dungeons.
Yeah,
So
right.
we'll make sure people get home safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as you guys have seen, this is the sort of new studio setup. So I think we're getting closer to providing more content to you guys. Things are coming. Movie night is what I'm hoping for. I know Derek wants Root and other things, but
I do want to play role-playing games.
Things are coming, and
I
this
like
studio
role-playing
is the big stepping stone we've been waiting for, and we wanted to showcase it at where it is and its base form tonight to you guys. So I think you guys
mean,
are pretty happy. So.
I think we're almost done.
Yeah, we're really right
What
there.
we got to
so.
do? Steal the table?
We do have to seal the table.
What we
'Cause
need.
this is going to happen all the time.
But TV's up, booms are up, lights are up.
Yeah, you can see we got our boom mics. We still want to dial some things
George can
in.
drive us home if we need.
I want to dial in some of these lights. I got to get a couple more colored lights to put some extra colored backdrops on the walls.
Yeah, you guys don't see us, but Derek can actually change the lights behind us if the mood dictates
Right.
it.
It's truly magnificent.
Yeah, but I want to get a couple of those colored lights and put them like there and there and there to shine on the walls to give
Yeah.
them a different look. And then the other thing, which we can't see here, we'll go to the Smith angle.
It's gonna be fucking great.
I do want to, when you get a chance to answer Frost in a second, or Frost Jack, not
So
Frosty.
the other thing which we are making are the torches.
Oh, wait till you see these, Jeff. These torches are fucking badass.
So
He's working on these.
so this is like
Oh my god.
That's gonna be
But they
amazing.
flicker.
It looks so good.
Look at that.
Yo.
Yeah, it's so badass,
so,
right?
So we're making a quartet of these.
They'll
These are-
sit at the edges of the
These
frame.
are going to be flanking the people. They're going to have a nice little ambience, especially when we dial in the lights. You can see
Yeah.
that kind of
That's gonna be
flickering glow
badass.
on.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's like
So-
it's just a dungeon, and eventually we'll move this to Derek's new house whenever he gets a house.
Yeah. So
It's gonna be super sweet.
Those torches look amazing.
Those torches look
But
incredible.
Frostjack, Derek said, seeing Derek GM PBTA makes me even more excited to see Root.
sweet.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I
like
agree.
this, you'll love Roots.
Yeah, because that's how it rolls. It just it
Yeah.
just keeps it continually rolls.
I like Frosty's attempt to spell Guy Fieri. Guy
yeah,
Fieri.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I got to get the hat with the backward
yeah,
sunglasses,
yeah.
and I got to get the super dyed
yeah.
frosted tips,
the tips.
and be like. This adventure is amazing. It's literally the most incredible adventure I've ever played in my entire life. Wow. I'm only going to take one small bite of this and not eat any of the
and
rest
judge
of it.
everything else.
just wow. These people really know how to write an adventure. Anyway,
I gotta say, I'm spoiled. The fact that the few times that I've done D&D has been with you doing DM, I am remarkably spoiled.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the
holy
thing. I've had other people GM and it's fine, and I have GM'd. I'm like, I'm just not.
Well, you know-
I'm not at Derek's level. Like Derek's been doing this for so damn long.
the other thing is too is realize like everybody has different strengths. Like a game like this is really playing into my strength,
100%.
whereas like deep prep games aren't my like that's where I struggle. Like. Hey, go make a full dungeon. Even though I like making dungeons, like that's not something that I'm really good at. It's like I actually work better. I am a better GM, and actually, props to you all. I become a better GM when I'm surrounded by better players.
Yeah.
Right, because you give me something to bounce off of. It's like when you're an athlete or you're playing like tennis or racquetball, and it's like if my opponent's better, I get better. It's like I rise to the occasion.
play up to the
You play up to the competition.
Social.
So what?
Orpheus.
Orpheus, the only time a dwarf should drive drunk is in a war chariot. Happy birthday.
there we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah,
You can tap out. Come on. You're good. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of Bob's birthday. Thanks for helping us. And also, of course, remember, this was an exclusive Patreon stream.
Cheers.
I don't think that this one is going to make it.
There's a couple
There's-
pussy drops and
Yeah, there was a lot.
in a row.
There was a lot of talk about slapping people
In the
and being-
rear, doing the
There was
rear.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, just
Th-
open
We'll
face.
keep this one between us and the patrons.
We
and-
could bleep it.
You can share it to your friends, but you
Bleep,
you understand.
bleep.
You understand what's happening.
But that's okay, because like I said, it was also sort of like a beta test of the studio. Where we're still dialing things in. I'm going to be watching this stream back, and of course, obviously, we realize that there are a lot of things that we still need to dial in here. But please let me know things and elements that you thought and ways that we could maybe change things, or maybe you're like, oh, it'd be so cool to see that, and I'll be like, yeah, actually, that would be cool like that, because that if you give me more ways to spend money, I'll be really excited about it.
GM lost the over. He thinks that we were under an F bombs.
We did not make the over. I
bet if we had Tim here,
So,
F bombs
We
would
were
have hit.
light.
Tim,
We were
100%.
Tim would have been F bombs.
Two, when I'm actually like live play, role play mode, I don't swear that much.
Interesting.
I don't swear a lot in character.
You're correct. When you actually RP, you don't swear.
Yeah.
It's more like the reading the rules. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Because I'm like, this is ruining my life.
Plus that sweet new sponsor, Dixie
Right.
Cups.
Oh yeah, thanks, Dixie
Thank you,
Cups.
Dixie Cups.
Oh my gosh. The influx
And
of
by the
money
way,
from
if
Dixie.
you haven't tried the Dixie Cup, the Dixie Cup is the perfect size for anything. Buy Dixie Cups today, and you'll be happy.
Use
Dixie
our
Cups.
code KOLC Dix for 10% off.
Cock dicks.
Cock Dix for 10% off your next order of of Dixie cups. Good night, everybody.
That's it. That's the peak.
That's it. That's the page.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Well, you know what,
Happy
folks?
birthday, Bob.
Bob,
Thank
happy
you, guys.
birthday. Jeff, it was great playing with you
Yes.
again.
Heck yeah.
Smith,
Great to
thanks
be
for being a trooper and showing us what dwarfs are made out of.
Yep.
So Jim Scott's going to clip that and send it to Dixie
Thank you.
Cups.
Thank you to everybody who bought us a shot tonight. Thanks for everybody for hanging out and being a part of it.
Look what you did.
Yeah, Smith's done.
Yeah, Smith is
I wouldn't even say it was the shots. I think it was self-inflicted.
self-inflicted. And you know what? And again, you know, being here in this incredible space, being able to do this all with you,
Sweet.
it's because of you. You know, I would not have spent all this money on my own to put this together.
Yeah, this is actually the patrons' money.
Like, it's literally
we took the patrons' money and invested it back for the
Right.
show for you guys.
Right, so we can get really drunk to entertain.
Well,
you
right.
guys.
Not that, but the idea. This is
I
a
mean-
tester. This is a tester.
Right. No, but I mean, like, for everything, you know, and we love being part of this community. We love being part of this community with you. And again, you know, yes, I am convinced that there is a day where we will eventually be taking some nice paychecks. But in the meantime, it has been the case that we've just been reinvesting all of this in prizes, in licenses, and software, and of
Tables
course,
back to patrons.
road trips across the country to hand deliver custom built tables, and of course, obviously, you know, $2,000 of microphones, $5,000 of lights, $2,000 custom built gaming table, several $1,000s of, you know, settings and furnitures and lights, and, you know, just a million different things. And then of course, the studio that you're looking at here is $1,000 a month that we pay every month and have been paying. So all of that is possible because of this. This is why
Yes,
you. This is why
because of
you
you
get.
guys.
This is why you get more than, you know, an iPhone with me standing on a couch
Howdy.
with.
Derek wasn't going to say it, so I had to say it for him.
Yeah, there's one person who's gonna say it's gonna be Smith.
I cry for Conan because Conan cannot.
Right. Yeah. So.
Several trips to Vegas. That's actually on Derek's dollar.
Right,
He gets those big
Frosty,
discounts.
Frosty, I do have a job, so that is nice. And also, too, Frosty,
He gets like really good discounts.
my friend's a degenerate gambler.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
right.
get to stay in Vegas for free.
Exactly.
Because he gets a comped room.
Yep.
So the only thing I have to pay to go to
just the
Vegas
airfare,
is
really.
$200
Yep.
for the direct air
When
flight.
Derek told me about it, I was like, that sounds risky. And he was like, no, my buddy gets the hotel comp. And I'm just staying with him. I was like, well, that's a fucking great deal then.
Yeah, so
That's a great deal.
Why he doesn't?
I pay nothing.
Like
I
4
mean,
times a year.
yeah, 3.
Yeah, he gets
Only 2 this year,
He
'cause-
gambles a lot.
And that's the other thing, too. Is like when I'm in Vegas, I don't gamble a lot. I go to shows, I go to dinners, I hang out. If it,
Gambled when the patrons donated that one.
I did, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll lose a couple $100,
Yeah.
you know, over the course of the trip. Maybe even $1,000. But right. Well, Jim Scott, I'm just doing it the smart way, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like what's that old saying? Like, don't own a truck or a boat.
Yeah, never own a boat or a pool.
A boat or a pool.
Yeah.
You know, have a friend
Have
who
a
owns
friend
it.
that's- yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
have
like-
friends that pools and I have friends that boats. That's great.
Right, so
That's how you do it.
I just have friends who go to Vegas for
That's
free,
right.
and so that makes it really easy for me. And honestly, they gamble so much money; it's almost like I get like a contact high of watching them gamble. So I don't feel like the need
That'd
to
be neat,
gamble
yeah.
as much. You know,
You joked about this. Derek joked about giving me $1,000 of Derek's money to gamble because he knows that I would be like so like cautious.
oh
with the
yeah.
scam money.
If I ever went to Vegas with Bob, I would go. Normally, I take $2,500.
Yeah.
That's what I bring to Vegas, cash, to spend for food, gambling, entertainment, shows, the whole kebab. Not including the flight, and then obviously nothing for hotel. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to lose all $2,500. But if I came home with nothing, having brought $2,500, I'd be okay with that. If I went to Vegas with Bob, I would bring $3,000, and then I would take $1,000 and just give it to Bob and be like, "That's for you." Well, for what? So that we can go places and gamble, and I don't have to deal with you having this mental breakdown because Bob hates to spend money.
Yeah, except then Bob would be like,
especially on gambling.
Can I just keep the $1,000?
Yeah. No. Whatever's left, I get back.
That's what I say. The problem with Derek knows the thing. I'd be like, I could put $100 here or there, but I don't know if that's a risky move. And Derek's like, but it's not even your money. Like, no, Derek, I gotta play this smart. That seems like a risky move. Derek's like, I don't even know if Bob will even spend the damn money that I gave him.
So really, you need to allocate $1,000 to Bob, but then you still need to make the bets. Bob, I'm making
Bob,
a
I'm
bet.
making this bet on your behalf.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when we
just so
go,
cautious with money.
because it makes sense for us to pool our comps together, a lot of times, like when me, my buddy Evan, and Ron, we'll all go to a craps table. I'll give Ron $200. Evan will give Ron $200. Ron will pull $200 out of his own wallet. He'll buy in for $600.
There you go.
That'll put the credit onto one person's account, and then he'll gamble with $600. We split the losses. We split the winnings.
Yep.
I don't care that I don't have my own bet.
Sure.
I'm still gambling the same amount of money.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd rather trust it with the person anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know what I'm doing, but like, it's better for us to just, even percentage-wise, because there's like a house edge, and that way we're only getting the house edge once instead of 3 times each.
Casey, I would lose my fucking mind. I'd be so anxious and anxiety-driven from that that idea that I could put one bet of $1,000 on one.
I love
I
it.
would
Just-
lose my mind.
Just go to roulette, 2,000
no,
on black,
no,
call it a day.
No,
Right.
I don't know
Call
if I
it a
could
day.
physically do it.
I kinda-
Especially even if it's not my money
That's
or not my money.
I'm more
I can't
with,
do it.
I'm more with Casey on this.
Yeah, that's a player's move. Just
Yeah.
go to the table, the roulette table.
No.
$1,000, bet on black.
I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could.
Not
do
quite
it.
50-50,
If you did
but-
it, I would be super excited for you, but I don't know if I could do it on your behalf.
We
I'd
would
be freaking
always,
out.
when I was still working downtown Cleveland, Jack Casinos down there,
Sure.
We worked in the family of companies that was owned by Jack, and we would do the triple black, which was everybody pitches in like $5, $20, $10, whatever, and we would take that amount of money, put on black. If we won, we would go again, put on black. If we won again, put on black. So triple black never actually happened. It was always just
I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's not quite a 50-50 odd, but it's like 1/5, one half, one half, one half.
Yeah,
Your
it's
chance
like-
of having
it's
1
like
in 8.
12. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like-
but it's,
Oh,
probably,
1 in 8,
but it's
yeah,
probably more like 1 in 9, 1 in 10 because of the odds.
Yep.
But,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
it was always just a freaking blast,
Yeah.
you know, because we were all throwing in whatever we wanted to throw, and we would have split it that way. But yeah,
Interestingly, that's one of the reasons why casinos have table limits, because there's a strategy called the martingale strategy, which is the idea of like, I bet $5, and if I win $5. If I lose $5. So then I bet 10. Now, if I win, I've won back the 5 I lost, and I won 5. If I lose, now I'm down 15. So then I bet 20. If I lose, I bet 40. If I lose, I bet 80. If I lose, I bet 160. If I lose, I bet 320. If I lose, I bet 640. And I can just give it. I will win eventually.
Yeah.
And then I'm back to zero.
And then I'm back to zero or positive. But the first bet had a chance of me winning,
Right.
which means that the net of all those bets is me being positive. Now, technically, I could go 20 times in a row losing. It is a statistical possibility, which would bankrupt most people. But if you had like $1 million, you could just do that, and you would guarantee eventually get your money back because you're not going to lose forever. Statistically, you can't. But because there's table limits, you eventually reach a point where you can't keep doubling your bet.
I see.
And that's why they have table. Because you might say, why are there table limits in Vegas? Like they want as much money. Like they have an edge on every betting.
Interesting.
So.
because once you've
People
lost
love
80,
money.
they don't want you to do a $100 bet. That's a bad example.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attack on red.
Yes, map attack on red. All right. I am going to call it. Thanks everybody for joining us. Nice
Thank
little
you, everybody.
Nice little three and a half, 3 hours, 45
I actually had a
minutes.
lot of fun, and I'm glad we got to the ogre. And I think this idea, this adventure is so fun, and I want to explore further. I want to go deeper.
I mean,
Great adventure.
there is a whole adventure.
I
here,
know that's
though.
what I'm saying. Like, and you guys might not.
I mean,
know
I don't
this.
want to go. Okay, this is the beauty of site-based adventures.
Oh, yeah.
It's that thrill of discovery, of being
Yeah.
self-driven. Which way do we go? Like, there's no right way. You know?
But it's part of it because I teased into this 2 years ago when we
Right.
did a future flash forward thing where I got to go a little bit into it and I got to explore a little bit. And now I'm like, I just want more. I want
Right, and that look
I have
at
FOMO
all
now.
of these levels.
Yeah, you
right.
can't give me a little bit and not give me the whole thing.
Right.
I got to get to the end. So I
Well.
got to get to the
Well,
DDD.
well, DD&D is
DD&D.
definitely a thing.
D&D.
And Frostjack, to that point about the stream, well, a couple things. Number one, obviously, we are aware. We are obviously aware that
Oh, jeez.
our patrons are the ones.
I'm just converting that money value into shots.
Our patrons are the ones who also tip us the most. So it make. I mean, and in Frostjack, I mean this like I kind of joke around about this, but like I'm serious about this. I will do a stream about Broken Compass or versus D, and I'll get 30 or 35 people in to the stream, and I might get 1,000 views on YouTube, and I will do as much money, if not more money, than when I do some PF2 hype drama. Like I did that orc stream about the orc. I think we had our highest ever. I think we had over 200 people, live viewers. And it got 10,000 views within the first week. I made no money on that.
Yeah, that's because YouTube just takes it all.
Well, no. I mean,
there's no
I didn't got no tips.
That's right.
There's no tips.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying me getting 200 more
It's because
people.
of you patrons.
Yeah,
that we can do these
no, I'm saying
things.
if I have 35 people in my stream or 350 people in my stream, I'm going to make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Because it's those first 35. It's the patrons. It's the
It's
dedicated
you
fans.
guys.
Yeah, they're the ones
It's
who are
GM
supporting.
Scott getting us drunk all the time.
There,
the way.
there is a habit forming
I'm
where
pretty
GM
sure
Scott
I bought
gets us
GM
drunk.
Scott a shot, so I feel like I'm okay.
He got
here.
us like mead that we drank.
Yeah.
We drank the mead, we drank
I
the
bought
scotch.
GM Scott a shot at
You know what?
at
tit-
Columbus.
Tit for tat. In a month in Origins, we're just going to get you fucking annihilated.
Yeah,
Scott.
now we all buy GM Scotch.
Yeah, that
shots.
might backfire though, because I remember last Origins.
we were
and that
drinking
was
too many
brutal.
shots. We were drinking too many shots.
Yeah. To be clear, that next morning I was totally fine.
I was
That's
not.
crazy.
You were not.
I was definitely.
I
not.
was totally fine. It was great.
How many? I lost track. How many shots of whiskey did I have?
You had more than
Is
me.
the cookbook coming?
It was like 8.
Yeah, I had like
You
4 or
guys have
5.
I just know I bought GM Scott a
But
shot, and then
this
I was
was
like, I'm out.
after.
Yeah, I left.
This was
I
after
left.
Hofbrauhaus.
Yeah, well, we were drinking at their bar.
Yeah, we
Then-
went to the
then I
bar.
left,
We went to
then
the
I
bar on
left.
High Street.
Yeah.
I
had, like,
you know, Frosty,
a
I'm
beer.
actually not a bad baker, cook.
Yeah.
Um,
I am.
but you know, I'm happy to talk about cooking. We can talk about cooking. all the
Derek
time.
would have an awesome cooking channel. He had this one session. It was all like bacon,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
like everything. Like I guess I don't know. Was this after you broke up?
No. I used to date a Jewish girl who kept kosher, and so her, somewhat kosher. So her whole thing was like no pork. Like that was one of the things that she chose to keep
Right.
sacred. So we never had any bacon. I never had
Right.
anything. And so one time she went on vacation for like 2 weeks, and so I was like, okay, for the session, we're doing porkopolis. So I made pie crust. I made pies that had lard in the crust.
Oh my gosh.
I made like the
Everything
dessert.
was bacon.
The dessert was like bacon, brown sugar bacon, where you crystallize bacon. Yeah, and like I made fillets that were like wrapped in bacon. And the whole thing was just one big pork. It was like pork chops wrapped in bacon. So I did like a whole like 4 or
He had,
5
like,
course
some
meal.
candy bacon too.
Yeah, the candied bacon with
Yeah.
the brown sugar on it, and then you caramelize it and fracture it.
It was amazing.
And it was amazing. But we had fun.
Yeah.
But I think kind of back to what you're saying. Like I'm reading this book right now, but I'm a big music guy. I love like independent music labels, and like one of the things I've been reading a book about one in LA, and it's all about like they got investment from their fans, but then they reinvested it so specifically back into their fans, so it became this symbiotic relationship. It's like you're
that's what
saying,
we
it's
do.
like
That's the
instead
small
of
channel.
like going into why would I make a thing for 10,000 views with kind of nothing coming back, where I can make a thing for 300.
Right.
So you don't know this, Jeff, but we gave thousands of dollars last year back to not every one of our patrons, a handful of our patrons, and then I
Good
put it on
chunk.
the
a good
table.
chunk.
And
We only have. I mean, if you average it last year, we probably had about 200 patrons,
Yeah.
and at least 40 of them, maybe 50 of them, got prizes from Bingo, free Fate books from John,
Free RPG books, stuff like that.
RPG gift certificates, we gave away several thousand.
our
dollars
idea
of
was
prizes.
we are trying to get a conversation going for RPGs. These games that we love, maybe not everyone gets to experience those games.
Yeah.
And so people on our Patreon would run games for their people, and we were like, you guys are doing such a great service to run these games for the community. I want to reward you, and they would get other RPGs to then keep going in the community. It was such a great building of the community.
I
It was
Every
so
time they
amazing.
buy a new RPG,
It was so
or we
amazing.
gave them one, they would
Yeah.
go run it for the community.
Right.
Yeah, it was so amazing.
But KC, you're not wrong.
I mean, that also is true.
That absolutely fact.
That made it a lot easier to be like, what was your net income? It was zero.
It was zero.
Yeah.
It was a little positive. I think we made like $400. I had to pay
Yeah,
taxes
Derek
on
couldn't
about
give enough
400.
away last
I
year.
did. I tried to. You guys came in
got
hard.
near
No,
zero.
the Poppet stream.
the damn
the
Poppet
Poppet
stream.
stream fucked up my math.
We had a scene where we were like toy soldiers.
But yeah,
in
like-
Christmas time.
but like-
fighting against Santa Claus.
But like next year we want to
made
do
a lot of money.
Next year we want
I
to.
had
Fight me to
sex.
that one.
Yes, it was wild.
Yeah,
It was wild.
By the way, he played an Elsa doll.
Yeah.
You know, like
That-
from Disney.
that fucked Frosty.
Frosty the Snowman.
How was it?
Not like as a background thing, but like
it wasn't great.
We didn't
to
know
be
what
honest.
the carrot might have melted.
Well, yeah. Did she let it go?
Oh,
She tried.
he's ready. He's ready to go. He's ready to jump in.
To be fair, I think there was something about "Let It Go." I don't
There
remember
was
what
a
it
lot of let it
Yeah, there was some singing at one
Friday
point.
let the Frosty.
You know, I think one of the wheels of naughty was you had to sing "Let It Go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Also,
do you want to do a
important to
snowman?
know,
Come on,
not
let's go
only
and
did I
play.
Elsa.
We never do this
Anymore.
Accurate.
It's like you went away. We used to be best fuck buddies, but now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to do a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman.
Not now, Frosty.
Okay, bye. All right. Wonderful. All right, well, Bob left. KOLC International Road Trip Oktoberfest is my guess.
Oh, Oktoberfest would be.
That would be awesome. I'd love to. I would love to go to Germany.
I would literally die.
There was like a brief moment in time where
Just KO it. Just killed on
there,
arrival.
there was a brief
One-way trip.
there was a brief moment in time where I thought I was falling in love with this German woman, and I was gonna be like, I should move to Germany and be with her. But it never
But
happened.
then you decided you wanted to play shitty RPGs instead.
Right, that's right. Damien says we had to sing. Oh, that's right. It was Mariah Carey's song. Thank you.
Oh, that's accurate.
We had to sing "All I Want for," because we had two. The patrons could tip for the wheel of naughty or the wheel of nice.
Oh my god.
And the nice was all like little presents and bonuses for the party as they were trying to kill Santa Claus. But the wheel of naughty was like punishments. And so somebody tipped for the wheel of naughty, and it was you basically everyone has to sing "All I Want for Christmas Is You" or you die. And so, like all of us with no conductor, and I'm just like, I don't.
We weren't
want.
even
But here's
in
But here's the best part. I still got copyright struck for that stream because Mariah Carey's.
my God.
The AI algorithm is so protective.
It picked us up
protective.
singing?
It
It just knows the words.
It just noticed the words or something like that, and we got. Oh, Damien says you get doomed too. That was it. Yeah, if you didn't sing, you got doomed too. GM Scott almost went 2 years ago. It's on my bucket list. When are we going? After NightCon, GM Scott, August 22.
Boom.
That's when we're going. But like next year, Jeff, we want to do NightCon 1, our first like in-person meetup,
Which ironically
official
will
meetup.
be August 22.
But I expect to make no money on that. Even with charging people to come and for accommodations and stuff like that. But like if I charge it's like $250 or something like that, or $300 for the extended weekend, the first thing I'm going to do is be like, okay, well I'm spending half of that on the accommodations. Mm-hmm. I'm spending the other half of that on food and swag. Right, like I'm gonna make I probably lose money honestly on the venture, and not to mention all the time and
That's
effort.
usually how it works.
It is how it works, but the reason is just because this is fun.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah.
It's good times. All right. Well, Bob left. I was gonna wait for him.
It's his birthday.
It's
He's
his-
gone now. I don't even know where he went.
Yeah, I think he went to the bathroom. So I am going to wrap it up for Bob. Thanks everybody for joining us because we're getting on close to 11 o'clock here. So, we'll be back next week for more exciting. The Irish. Oh, there he is.
Oh wait, here we go.
Hey,
All right,
we're doing the sign off,
We were
Bob.
just going to end without you.
All right,
I couldn't hold it.
that's all right.
I have a small bladder.
Very consummate professional. Thank you, Jeff, for joining us for the birthday.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you for being here, buddy. Thank you.
Arguably, what is it, Smith?
It's like this video.
That's a good.
Just the cut over.
So, is it Torchbearer?
I don't know what we're talking about.
In Torchbearer, at the end of the session, you vote for the player who was the MVP, and that would have been, and then you vote, which would definitely have been Jeff.
Oh,
but
for sure.
then you also vote for the player who was the workhorse of the session, and that would definitely be Smith.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair. I'll accept that.
You'll accept the workhorse.
I'll accept the workhorse.
Yeah.
Even
Especially
if
for the amount of drinks you took.
Even if just for the Lighthouse Willem Dafoe monologue that he gave me in the
yeah.
middle of
Right.
it.
That inspired him to
That's
bring
a
me.
reoccurring theme. in
Yeah.
this.
Recurring theme of this group. So thanks everybody. Thank you patrons. We will be talking to you soon. These guys might not be talking to you for a couple
I
days.
will not be writing.
that
I
was-
have a
that was-
birthday party tomorrow.
That was great. But thanks to everybody for
Scott.
being a part of this. Thanks again for being part of this incredible community. Thank you for being you, and thanks for hanging out for us. Does it? And for everybody who tipped and supported us, and said came here to show your support for Bob and the Knights. Thank you so much again. There were so many of you. I couldn't possibly call you all out, but I think everybody pretty much threw in some money. So at this point, thank you, and of course to everybody who's tipped in the past and super chatted and YouTube channels, and of course just your Patreon membership. And don't forget to use that Drive-Thru RPG link and Amazon affiliate link. And you want to throw a couple extra bucks our way. But thank you so much. I look forward to hearing your comments and feedback about the studio, and we're going to keep making a couple improvements. But Frosty ends with, when Aaron passes out, I heart fan.
Hey, Frosty, I will burn that forest down in the wall.
It's like, why didn't Frosty make it in Northern Reaches? Like,
It was real tragic.
Very sweet. GM Scott using our Drive-Thru RPG link.
Oh.
Remember, it
Thanks,
doesn't
GM
cost you
Scott.
any extra money, but it gives us 50 cents or $1 on a PDF that you buy.
Which is money. For
Well,
the channel.
especially with our frickin' patrons who fucking drop,
I know, they
buying
buy
50,
books all
50
damn
things.
time.
Yeah, I forgot
Also,
to use
it's
the
less
Amazon
money
link
to
last night for
Amazon.
the.
That's right.
Miles.
Yeah, it goes towards us.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so thanks everybody, and we will talk to you later next week on Knights of Last Call. Peace out, everybody.